Star Radio UK is coming up in just about a few minutes. Star Radio UK morning show. And in the 19th August 2022. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tún lọ sí location 9 for all the updates that we are ready to give again this morning. Let us enjoy it. And as we always say, our connection in Dubai, they have to deport them back to Nigeria. Nigeria Nigeria is a crime scene that is not working and don't expect it to work. Nigeria was not designed to work. It's a deliberate act that a lot of people don't understand that. Oku there, I'm going to join studio Nisin. Star Radio UK. It is the morning show. UN also pé àwọn máa support Boko Haram, blah blah blah. And I feel pín ìyàn kan UN. But ọ̀rọ̀ ti Boko Haram tó ń pa gbogbo yàn. A máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀ náà láàárọ̀ yìí. I'm just setting up the remaining platform before I call them. Because if I take one, I will not be able to do anything. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá o. Níbi tọ́rọ̀ dé báyìí. No retreat, no surrender ni o. O gbọ́dọ̀ sú a kò dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ wá rárá. We must continue to say we don't want to be part of Nigeria again. Nigeria is it's a crime scene. Okay, I think this one is a bit high. Let's bring it down a little bit. I can even literally zoom in as well. I think we should be good. So, we're going to ask Nigeria my work for where or work it in. Babaláwo gan ọmọ kò Nigeria lè work. Oníṣègùn gan ọmọ kò Nigeria lè work. Olúkálùkù máa lọ́n lẹ̀. Ìta ṣe pẹ̀lú Nigeria ó ti tó. Okay, I think Archie is back. And I should be able to join them now. Ẹ máa kí nǹkan fún mi pé Nigeria máa work o. Enjoy the broadcast. Mo kí gbogbo yín tẹ́tí wọlé. Báríkà Jímọ̀ fún gbogbo ọmọ Mùsùlùmí pátápátá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la kí àwọn Kristẹni, àkí oníṣẹ̀ṣe. Ìjẹ̀sìn kọ́ là ń jà o. Don't let anybody ever tell you pé àwọn tó fẹ́ Yorùbá nation, àwọn ló fẹ́ dàlúrú. Ìlú gan ti dàrú fún rẹ̀. Nigeria gan fúnra rẹ̀ ti dàrú lọ́wọ́ yìí. Àwọn kan ló tún deport wa nísìn láti Nigeria. Shit hole country. All right, 9 minutes past. It's spent a lot of time already. So let's join the studio. Enjoy it.
But at this juncture, we're going to be crossing over to North London, where we've got our own Mr. Olayomi Koiki, ready to bring you updates from Nigeria. So wherever you are, don't you go away. Don't you go away at all. Of course, it is a Friday edition of the morning show. Share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to night out pages as well. Okay, let's go to Mr. Olayomi Koiki this morning. Let me say a massive good morning to you, Yomi.
Well, good morning to you, Mr. Archie. Good morning, Frank. Good morning to all our producers and all the back-end team that are working tirelessly as we are now almost, the weekend period. I welcome you once again to those that have joined us from different parts of the globe. And it is a very good morning. I'll come back again to you slightly in the studio, Mr. Archie.
Yes. I need to line Mr. Olayomi Koiki up. Don't worry, you're not seeing him. I can see him, but I need to line him up. So just bear with me whilst I try to sort that out. Yeah, how was your night?
It's been a very, beautiful night as usual. I was late sleeping up till about 2 o'clock in the morning, but it is back again in the morning as usual because, we love what we do. And the reason why we're here is to continue to give all the news and the headline coming out of Nigeria as usual. So it was a very long night, but as usual, we're back again this morning doing what we love to do best.
Okay. Listen, for the sake of those of you who have to view us, just hold on for a moment whilst just enjoy a bit of music and bring Yomi on your screens in a moment. So just bear with me. Enjoy the rest of that song that we were playing. I will dwell. Stay tuned.
All right, I don't want the music to go in because that music will probably have effect on the broadcast on my end. So we'll wait for Archie to line my image out. So you need to mute the music here because when it's on playing, it might literally come back, and I don't want that to happen. So once again, mo kí gbogbo ẹ káàárọ̀. Yorùbá nation kì í ṣe politics o, a ṣe politician o. Kí n kan fún yín pé àwọn tó fẹ́ dàrú ìlú òṣìṣẹ́ ló fẹ́ dàrú. Nàìjíríà fúnra rẹ̀ gan tó ti dàrú. Nàìjíríà gan fúnra rẹ̀ ó ti wà ní red báyìí tó ti fẹ́ dàrú pátápátá. Ọ̀nà kí n kan máa sọ fún wa pé àwọn la fẹ́ dàrú, àdàlú kankan rú o. Nàìjíríà fúnra rẹ̀ gan ó ti kàlà tóòs. Nàìjíríà gan ti dàrú. Messed up country. Ìlú òṣì. Àwọn àgbàlagbà tó wà ń bẹ wọ́n ti báyé jẹ́. Àwọn tó wà ń bẹ nísìn. Gbogbo wọn náà lọ mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ò lè work. Àwọn politician lórí burúkú tó wà Nàìjíríà yẹn. Àti Igbo politician àti Hausa àti Ṣẹ̀kírì àti gbogbo wọn. Lórí burúkú ni gbogbo wọn pátápátá látòkè délẹ̀. Wicked. Deliberate act. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ò lè ṣiṣẹ́. Wọ́n ní káwọn èèyàn lọ ṣe election. Olórí burúkú Gbajabi Amila ó wá ń jó bùgà káàkiri. Àwọn màlì. Àwọn tó tẹ́rí gbogbo àwọn tó bá ti ń support politician tẹ́ bá ti mọ̀ wọn tó bá ti tọrọ owó lọ́wọ́ yín kẹ́ ṣépè fún wọn ni. Lè sọ fún àwọn family mi ní ọ̀kan tó bá support politician kan tó tẹ̀ ná kódà tó fẹ́ kú gan ọ̀sẹ̀ kan ní fún lówó mi bó fẹ́ kú àní fún lówó. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti náà ń support politician ọ̀dọ̀ wọn ni kó ti lọ máa gbowó. Tó bá ti sick ẹni kó lọ gbowó lọ́wọ́ politician gbogbo tó bá ń ṣe wọ́n ẹni kó lọ sọ́dọ̀ politician. Because àwọn politician yẹn lọ̀rẹ́ wọn. À ń sọ fún wọn pé Nàìjíríà ò ṣiṣẹ́. Wọ́n kọ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ gbọ́. So anybody tó bá béèrè owó lọ́wọ́ any one of you tó bá ti jẹ́ pé politician ló support kẹ́ sọ fún pé kó lọ bá politician lọ. Okay, I think we lost the broadcast to the studio. It's a mute mic again. Convert kó jáde sí studio. They're still working out. Sometimes, these things happen. That's sometimes technology. Technology na máa fẹ́ olè nǹkankan. So let's wait and see what's going on. Yàn kàn wá tọrọ owó lọ́wọ́ yín tó tẹ́ mọ̀ pé politician ló ń support. Tẹ́ bá ti fún lówó yín owó sàárà lẹ fẹ́ nìyẹn. Because à ń sọ fún wọn nísìn. Ẹ lọ sí gbogbo Sùúrùlérè. Àwọn tó ń jó bùgà káàkiri àwọn wèrè. Kò sí ìrànkan tó ń ṣiṣẹ́. Kò sómi ládùúgbò. Kò síná. Kò sóúnjẹ. Ó ń jó bùgà. Ẹ mọ̀ èyí tó wà nínú àkáǹtì ẹni tó ń jó bùgà yẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ti ní tẹ́ bá ti mọ̀ pé ó ń support politician nínú ẹbí yín. Okay, I think studio's back. Yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Okay, just bear with us. We couldn't hear you, and now we couldn't.
No. I actually muted on my background.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just bear with us. I don't know. There's something playing up on the system. But let's move on. Whilst the technical team are trying to work on that, let's move on. I don't want us to put our listeners in suspense. Now, let's come to some of the story. Let's bring your greetings to the listeners and then let's move on, please.
Well, first and foremost, as we say, it is the Friday edition of the morning show, the 19th of August, 2022. I would like to say good morning to all the friends and family of Starr Radio UK. And as we are running into the weekend, we hope you will also be staying tuned with us throughout the weekend for all the news, the headline, the music, that will be coming up later on at Saturday and Sunday. But for now, we'll be giving you all the update, the headlines coming out of Nigeria again this morning.
Okay, okay. Listen, there's my apologies, my sincere apologies. It's nothing to do with connectivity from Yomi's place, but it's something to do with what's happening in the studios. But the technical team are working on it, so just bear with me, just bear with me. But let me acknowledge Anita Adeshola. It's a good morning, sir. Ekueto and Miss Gold. How are you guys doing today? Yes, Miss Gold, we are doing very, very well. It's only that at times technology can give you a whip, and technology seems to be giving us a whip this morning. But hey, whatever happens, we are still here to bring you all that you need to know. All right, Yomi, once the technical teams continue, I have to say is that investors will abandon Nigeria as Buhari regime withholds 464 million foreign airlines revenue. Yesterday, we were talking about the United Arab Emirates, their airline. And now they are saying that more of them are going to, withdraw from Nigeria. What exactly is happening on that front?
Well, yes, you're quite right. It's just under 24 hours yesterday that we came up, to announce the Emirates airline have actually now suspended their flight from the 1st of September next month, due to the fact that the company is finding it very, very difficult, to extract, some of their, repatriate their funds to their home countries. And again, this morning, the airline that is coming to say, trap forex, more airline to suspend operation. As we do know, Nigeria, the last time we have an airline was the Nigerian Airways in the 80s, and that was completely bankrupted and eventually went into kaput. But as we speak right now, if I'm have to fly from United Kingdom to Nigeria, it's either you're going through the Virgin or the British Airways. But also the British Airways has already reduced their flight frequency to Nigeria. Could that be a signal that the British Airways have flew into Abuja and Lagos might eventually cut down, some of the air, the flight traveling to Nigeria as well? It's coming up to say Nigeria, the British Airways has reduced their, their flight frequency to Nigeria as the airline informed its passenger on Thursday of an imminent hike in the cost of its flight ticket. According to what we know, the international airline have also halt operation in Nigeria, rising airfares because of their inability to repatriate funds to their home country. In June, there was a report by the International Air Transport Association, IATA, that expressed concerns over the decision by the federal government of Nigeria to block foreign airline from repatriating ticket sales revenue that has now run into almost $450 million. That's about 188.6 billion naira in their respective countries. But what do we understand? Nigeria get about 90% of its United States dollar from the sale of the crude oil, but the problem is we are not producing enough. So that means our GDP will continue to decline, and that literally means more trouble for a lot of Nigerians that still want to travel. Who are the majority of those that are traveling? We have a lot of diaspora, in their millions across different parts of the globe this morning, and they will definitely want to travel back home, for whatever reason, emergency reasons, birthday, home celebration, or whatever it is. But the question then is, what is the Central Bank of Nigeria going to do to make dollar accessible for the repatriation by the foreign airline within Nigeria operation is the question that is in the minds of millions of Nigerians. Remember that last week we talked about a 1-hour flight from Lagos to Abuja is now becoming so expensive. We're talking about almost going to 120,000 naira and almost 150,000 naira as well. But how long will the pressure continue is the question, because if the airline have now said that they're not going to be traveling to Nigeria, like Emirates have announced that, how many more airlines should we be expecting? I'll come back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie.
Okay, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African radio station in London. Just bear with me. As I said, the technical team are working seriously to bring you everything that you need to know. And I think it's it to get into line. Let me see whether we can get this image now. Just bear with me.
While we're still waiting for you, for the engineer, let me continue with some of the other headline, until we're back, to you again in the studio. Once again, a very good morning to those that have joined us And as we go into some of those headlines, again, as we remember that we have a lot of Nigerians that are living in different part of the globe. But this morning, images, videos is already coming out from Dubai, which again, is part of the Emirates, that is going to be suspending their flight. But this time around, it is the Nigerians that are living in Dubai that would have to come back home because some of them would have to be deported, according to the news that we are getting. We have, Nigerians that lives across the globe, but sometimes, the reason why people travel, to some of these countries is for greener pasture and also. But what we are now saying, with the news that I've saw this morning is so many Nigerians would have to, return back, to Nigeria because the Dubai authority, either for reason known to them, they are not renewing their immigration status, visas have been cancelled, and that is having a big toll. Just 2 days ago, implication of the new UAE visa rules for Nigeria travelers is making it very, very difficult. But as we speak right now, to our listeners, Nigerians are now stranded in Dubai and now seeking the federal government for assistance. So a group of Nigerians are stranded in United Arab Emirates have now sent an SOS to the government seeking to be evacuated back to the country. According to one of the ladies who spoke to the media on the telephone, says they have been in Dubai deportation camp for over a week without adequate food and care. According to her, the lady says most of them were trafficked into United Arab Emirates on the promise of being given a job, but were rather used for commercial sexual exploitation with the travel documents seized from them. So that has become, a very, big one for so many people that are having families and concern as well. So we hope, the federal government will take, the necessary action as quickly as possible, to look into, some of these Nigerians that are already stuck. But like I said, I've seen the video. It's a very, very sad one. Citizens are now called for Nigerian government for the help. You would expect that, the ambassador, should be working tirelessly, in this kind of situation. But this is where a lot of Nigerians and those that are now saying that, we cannot just continue like this, because if we are not respected as Yoruba people, as the Biafra people, as even the Middle Belt, should we continue to be part of a country that disrespect, the citizens? Yes, the reason why people have traveled in the first place is because of the situation at home, whether the welfare, the education, the insecurity, as well. I'm going to touch one more, but do let me know when you want me to come back into the studio. Once again, it is still your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Aisha Buhari worried over high rate of drug abuse among women and youth. The president's wife expressed the readiness to support any cause geared towards tackling the menace. We do know that those drug related issues is not just in Nigeria, is a global issue, and just as Nigeria is going through its own as well. The wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, yesterday lamented that 1 out of every 4 drug users, one is a woman. She's now charging the traditional and religious bodies to set up advocacy against the menace. According to her, the 2021 joint survey of the National Bureau of Statistics and the Center for Research and Information of Substance Abuse, CRIS, supported by the United Nations Office of Drug and Crime, was disturbing. Nigeria had about 14.3 million of its productive population engaged in drug abuse. This is quite very, very high. We're talking about 14.3 million, Nigerians, out of its productive population engaged in drug abuse. And the figure is projected to rise up by 40% by the year 2030. That is if Nigeria is still binding together as a country. This is approximately,
okay. Listeners, we have sincerely apologize for that. We haven't, I think that team are still working on it. But Yomi, before you continue from there, let me just acknowledge a few people who have to join us as well. Adeshina Adeyemo, I said good morning, Koiki and Starr Radio UK. Regards from Bishop Adeshina. Bishop, good morning to you. And more you watch, Senuga says good morning. House, I believe very soon it will happen by itself. The boat will catch fire the cowards will be brave and they will have power to fight back when they are left with no option. Moyiwa Senegal says Yoruba Nation now. And so let me say thank you very much to all of you who are on the Facebook as well. We salute each and every one of you. But let me go back to Yomi. We apologize. We cannot see the image of Mr. Olaimi Koiki this morning due to some technical issue that is going on. But as I said earlier on, the technical team is working assiduously to bring you that. So just bear with us. But we have the voiceover of Mr. Olaimi Koiki. And let's go back to him. But a quick one on the travels, because those of us in the diaspora, most of us, I mean, some people have gone down to Nigeria on holiday. Some are still planning to go. Now, how do people, when you are once in Nigeria, if you want to travel, how do you buy your ticket? Do you have to buy it online, or you buy it so that if people who can afford, because it's happening that it looks like people are buying the tickets in maybe
local currency,
dollar equivalent, dollar equivalent in naira, okay? But the government has to give them their dollars, which the government is willing to do so. So what is happening is government is trying to take the dollars of or the foreign currency of these airlines. That's what's causing the problem.
Well, I mean, yes, I mean, the cause of the problem is trapped forex, in the country, and that literally means that Nigeria, as we speak right now, the government is unwilling to allow investors to repatriate their fund that has been used by Nigerians in the first place. If I was in Nigeria this morning and I needed to travel to UK, what I have to do is, you can go through any of the agents, or you can literally buy it online. But I think most people use the agent because the online system in Nigeria is not as stable as just going on the Expedia, or any of the ones that we use here in UK, and I can easily buy my ticket without seeing any agent and the assurance that I will receive the ticket. It's a different thing entirely in Nigeria, so you will have to rely on an agent to purchase the ticket. So while you are doing the transaction, you are not using the dollar to buy the ticket. You are literally using naira to purchase your ticket. So, but according to the IATA, says investors would abandon Nigeria as Buhari regime now withhold $464 million of foreign airline revenue. I don't know what the law says, whether airline have the right to repatriate their money, or the money have to totally be invested back in Nigeria. Because I mean, even if the money has to be invested, I'm not sure the whole fund has to be. The IATA is disappointed that the amount of airline money that has been blocked for repatriation by the Nigerian government grew. Could there be another signal? I'm just trying to look at it from a different angle. Is there something that we don't know? Because election is coming, the instability in the country. Maybe some of these airlines, are getting gear ready, because they don't know what the situation is going to be. Nigeria is going through a very, very difficult time, and there's no doubt about it. The government knows, the international community knows about it. And could there be why some of them just want to take some of those money back before everything goes, into a different dimension? But before coming back to you in the studio, the IATA said this, on their, on Twitter, is now urging Buhari regime to prioritize the release of the fund before more damage is done, noting that the failure to do so will affect Nigeria's access to its services. Airlines can't be expected to fly if they cannot realize revenue from the ticket sales. Loss of connectivity harms the economy, hurt investors' confidence, impact jobs and people's lives, according to the Global Airline Association. IATA statement followed Emirates Airline announcing a suspension of all flights to and from Nigeria after several attempts to take back their 85 million that is stuck already in Nigeria. So it now looks like Nigeria is collapsing gradually.
Now, interestingly, maybe they have a period of time that government, the funds had to be released to, maybe they have maybe 2 months or maybe a month or whatever. I don't know. We've not got those details, but we promise you that we'll be doing diligence to that over the weekend, and then we'll be bringing you more on that front. But how come government say that they are what, holding on to $400+ million? That doesn't belong to them. Even if the companies are not supposed to repatriate 100% of their money, I know at least they will repatriate, let's call it 80% of it. So Why is government not releasing some of it to them and saying that maybe that one has to stay? What exactly is going on? Is it time that, everything falling apart, as we've been saying all along? Good morning to Pastor Emmanuel Chidi for joining us as well. As many of you who are on the Facebook, we salute you, and every other platform that you're listening to us from, we salute you. But my apologies because we don't have the live view or pictures coming from the North London studios. Just bear with us. It's nothing to do with where he is, but I think it's something to do with the connectivity here. So just bear with us while the technical team continue on that front. But Yomi, now let's come to the mass deportation issue that you were talking about, because it's pertaining to traveling. Now, nobody in his right sense of mind would say that I'm living in my house where everything is there. We've got gold. As the Christians would say, when the Israelites were being taken from Egypt to go to the promised land, they were promised milk and honey and everything. Now, and you have all those things. You think you want to go out? It's just a few who are that way that will want to be going out to explore, to go and find out whatever is out there. So for government to be sitting down and not seeing to it that who is inviting people to go to the United Arab Emirates or wherever they are, where they are facing deportation, and what is the government doing about that as well?
It's not just United Arab Emirates that we have a lot of Nigerians that are stuck, when it comes to immigration issues. I mean, let's come back to UK. UK has a very, very tough immigration rules, and that has actually affected, so many thousands of Nigerians that, got here, one way or the other, and they decided to stay, doesn't want to go back. But the situation that we have in Dubai, according to what, the report says, that is about 200 persons, both male and female, that have now been kept in a deportation camp, and they will be transferred back to Nigeria, which we don't know when that is going to be happening. But you're quite right. Some Nigerians have been given the false information. Apart from this, the reason for Nigerians wants to go out of their country is because of so many, reasons, economic reasons, jobs wise. I mean, in the 80s, we have Nigerians that were literally traveling out of Nigeria, and they are willing to return back to Nigeria as quickly as possible because there was a job opportunity, and they thought everybody was building a country. Only for us now to realize that the country has not been built; it has already been living on a false pretense. So Nigeria has been an illusion. But this time around, somebody like myself, left Nigeria in the almost 2 decades ago, and as of today, we still have more Nigerians that are traveling. Dubai seems to be, a country that opened its door, when it comes to, Nigerians that wanted to go there. I mean, they've now actually started tightening their immigration rules. So, in the past, you can easily, get a Dubai visa, and within a space of time, you're already in Dubai. Dubai is not as what you might think, but it is still much better, than Nigeria. Those that are going there are given the false pretense that they will get a good job when they get there, but it's a different thing entirely. Remember that the people that are going are probably going in the hope that they will get something for nothing, only for them to realize that it is a false pretense.
It is sad. It is sad, but I don't know who these traffickers, let me put it that way, as whether government is doing anything to find them, to find out what exactly they are doing so that they can crack down on them. But we're not very sure of all that. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:35. And let's move on to some of the other stories that you were talking about. Aisha Buhari worried over high rates of drug abuse among women and youth. Now, that's quite scary. If he's saying that 1 out of 4 of drug abusers are women, then we have a problem.
Yeah, you're quite right. There's no doubt about it. When it comes to the society, you expect the women, to be up there. But like you did say, 1 out of 5 women, using drugs. Like we say, is there any reason for that again? The reasons, known would be that people are very, very going through a lot. Not just the women. I actually come across a very, very pathetic sad video where a young man, in Nigeria, a Yoruba, precisely from what he was saying, committed a suicide, and he did a video before he committed that suicide, pleading with the wife and the children that the debt that he has. as a lot of people are going through so much in Nigeria, as the poverty rate continue, we will end up seeing more people, using drugs as well, even though it is not the right thing to do. Do we have, mechanism support? That is where the president's wife is saying that, something needs to be done now, to support those that are going through, drug-related issues.
Now, has Nigeria got anything to maybe combat drug abuse like what we have here? Though we know that there's lots of drug abusers happening here when it comes to the advanced countries, but they still have a system where these people are gradually pulled out, or they have a support system that can help them out of it if they want to. Does Nigeria have anything of the sort?
Well, yes, we have a lot of NGOs, both here in UK and other countries, and likewise the ones set up in Nigeria. The NDLA is there, working around the clock to stop, importation and export, import and output of drugs out of the country, and those that wants to bring them as well. But when we talk about drugs, drugs comes in different form and different shape. We have people that are using, medicine that are probably. Let me give an example. If I was to go to Asda this morning, I would not be allowed to buy more than 2 sachets of paracetamol because, in as much as it's a painkiller, it can also be used, in a way, that could have a big impact. The president's wife says, she expressed readiness to support any cause that is geared towards tackling the menace. But the first lady also told the gathering that women have a vital role to play towards modeling the characters of their children for better upbringing. But the reason again that we are seeing more pressure within the society is the fact that the poverty rate continue to grow as Nigeria remain the capital poverty of the world as we speak this morning.
Okay, today, Equator to you as well. Listen to Starr Radio UK. Mr. Live again, our North London students. I'm Archie. Apologies, you're going to see a live video from our North London studio. Just bear with us while the technical team try to work on it assiduously. But let's move on to some other stories. Abduction again. It's virtually becoming like a norm. You wake up and today, if there's no abduction, it becomes an anomaly. So some students are adopted as well.
Yes, you're quite right. Yesterday, in Enugu State, it was a very sad one as there was a case of kidnap, as well. Nigerians are probably even not even understanding, the magnitude of, some of these issues, because if we continue to see, more Nigerians being kidnapped, ransom paid, we're talking about huge ransom. And some of individuals pay this ransom, and it doesn't even come to the limelight at all, because some believe that coming to the limelight is not going to be a very good one for the society. But what can be done to stop the kidnapping? The only thing that we can only advise is that the government, I'm talking about the state governors, now need to buckle up to stop the menace. Those that are committing this act, as we know, is due to the border that has been left open, and also we have so many other criminal activities as well. But like we say, may Nigeria never happen to you. So these 2 individuals are law school students, adopted, by the gunmen in Enugu State, the southeast of Nigeria. The students, according to the source, they were adopted about around 8 p.m. yesterday. When it gets to about 6 p.m. in Nigeria, if you're probably still outside, you are prone to a lot of things. I was in Nigeria, a couple of years, and I was there last year. And what you could experience is, the more longer you are spending outside, either because of the traffic, you become, even in Lagos, and that takes us back to, the young lady that was justice for Bamishe. Bamishe was actually leaving work, as a fashion designer in Lagos State, heading to her brother's wife to support her because she was pregnant. She never got to the destination. But one thing that saved her was, one thing that, allowed us to know what we know is that she did a short video while she was in the BRT, which is a Lagos transportation, telling her friends that, it seems strange, this vehicle has actually turned off the light. She was eventually raped. Part of her body was taken off, and she was dumped naked. We are talking about Lagos State, not to compare, people that are not even in Lagos, in Enugu State, where at 8 p.m., it will literally looks like you are already in the middle of the morning, about 1 a.m. I'm talking about because of there's no electricity, everywhere will be completely pitch dark, and your chances of not being kidnapped is very, very slim. They were said to have gone to the market area to buy food before they were ambushed by the gunmen.
Listeners, it is Starr ready, okay, where we bring you all the updates that you need to know when it comes to Nigeria and other parts of the world. But Mr. Lenny King and Northland Studios, I'm currently here in the South Studios. Once again, apologize for the lack of live visual from the Northland Studios. Okay, now, Yomi, let's move on to some other stories. Over to you.
Well, let's go straight to one more, which is the United Nations. As a lot of indigenous people would love United Nations to intervene in the total breakup of Nigeria so that they can become their own independent country. But rather, it seems United Nations is doing otherwise as we speak right now. So if you're joining us, this is Starr Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. So one thing we can say is the current situation literally means that as we speak right now, Boko Haram, United Nations, reiterates commitment to bond humanitarian crisis. For how long, must United Nations continue to support humanitarian crisis when so many people are now saying, the union of us in Nigeria is literally not working, so we are better off, to come out of Nigeria gradually. But rather, the UN has renewed the commitment of humanitarian community to supporting Borno and other heat crises. How do we know this? The United Nations Humanitarian Coordinator in Nigeria, Matthias, has renewed the commitment of the humanitarian community to supporting Borno and other heat crises. I mean, does the United Nations wants, until the whole country, especially the southwest, we know the northern part of the country is completely gone. Must we wait for humanitarian disaster, to happen before we allow individual indigenous people, to leave the country? Because if the country is no longer working, there is no need trying to keep everybody together. We are better off, to be left on our own. But the United Nations is not going to do that. But rather, from the headline that we've just talked about, they are properly ready, in supporting humanitarian disaster. So let me go a little bit further. According to what we know, Mr. Matthias stated this in Maiduguri yesterday to mark 2020 World Humanitarian Day, graced by President Muhammadu Buhari. Allow me to recall that United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said this the same city just a few months ago, that the people of Borno have endured too much suffering and pain, and that it was inspired by the opportunities he saw to move forward with hope and dignity. I would rather want Nigeria to break up so that we can take care of our borders than allowing United Nations to continue to use Nigeria as a statistics, and measures as we speak. I'll come back again to you, but if we allow, let's just go straight to the social media, and then we can just review everything back. If you're joining us for the first time, you're listening to Starr Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Quite a lot of push, as Peter Obi continue, to trend more on the social media, as more push is also going in as well. But according to what I can say here on the Biafra Twitter at Biafra Tweet some 18 hours ago, join us to wish and celebrate one of our amenable defense and special counsel to Mazinam Dekano and IPOB barrister Aloy Ejimako, the man that taught Nigerian government the meaning of extraordinary rendition crime and its consequences. Happy birthday to Barrister Aloy Ejimako. Remember that the government was actually trying to pretend that Nnamdi Kanu was just picked up from Kenya and returned back to Nigeria. But what a lot of people end up understanding is there's what they call rendition, which actually was what the federal government did. The federal government kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, brought him back. He's still currently in the custody of the DSS. But what we can say is it seems Barrister Aloy Ejimako from this individual says the federal government was taught how and what it means to kidnap somebody from Kenya. There's a lot of campaign going on. Peter Obi says this some 20 hours ago. We will also rebuff all such ploys of deceit and calumny meant to create disaffection among Nigeria voting population who desire credible leadership change. That is coming from Peter Obi. Let's take one from Ifa Funshaw this morning at Ifa Funshaw Graphics. Yoruba land are lands of opportunities, opportunities that is lacking in many states in Nigeria, land of milk and richness where people are coming to invest and flourish. If Yoruba nation finally comes to realization, Yoruba land will be the most developed and peaceful nation in Africa. And then I come back to you, Mr. Archie, in the studio. This is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Yes, listeners, Mr. Olaniko, I keep bringing you updates from Nigeria. And let me say good morning to Comfort Olukunja. I said Buhari has brought hardship to Nigeria, so people are depressed. Buhari is their source of addiction. My goodness. Of course, if people are depressed and they don't know what to do, they cannot get food to eat, they will do anything just to keep their mind or distract them from their problem that they are facing. And that is one of the things. I'm not saying it should be, but that is one of the things that is causing all these people who are getting themselves involved in drugs. But well, it's all coming away from Star Radio UK and Mr. Olaniko and keeping you updates from Nigeria. Now the UN, have they gone back to or have they approached the federal government again pertaining to what they said about Nnamdi Kanu?
Well, the case of the Nnamdi Kanu, nothing much has been said. Yes, his legal team are still, working hard to get him released, from the custody of, the DSS. How soon that is going to happen is what we don't know. But you're quite right. Remember that United Nations, one of their humanitarian, on August the 2nd, UN decision on Nnamdi Kanu's unconditional release binding. The government have not responded, even though, part of the northern groups, actually responded on behalf of maybe the government, because they actually, about 52 of the northern groups, literally asked the United Nations, to keep away from the current situation of what is happening in Nigeria. But what we know, about 2 weeks ago precisely, where the special counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the indigenous people of the Biafra, IPOB, Alo Ejimakor, we just wish happy birthday, has stated that the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention is a quasi-judicial body that has a subsisting legal mandate of the United Nations to consider, the human rights petition against member nation. Let us remember that Nigeria signs a lot of treaty with United Nations and other countries, when it comes to human rights. But it's a country that disrespect, and probably even as much as they've signed some of these treaties, we'll probably not get to know. But as the General Assembly is coming up next month, there's a lot of rumor that the president might not be attending. I don't want to believe that, but we wait and see. But if the president is going to be attending, just as he did last year, that would then mean that there will be a lot of pressure on him, in terms of, Nnamdi Kanu being kept, in the custody of the DSS, while the country has a lot of terrorists that are still running around without appropriate, stopping that and having a big impact in the economy and the investment of so many Nigerians that still believe in Nigeria, not people like us.
Dr. Morton, good morning to you and thank you very much for joining us. But one before we go, now if it happens that Buhari is going to the UN, I'm sure that there's going to be lots of demonstrators out there who will be pushing, doing all sorts. But the Northern Elders, what have they said? What have been their stand pertaining to abduction, terrorism, and what do you call them, Boko Haram, and all those? How strong have they been when it comes to that issue?
Well, the other forums when it comes to the situation in the country, have tend to say that it is not the Fulanis, because remember that most of them are Fulani lineage as well, so they tend to be as very quiet on the issue of the situation in the country. But yes, they understand and they know that it's crisis in Nigeria. But what they're saying, they're challenging the Benue State governor for arresting as many Mayati Hala that are just, cattle herders. But, we do know that evidence-based, that a lot of these cattle herders are the same people that are committing most of the atrocity that has been affected. So they are not saying so much, as against, the terrorism, but they believe that Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB are terrorists, and as the government has prescribed them, for a very long time, they must be kept in that condition. But those that are the Fulani herders, should not be said to be, terrorists. And that is where, the Benue State Governor Autumn said some few, weeks back that, why would you keep Nnamdi Kanu, that has not killed anyone, but yet we have terrorists that are roaming around with AK-49, no longer AK-47, and destroying farms, killing individuals. And as we continue to say, there's a lot that is still going on when it comes to kidnapping issue in Nigeria. Just as we said yesterday, that 2 innocent Nigerians lost to them going to buy food at about 8 p.m. 8 p.m. is not, so late as you can think of. I mean, we're not talking about 12, we're not talking about 10 p.m. They were still moving around at 8 p.m. And that shows how unsafe Nigeria is today if you can be kidnapped at about 8 p.m. local time.
Well, Jesus says something in the Bible. He says that take the log out of your eye so they can see clearly, to take the peck out of someone's eyes. And that's what I'll be telling the northern elders now. They have to see to that. Look at who is rampaging the country and tell us who has to be seen to or dealt with. Well, it is Starr Radio UK. I mean, over the weekend, are there any activities for Odua or IPOP or any activities, Joe?
Well, next week is a very busy one where the Yorubas will be gathering again in Dustin, for a cultural day event that is coming up. In terms of other engagement, yes, next week there's a lot of rally that will be held in Yoruba land, from Ilaro, according to what we have. And this one says, Omo Yoruba, Ogun State, in conjunction with all the Yoruba Nation agitators, Yoruba Nation out of Nigeria, a special movement for campaign that will be happening in Ilaro on the 27th from 9 a.m. Also, there will be a movement in Ibadan on the 27th as well. Just 2 days ago, we had, the Akikanju Obirin Adulawo Agbaye that held a conference in Lagos State, campaigning and giving awareness, and also some kind of gift to those at home. So, quite a lot is being prepared. And the other one next week before we go is Awa Omo Yoruba Ajijangbara Otaku Awaye. We'll be having a peaceful rally in Ibadan on the 27th at 10 a.m. But the most important mega rally that about 1 million people will be expected is still being held, but will be announced, by the leader of the Yoruba movement, Professor Banji Akintoye, and Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, and the rest of the team, Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri, that will be announcing that at the appropriate time. But for now, over this weekend, we will just be having meetings as usual and engagement and advising people that the campaign remain peaceful, as we have said, out of Nigeria.
Okay, Yomi, before you go.
Well, it is the weekend, and this is where people get paid every Friday in UK. And otherwise, as you're going out to enjoy the weekend here in UK, also for those at home, remember to stay safe. And the only way to keep safe is also to follow all the news and the headline from Starr Radio UK on our Twitter, Instagram, and likewise, I'll be back again on Monday morning. May Nigeria never happen to you. And the young man that died, that committed suicide, we pray for the family that he left behind, because in that video, he talked about his wife and his children. And also, we pray for those individuals that are going through difficult times in Nigeria today.
Wow. Yomi, let me say thank you very much, and have a lovely weekend. We'll catch up later.
Bye for now, Mr. Archie, and bye to all our listeners.
Listeners, we are sincerely apologize for not bringing you a live feed.
At least you can see me. If you can't see the studio, I want to quickly talk on something, but Munela is okay and come back down. Please do not call if you know that I'm live. You're actually going to be disturbing the broadcast. Mofisa Olori, UN. I'm sure you've heard the headline. It's on the Mashia link in Palua. Boko Haram, UN reiterate commitment to Borno. Why are they trying to always say they will do when it comes to human? Why are they humanitarian crisis before we go or before things are done? is because Nigerians don't understand the game. Sharing Tonshi, when I saw this headline this morning, I was thinking a lot of things. We know that there's crisis in Borno, just as there's crisis in Oyo State, in Ogun State. Ó lè pọ̀ jura wọn lọ lóòótọ́, because Borno State has a lot of IDP, internal displaced people or person. But why is that the United Nations wants to renew the commitment of the humanitarian community? Now, answer fún wọn pé Nigeria is so big. Why not let the indigenous people that have been there before? We couldn't connect, my face to the studio. Technology sometimes does happen, but at least you can see me. Àbúrò mi yẹn ní dé fìlà Yorùbá Nation mi. And if we did it, nígbà tá à ń ṣe studio, I can wear it now. Àbúrò mi yẹn ní why now that United Nations we prefer humanitarian crisis to be dealt with? I don't think about the General Secretary náà wá Borno yẹn náà ló lọ. They are aware that a lot of indigenous people, there's no way to one more. They are aware that we want Nigeria to be divided. Whether the UN wants that or not is a different thing. But when I come back, I'm going to open my line. And I just want to move views in your lórí issue the UN wants to renew commitment of humanitarian community to supporting Borno and other aid crises. Why must they wait for more crises to happen before Kotojekolukaluku Madalo? Kilo de touch if you be. And when I come back now, we will then roll it out. So while I'm going to do that, let me, I think it would be nice to listen to this one, the one that, let me find something. I won't be long. You know a lot of sound, I'm doing it. So that's why there's no sound of Odudua children in the house. So, I want to come on that. No. Video to play for.
Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ má gbàgbé Sunday Igboho sí Kútọ̀nù. Ọ̀pọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá kì í pẹ́ gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ń jà fẹ́nìkan tó kìkì ẹ̀ kan jàlejàkù. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ó máa tẹ̀lé, wọ́n wà lẹ́yìn, wọ́n sì ní kó máa nìṣó. Tó bá bojú wẹ̀yìn, àwọn ni yóò rí, àwọn ò sì ní fi sílẹ̀ nígbà kan. Ṣùgbọ́n bí nǹkan bá ti sáfẹ́rẹ́ díẹ̀, tọ́rọ̀ bá fẹ́ yíwọ́, tàbí tó le gan-an, tó fẹ́ di ta ló lè forí làkú, ọ̀pọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ni yóò sá sẹ́yìn. Ẹbí oníkálukú yóò pè wọlé, ọlọ́mọ ó bọ́mọ ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀, ọlọ́kọ ó pọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀ sí kọ̀rọ̀, yóò tilẹ̀kùn wọn. Bí tàn bá wá bojú wẹ̀yìn, kò ní rẹ́nìkan mọ́, wọn ó ti fẹni náà sílẹ̀ fúyà jẹ. Ṣùgbọ́n ti Sunday Igboho yìí ò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀, kó lè rí bẹ́ẹ̀, kó sì gbọ́dọ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá yìí, olórí ẹgbẹ́ àwọn ajìjàgbara fún Yorùbá, ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Bánjí Akíntóyè kọ̀wé pàtàkì kan sáàrẹ Muhammadu Buhari. Ohun tó kọ sínú ìwé náà ni pé àwa Yorùbá ti ṣetán, a fẹ́ máa lọ, a fẹ́ kúrò ní Nàìjíríà, ká lọ sórílẹ̀-èdè tiwa nítorí ìyà tó ń jẹ wá yìí ti pọ̀ jù. Bóyá Buhari fẹ́ tàbí kò fẹ́, ọ̀rọ̀ náà ti jáde sí ti gbogbo ayé, òun náà yóò gbọ́. Gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè àgbáyé ni ó sì máa wò tí yóò ṣe. Ohun yòówù tó bá ti díẹ̀ yọ fún Yorùbá, ó sì dájú pé nǹkan rere ni yóò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹni tó jẹ́ kí kinní náà yá bẹ́ẹ̀ lákìkanjú ọmọ tí wọ́n ń pè ní Sunday Igboho. Bá a bá fẹ́ sọ ọ́ lásọkún, méjì ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Mm.
Àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbé pẹ̀lú wa lálàáfíà.
Okay.
Àwọn tí wọ́n sì wà tó jẹ́ jàǹdùkú àtàfẹ̀míṣòfò ni wọ́n.
Okay.
Àwọn jàǹdùkú yìí ti wá gbilẹ̀ kiri.
All right.
Pàápàá lókè Ògùn.
All right, let's leave that. We will listen to that again and again. So let me open my phone line. I have a bit of time, but I have to get to the post office before 5. So let's do some talking. Abike Kamalo, Abike ka sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀. What do you want? Do you want me to continue or you want us to? I want to open the phone line so that if you want us to end the broadcast, we can end it. But I have a bit of time, especially that the house is very quiet. And I want our focus should be on UN. I know you want to talk about other things, but mo fẹ́ kọ́ more perspective àwa èèyàn wa lórí ọ̀rọ̀ United Nations yìí. So, if you're watching me on Twitter, ẹjọ ẹni tó bá ní spare phone, we have actually having problem. I don't have enough phones again that is going through when I'm doing my live show. So I don't know whether this one is going to work again, but I'm going to try and take it to the shop. Tibati Lose Post Office, my Ekaro, Yawa Janet. So if they can still fix it, but if you think you have one spare phone in the house, you can call me and say, you give it to us, voluntarily. I would really appreciate. Apparently I need at least 7 ones because if I send someone to one ilé, if I can't buy, at least I can give them second-hand one. Because I'm sure you see a lot of what they do. I bought new phones for them last year when I was at home. We were on staff to buy me. So what I don't put in Nigeria, charging and all that, it becomes more problem. So I'm looking to at least support them with extra phone to IJMG, so because we're gonna be very, very busy. Next week, I'm gonna divide our money because rally ma wà ní Ìbàdàn, rally movement ma wà ní Ìlaro, èmi náà ma wà ní wọ́n dẹ̀ ti send details ẹ̀ sí mi àwọn ìlànà UK, so màá fún wa ní gbogbo details yẹn wọ́n náà kó wà lórí phone mi, so ilé tí mo fi ń ṣe broadcast yìí, because apparently kò tẹ́ kí n máa fi phone ilé ṣe broadcast rárá because it's a very, very important line, but I have to use it now. Mo fi ń ṣe Koiki Oduduwa. So if you have a spare phone in the house, the video is skipping. Well, there's not much I can do to that. If the video is skipping, it could be the internet or it could be from your end. So if you have a spare phone, you can give us. We would appreciate it. It doesn't have to be new. And if you want to get us a new one, we would also accept it as well. Okay. Iyamo Dua. Hello, Moskini. Ejoko ti Koiki Media. That's my mom. Màá bá ń sort phone yẹn out o. So bí a ti bá ṣe lè dọ́dọ̀ yín lénìí agbára Ọlọ́run. Jáde lénìí ni. Lọ sí jáde ni. I just put my mom there. So we will continue. So I'm going to open the phone line. Let's talk about United Nations. We are answering nísìnyí terrorists wà nínú ilé. Wọ́n ṣe jàǹbá. Evidence is sure. For ṣé ó dìgbà tí, please can't link up on Facebook. Facebook is Koiki Media or Olayomi or Koiki Oduduwa. Facebook account Metal and Run Koiki Media, the same spelling, Koiki Media, all one word. Mr. Mufima for work on phone, so then can comment on Bola TV. So I'm going to open the phone line. Bear with me, Mufeshi. Facebook, we need it so that I can do my money. I can see my comment on the TV with the YouTube. The UN, Africa Confidential, you say UN had never been in our interest and will never be. Okay, all right, I can see. Thanks so much. My mother is also offering one phone from our own end. So Atina Yokon Oku 6. Because money like to send phone and some my nile. Because we are going to be very, very busy at home now. Very, very busy. So now I have my comment here. Oh, Temi, Mr. Koiki, please, I want to see you wearing Tiwantiwa Yoruba Nation Ashoke, head tie. Ask or tell someone to do it for you back home. Oh, you like to see me wear Ashoke? Okay, grandma, me man Ashoke. Okay, I don't think I have one. Okay. The back end team are listening. There's somebody that is listening that will work on that. aṣọ òkè. You like to see me wear aṣọ òkè. Pẹ̀lú fìlà abetí ajá àbí. Okay. I have a phone. How can I send it to you from US? Teba send it. Teba contact me, Mr. Olasukomi. I send address message. I'm sure people will I send addresses. No worry. Fuck on your belly. Let's open the phone line. So if you're watching me on Twitter, I'm going to use this phone. You know, the face is very dark, but you will still be hearing me bit by bit. So we will start using this one, you know, and then I'm going to open the phone line. And maybe some other areas as well. And if you have any question as well, if I can answer it. But mega rally, we want to prove to United Nations, to the international community, that we are ready to go. So again, start the late. Let's end this one. Let's talk. At least we need 3 hours window to get to the post office. So we bounty at the park here. You know, I remember somebody sent me I sent to you. When Mr. Koika, she reply here, and they have to send me a message yesterday and say they received it. Oh, my daughter here for Kabale. Tell me about the soccer modification. Timba she my soccer moshi. Every phone here she listen. Tiba go live listen. She go dark. I put dark. You know. So, but we can still manage it a little bit. Now, the line is open. Mo mọ̀ pé a lot of people máa sọ pé Koiki a fi pè but ilé tó máa sọ pé ká máa pè studio line kan ní ká pè mo mọ̀ pé ó máa look like pé ó wà a little bit difficult kò sí nǹkan tó difficult number tá máa pè lélẹ̀ ẹ tẹ̀lé send ẹ̀ kan ṣe tó ẹ bá lo DHL is fine ẹ bá dẹ̀ fi lo normal post àdọ́dọ̀ mi you know DHL UPS pick up your choice kì í tẹ́ bá ti lo ní ìyá mi kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín. Now we have the first caller. Is lost all the other areas are restricted to United Nations now. But mo kàn fẹ́ really jẹ́ ká understand iṣẹ́ wo gan ni United Nations wà fún gan-an. Hello, caller mi, ẹ̀yin lẹ kọ́kọ́ wọlé sọ́dọ̀ wa láàárọ̀ yìí. Loud and clear. Sir. Wọ́n ní bread ti di 1,000 naira ní Nàìjíríà.
1,000 naira.
Okay. A máa fi nọ́mbà yìí síta. Okay. Okay. Kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run.
1,000 naira. Bread to the new nutrition to anything. How many people can afford 1,000 bread? And the youth are still on the street shouting our local.
Peter Obi.
The bread is loaf of bread, useless bread. It's not a tasteful bread. It's not a tasteful bread.
Kò ń ṣe broach bread. Àwọn kan broach bread yẹn tẹ̀ máa tún dùn lẹ́nu dẹ́ ní àwọn afi ọwọ́ tó ní bá yẹ ṣe.
A lot of pastry.
Ọ̀dà ẹ̀jẹ̀ àtúgbò tẹ̀lé ẹ ṣe gan ni. Ibi tí ọ̀nkú wa ti tutù mọ́rọ̀ lọ yẹn ẹ rí i pé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ní agbára díẹ̀. Màá send message sí Mr. Olasukomi. Thank you so much. You can also call. Ẹ má get mixed up pé bọ̀bọ̀ ètò máa ní a máa lọ pé tí ó ṣe studio line. Studio line yẹn ẹ jẹ́ n tún pè fún yín dáadáa. Plus yẹn mi pé UK code +44. Jẹ́ ti mú pen and paper +44 74 04 40 5917. Ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n á pè bọ́ ṣe máa ń pè ní tilé +44 74 04 40 5917. The other number tẹ ní yẹn náà ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ but problem ni pé kò tẹ́ ṣe pé láti pè sórí ẹnìkan tẹ bá pè communication yẹn ó máa ń cut out. Ẹ ṣe gan-an wọ́n ti bá fi sórí Instagram náà ẹ jẹ́ n pin Instagram yẹn mọ́lẹ̀ kò yé yín nísìn ó máa ń cut out tó ti bá gbé lórí ẹ̀ ó máa disconnect so ní gbádùn ara wa but eléyìí ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbádùn ara wa bóyìnbó ṣe ń gbádùn tí mo kí gbogbo wa láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ níbikíbi tá a bá ti ń gbọ́ra wa. Iṣẹ́ wo gan ni United Nations gbà lágbàáyé? A mọ̀ pé fún humanitarian disaster but àwọn ò fi jẹ́ kí humanitarian disaster wá sórí ilẹ̀ wa láti sọ pé a fẹ́ lọ ẹ̀hàn kí tá a bá ti lọ nísìnyí tá a dá dúró a lè secure ẹ̀jẹ̀ ìgbé máàpù ní síta báyìí a lè secure border wa ó wà very very important ṣẹ́rí border border tó bá wà loose ṣòwò rẹ lóyìnbó kan border tó bá wà porous kò dáa rárá border tó bá ṣe kíni tó bá wà porous kò dáa rárá border wa dẹ̀ wà porous and it's not just about our border alone it's also concerned to our identity mo kí n bẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ọlárẹ̀wájú ní France mo ò gbúrò yín àtàlájì ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta o mo mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ ń lọ nísàlẹ̀ but ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta tẹ́ pè mí o ẹ̀yin àtàlájì I hope everything is fine there's a lot of people that are doing different things you know ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta tí mo gbúrò yín o so ṣé a gbọ́dọ̀ dúró kí humanitarian disaster máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ká tó lọ àbí kí wọ́n tó wá dá sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ ṣé ó dìgbà tí terrorist bá wọnú àdúgbò ẹ wo program tá a ṣe lálẹ́ àná ṣé ó dìgbà tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yìnbọn tó ń pààyàn tó ń blow everywhere tó ń ṣe wàhálà tó ń ṣe dí ṣé gbà yẹn ni humanitarian disaster yẹn ni UN ṣe máa wá sọ pé ok ọ̀rọ̀ ó ti lé kónkó ó ti lé kàǹkà I need achimọ̀lẹ́yìn yẹn sọ ẹ̀ mo lè máa fi yẹn monitor comment section mi ẹ̀yẹ move flower yà wá nìyẹn mo ti disturb flower yẹn bí ṣe ń gbé ni mo ń gbé lulẹ̀ so àbọ̀rọ̀ mi ò yé yín nísìn let me bring my laptop here so I can monitor ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí mixella mo kí yín o ẹ kásán níbikíbi tẹ́ ti ń gbọ́ mi tẹ́ ti ń wò wá ẹ bá wa dá sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ somebody say we need security in our place ṣé ó dìgbà tí gbàgbós wàhálà tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣé gbà yẹn ni UN máa ṣẹ̀ wá dá sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí ni èmi bèrè ni o because if we are saying that you know we don't want to be part of a country where you know our life ẹ wọ àwọn ọmọ tó kidnap yẹn nísìn 8 p.m. lọ kidnap wọn àwọn ọmọ méjèèjì yẹn àfikọ́ lọ́n jẹ́ kọ́ rí wọn tó bá ti pa wọn ẹja lọ sọ́dọ̀ ìyá wa ní Canada lókè lọ́hùn ẹ káàárọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tiyín ẹ káàsán lọ́dọ̀ tiwa
ẹ
káàárọ̀ grandma ẹ káàbọ̀ ma.
ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o.
Yes ma.
Jésù ọba máa wà pẹ̀lú yín o.
wà pẹ̀lú gbogbo àmín.
wàhálà yín ò ní jẹ́ lásán lórúkọ Jésù.
àmín.
ṣe rí pírọ́blẹ́mù wa nísìnyí o gẹ́gẹ́ bí mọ̀mọ́ onítìrí ṣe sọ bẹ́yìn náà ṣe máa sọ. ó dàbẹ́ pé kì í ṣe UN gan ni wàhálà wa o. bí ò jẹ́ àwọn politicians wa. Ọbásanjọ́ àti Tinubu nísìnyí rìkíṣí ti pa wọ́n pọ̀ wọ́n ti dọ̀rẹ́. torí wọn ò gbọ́ra wọn tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa yìí gan ló ń jẹ́ olùdènà fún wa. especially Ọbásanjọ́ yẹn. but èmi dẹ̀ ní ìgbàgbọ́ pé Ọlọ́run bá gbé Yorùbá lékè wọn. Ọlọ́run á yí wọn lọ́kàn padà sí ire. tó bá jẹ́ pé gbogbo wọn cooperate kí gbogbo wa wà ní the same line. àní ní problem. àwọn UN gan wọn ò ní máa sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ̀. torí pé wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn yẹn ò support wa. yẹn ni UN ò fẹ́ rí i pé nǹkan kan ń ṣẹlẹ̀. lójú Ọbásanjọ́ kò sí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ náà. tó bá bèèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ and everything is going fine. They are preparing for election. nǹkan tó máa sọ nìyẹn. but Ọlọ́run bá dùn wọ́n lọ. rìkíṣí ti pa wọ́n pọ̀ nísìnyí wọ́n ti dọ̀rẹ́. rìkíṣí yẹn náà ló dẹ̀ tún máa tún wọn ká lágbára Ọlọ́run. ẹ kú iṣẹ́.
ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá wa thank you so much. gbogbo yín náà ni kẹ́ ní nọ́mbà yìí lọ́wọ́ nọ́mbà yìí náà wọ́n máa fi ń pè mí lẹ́yìn ètò àwọn yẹn máa ń send message síbẹ̀ the only thing ni pé ẹ má add ẹ̀ sórí group bẹ́ẹ̀ bá add ẹ̀ mọ̀ tẹ́ni sọ fún yín máa yọra mi kúrò ní bẹ̀kọ́ tẹ́ bá ti di pé mo wà nínú group aláì máa tó pọ̀ sí ẹgbọ́n sókè ẹ tó ń pè wá. ẹ káàsán ọ̀sán lájọ́ wa ọ̀sán ní ẹ káàsán.
mo dẹ̀ appreciate fún iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ẹ ṣe.
ẹ ṣé gan ni sir.
now what ṣẹ́gbẹ́ àrùn ọkọ̀ tì ní but one thing àtẹ̀kùnmọ̀tì kọ́. ẹ wo ṣé rí na níwọ̀n ẹ̀nù ní intervene until tí wàhálà bá wá yé níwọ̀n ẹ̀nù ní intervene fẹ́ níwọ̀n ẹ̀nù they are not even they will never intervene until there is any form of war or chaos in the country wọ́n ní intervene.
ẹ má bínú pé mo interject ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ yín lẹ́nu bàbá mi but ó ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ dúró tí wàhálà bá ṣẹlẹ̀ kó tó intervene.
bẹ́ẹ̀ sẹ́ ó lè wá tí wàhálà bá yẹlẹ̀ wọ́n tó intervene sẹ́ ẹ gé tiẹ̀ ráì sá ẹ wọ́n ní intervene o ọmọ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ sà wọn ní tàbí rárá torí wọn fẹ́ kí wọn ní fẹ́ kí ìlú wọn ní fẹ́ torí wọn ní fẹ́ kí ìlú kúkú bẹ́ẹ̀ bọ̀ bí wàhálà bá ṣẹlẹ̀ níbi bí wàhálà bá kọjú sí àwọn sí ìbáyọ̀ bá ti kọjú síra wa tí ẹ̀yàn ti lọ tí wàhálà ti ń lọ ó ti lọ fọ pé nǹkan owó ti lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ that's why the fathers the one that's the only way they can intervene sir ẹ máa what is it ìwé ìrùn ní intervene ṣe wọ́n wẹ̀ wọ́n kó pa kó máa pa àwọn ọlọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ wọ́n kó máa pariwo pé wọ́n kó máa pariwo ẹ̀ bọ̀dé pé kí wọ́n fully intervene to the situation tó wà nílẹ̀ bí wàhálà bá ṣẹlẹ̀ àbí oògùn ẹ̀gẹ́ owó àwọn òkè kó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n ní intervene o wọ́n sọ fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ sá wọ́n ní intervene ẹ̀ ní àwọn owó tẹ̀ wú wọn ṣèbí àwọn olóòwò ṣé kìí ṣe àwọn UK àwọn ìdílé UK olùsọ Amẹ́ríkà àwọn ṣé àwọn ìfẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà pé wọ́n fẹ́ ní wọ́n fẹ́ ọ̀tí tí àwọn ìfẹ́ kí àwọn ọ̀fẹ́ ká lọ rárá àtọ̀ ṣé ká máa kí èmi láyé mi kí Fúlàní má dáa tó lọ skul kó bẹ́ẹ̀ wá darí gba sà ọlọ wọ́n fún dídùn kọ́ kí wọ́n ti pè wọ́n àwọn UN wọ́n ní intervene o something must be done and we must take this action especially security ẹ̀ ń sọ yìí ṣé ẹni pé ṣe wà kí ṣe wò kí ni mo ti lẹ́sọ̀ Kòtónú lè ní ti lẹ́sọ̀ sí láti Nàìjíríà bí mo ṣe máa cross border lọ nìyẹn ẹ bá dẹ̀ wà tá à ń pàdé tá à ti cross border tá a lọ Kòtónú bí mi ti lẹ́sọ̀ rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ti lẹ́sọ̀ ẹ bá dẹ̀ wà tá a ti cross ẹ àwọn wọlé máa bá àwọn Fúlàní tó gbé dè wọn ẹ kò ń bí ìlọ mi jókòó ẹ where are you from mo ní what are you talking about can't you understand what you are saying oh tẹ gbọ́ rẹ nù ẹ can't you understand what you mean English you are speaking àwọn ilé wọn máa rúùlù wa ẹ wọ́n ṣe rí ìlà náà fẹ́ kú òòsà they must take it by force by force ni o I'm not supposed to you ẹbí wọ́n ti ní bí ìbá ṣe máa sọ I also respect àwọn bàbá wa Akíntóyè ń máa respect wọn gan ṣùgbọ́n sà dábàá take action sà ẹgbẹ́ take action one day one allowed to go there must be action sir bẹ́ẹ̀ni sir there must be action irú ẹ̀ ò ní intervene sir until wàhálà bá wáyé sir àti bá ṣe gbé kiri láìlẹ̀ jáde but that rally must be good àgbàbáṣe máa hold rally which agbúdọ̀ wà very well equipped ni well fortified ni sir ọmọ ní alára ti wọ I'm telling you sir our Mumbai so they won't allow us to go. I can't imagine myself with all these guys, all the grades. Can you imagine láti bá kí èèyàn máa travel láti Nàìjíríà lọ sí Kòtónú ló máa lẹ́jọ́ kí ló wà ní Kòtónú yìí inú ẹ̀ wò ó torí pé ìlú náà ò dáa. Ẹja pé kíkà ló máa lọ tiẹ̀ sà ẹjọ́ that is it sir. They will not intervene until there is chaos in the country. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni that is whether we like it or let us get it right. Ìwọ ìwọ́n mọ̀ yẹn wọ́n mọ̀ they will not intervene o. Wọ́n á kò máa wò yín ni o. What have you done in your country that will make us to intervene?
What have we done? So gbogbo awuyewuye ariwo tá ń pa tá ń fún wọn ní information wọ́n pa wá. I hope people can still hear me on this Koiki Oduduwa ẹjọ́ studio line nìkan ni kẹ́ pé ṣé gbogbo wàhálà awuyewuye tá a ṣe ń ṣe yẹn ṣé kò mí pé wọ́n gbọ́ ni àbí wọ́n kọ̀ gbọ́ wọ́n ṣe tí kún.
Wọ́n gbọ́ ni wọ́n ṣe tí kún ni.
Wọ́n gbọ́ wọ́n ṣe tí kún ni.
Wọ́n ṣe tí kún. Wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà láti ṣe ti sà.
Okay. Okay, ó dàgbà àgbà yẹn ti lọ.
That is it.
Okay.
That is it sà. Wọ́n ṣe ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà.
Okay.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ẹ̀pọ̀ bọ́ ṣe pa àwọn yẹn bó bá ti di pa àwọn tó ṣe wọ́n ti kó kiri ogun jáde gbọ́dọ̀ àgbẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ṣe àwọn ìtàgbẹ́. Bó bá ṣe yẹ àti wọ́n pa àwọn ọkọ̀ nílùú wọn pa àwọn ọkọ̀ wọ́n lọ kidnap àwọn yẹn ṣé ìyẹn kan UN. Wọ́n máa bá ẹ̀kọ́ lè máa sọ̀rọ̀ ní lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò ní kó yẹn nǹkan wọn. Ọ̀tí tí wàhálà ìbá ṣẹlẹ̀ kó tó fún ìtàgbẹ́ sà I'm telling you the truth sir. That is it sir. N ta máa ṣe ni
ṣe conflict ṣe iṣẹ́ tẹ nǹkan àwọn èèyàn yẹn ṣe bí conflict kìíní ni because ó look like pé understand ọ̀rọ̀ UN ojú èmi gan lọ.
No sir no accounting
lẹ ṣe
accounting courses and business courses sir but into politics I do on politics I do read much gan and I read on conflict I do read much on them. Wàhálà tí ìyá tí àwọn ilé fi jẹun ní Nàìjíríà ló fi ló make me to go through to read more to study more on it sir.
Okay. Ẹ ṣé gan ni àti learn lọ́dọ̀ yín láàárọ̀ yìí àyè wà fún gbogbo wa lénìí like I said as long as the bá ṣàtìdé post office before 5 which we still have ample of time mo ti rí kọ́ọ̀lù yín ìyá wa máa pè yín padà náà ẹ jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ lọ sí the next caller ọ̀rọ̀ UN yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀ hámà ìdí ẹ̀ lénìí ẹgbọ́n sókè ẹgbọ́n pé wà ẹ káàárọ̀ sà.
Ẹ káàárọ̀.
ọ̀sán lájọ wà bí àjọ wà ní ibi ìbàyìí náà ni.
ẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ tán yẹn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà.
ó ní experience nípa ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ but from my point of view nǹkan tí mo ti witness UN settings rí. UN ò ṣe nǹkan kan o ká má wulẹ̀ tọ́ra wa. UN ò ní ṣe nǹkan kan sí. tẹ́ bá find out nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Mali. nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní fẹ́ dárúkọ lì náà. kìíní so UN ò ní ṣe nǹkan kan tí tó bá tó dàrú tí government settings. The government function, our government facilities over team are bad. No affect ìjọba. UN need that deal. UN don't share anything. Don't share anything.
So kí la máa wá ṣe báyìí bàbá wa? Kí la tún lè ṣe mọ́ sí fún awareness? Because àwọn ò fẹ́ dá wàhálà sílẹ̀ but ìjọba ti kó àwọn terrorists tó fi pa wá báyìí. Kí la wá máa wá ṣe báyìí? Gbogbo ẹni tí ó bá jẹ́ pé ó yẹ kẹ́ ti gba flag fún ìdíkan àbí ìdíkejì ẹ má sọ pé torí èmi ò ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kí n mọ so that ká lè fi mí ránṣẹ́ sí yín because maybe I must have missed that. À ń gbọ́ yín bàbá wa.
The only thing tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n for now UN ò ní dá anything. UN ò ní dá sí tí ò bá ti wàhálà pátápátá kó di kó tí affect ìjọba ó ti affect government function facility àti ní UN ò ní dá. àwọn olóṣèlú wa ló ti gbàjẹ́ wá. Àwọn
olóṣèlú yẹn nísìn báwo la ṣe lè appeal sí wọn àwọn olóṣèlú yẹn báwo la ṣe lè appeal sí wọn mọ́ lórí ìrìn àjò yìí pé intan sọ yìí.
ibi tó dé yìí wọ́n wo different video ọ̀rọ̀ appeal ò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ appeal ò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ because wọ́n ti change orientation àwọn ọgbọ́n irú bọ̀wọ́ kan tí ó ń play video kan online ó ń play bàrí yẹn kọrin pé lágbájá ṣe báyìí ó ṣe báyìí ó ṣe báyìí ó ṣe báyìí wọ́n dẹ̀ ní kò ṣe dáadáa. So pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí orientation àwọn èèyàn ni pé nǹkan tó ṣàwọn àbúrò ni pé 2023 election wọ́n ṣàfẹ́ àtìbẹ̀ either one way or the other wọ́n dẹ̀ ti raise different propaganda tó yẹ pé àwọn pásítọ̀ gangan jáde ní ìmọ̀rú pásítọ̀ church yẹn tó fi kọ́lá sọ́rọ̀ lánàá tó sọ pé Yorùbá ṣe báyìí nígbà Awólọ́wọ̀ Yorùbá ṣe báyìí nígbà Abíọ́lá Yorùbá tó fẹ́ ṣe báyìí again so wọ́n ti raise propaganda oríṣiríṣi láti lè fi counter movement yìí the only thing tó wà nílẹ̀ sí ni pé appeal mi ní kó má appeal o but when it gets to a stage appeal will never work. ìbẹ́sìn ni mi ìmọ̀ bó ṣe lè ṣẹlẹ̀ mi ìmọ̀ bọ́lọ̀ ṣe lè ṣe omi ìmọ̀ àwọn tọ́lọ̀ tún lè lo mi ìmọ̀yàn tọ́lọ̀ ìlú tí àwọn politicians bá ti máa rí attack from different angles wọn ní sọkàn mu ní Nàìjíríà especially wọn ní sọkàn.
So a lè appeal sí wọn pé intan sọ yẹn bá wa wò ó gbẹgbẹ yẹ wò.
Majority politician ní Nàìjíríà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá of today mo lọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ tó jẹ́ politician tó bá sọ létí àní kí ló sọ. wọ́n ẹ̀ dẹ́ àwọn ìwọ̀n ní stage òde mo gbọ́ àfi tó bá yẹ kó dojú Ọlọ́run tó táwọn kò lè dúró mọ́.
Ok ẹ jẹ́ ká tún gbọ́ tiẹ̀ yẹ mọ́ gbọ́. èèyàn kan tó ní 1100 ní bread ládùúgbò àwọn wàhálà tí wàá dé báyìí.
àwọn ti gbọ́ náà.
ó dà ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa ẹ já tún fún ẹlòmíì náà ní àyè ọ̀rọ̀ yìí má ti wá lè kọ̀ǹkà báyìí o kí lẹ́yìn rí sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ United Nations politicians wa mega rally gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ló wọnú ara wọn ẹ gbóhùn sókè ẹ̀yin náà ti wọlé ẹ káàbọ̀.
ìyá orúkọ mi ní comrade Babatopo Yílẹ̀ Àmọ́lá.
ok ẹ káàbọ̀ comrade.
yes ẹ kú iṣẹ́ olówó.
àwa nìyẹn.
Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run ní fi yín lẹ́ o.
àmì Ọlọ́run kò ní fi gbọ́ alẹ́ o.
lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹ̀fọ́ ilẹ̀ ọ̀dọ́ àgbẹ̀ yín wá gbàgbọ́ ní gbọ́dọ̀ alẹ́ o.
gbogbo wa náà ló máa gbé lágbára Ọlọ́run.
nílẹ̀ Yorùbá gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe wọ́n tá ní gbogbo wọn tó ń ṣe wọ́n tà láàárín.
mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ọlásùnkànmí àti
ìjà. bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò stop wa ká gba Oòduà nation. tó wá pẹ́ ẹni tó wá fẹ́ lọ sí ọ̀dà Fúlàní kó ló máa ṣe ìjọba lórí wọn kọ́ máa lọ bẹ̀. bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn adájọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá lóòótọ́ tá a ti bìlí pé a bìlí pé nínú òmìnira yìí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá yìí gbogbo àwa la máa múra dáadáa a máa múra dáadáa a máa fèsì wọn ni ó bá yá. nígbà tí mo sọ fáwọn kan lánàá mo ní 1998 nígbà tó pa MK Abiola.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni sà.
àdìdí ń gbà yẹn mo wà lára àwọn tó dìde ta join Yorùbá youth movement nígbà yẹn ta demand fún Oòduà nation. bẹ̀tí gbà yẹn ààrẹ tó ń sọ̀pọ̀tì wá gbà yẹn ìkíní ẹ̀ ti dá down. a dúpẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run gbé gbogbo yín dìde báyìí.
so ṣé pé ntẹ́yìn tí ń fà bọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ni kó tó di pé gbogbo irú àwọn àtẹ̀tù wá tó wá jáde sí báyìí.
yes mo fi kíní ẹ̀ wọn àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò kan láti gbà tó sọ pé Kánú ló dàgbà lójú ta fi ń dìbò fún Oòduà nation. mo sọ fún ọmọ jẹ́ mọ̀ pé yẹ pé àwọn táwa ń báyìí ní 1958 bàbá gbogbo ó ti lọ sí UK gbà yẹn tó dìbò fún Oòduà nation. ṣé ẹ gbọ́ mi.
mo gbọ́ yín sà mo gbọ́ yín.
ó dìbò fún Oòduà nation. ní 1998 again Yorùbá youth movement in which I was part of it. ṣe bọ́ sí adìmọ́lì fún Oòduà nation máa pa MK Abiola kí ní ẹ̀kọ́ wà gbà mo lè sẹ́dẹ̀ sí lórí WhatsApp. ṣe bọ́ sí mo lọ fún wọn lánàá ó gbà tó ń gbé lánàá díẹ̀ ṣe ká tó sọ fún ẹ pé that was July 13, 1988 Yorùbá youth movement ó wà lọ́wọ́ mi bí mo ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ tó kọ́ dẹ́tù wá ń gbà yẹn ní Abdulrasaq a lawyer is our president gbà yẹn president wa ń gbà yẹn so àdéhùn ní kátà sọ ń gbà yẹn sí pé wọ́n ní we demand for peaceful independence of Yorùbá nation lẹ́tà demand fún gbà yẹn ni ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ adúgbò pé Ọlọ́run pé bàbá Akíntóyè àti àwọn sọ́dẹ̀bù àtẹ̀yìn náà àti gbogbo àwọn àgbààgbà àti ṣífù máàmù Yorùbá Ọlọ́run pé wọn dìde ó tẹ̀ gbá wọn náà dìde ẹ̀sìn à ń lọ káàkiri láti pa aṣọ fẹ́ẹ́ nìkan aṣọ fáwọn èèyàn pé káwọn èèyàn ká mọ̀ pé nǹkan tá a fẹ́ lélẹ́yìí àfẹ́ Nàìjíríà mọ́ ṣe gbọ́ mi so àfẹ́ Nàìjíríà mọ́ tó ìyá tá a jẹ bí mo bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ìyá tá a jẹ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ sì kò ní kéré kò sí nǹkan níbi ìdáwà yìí àwọn èèyàn jẹun kò sóúnjẹ kò sí nǹkan kò sí náà kò sí nǹkan a lọ ń fowó ṣáàjì fóònù ni.
ẹni sùúrù ẹ lọ ń fi owó ṣáàjì fóònù.
ìyá ẹ̀ pé iye máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí owó kò sí náà a lọ ń fowó ṣáàjì fóònù ni lójoojúmọ́ ẹ bá sáré sọ ọ̀nà ìgbowó nípa lọ́wọ́ wa owó ẹ̀kọ́ wá sí náà kò sí ṣẹ́kù sí ọkọ.
my brother.
ṣe bọ́ sí.
mo ń gbọ́ yín bàbá.
tó o ń gbà mí ti máa ń sọ
ó dà pé mò ń gbọ́hùn ìyá wa lábẹ́lẹ̀ díẹ̀ náà táwọn náà ń sọ kankan ẹ kò jẹ́ kí n gbọ́hùn wọn.
mo ní kò sí ná mo ti máa ti bá dẹ̀ ẹ̀ dì á tún sanwó nọ́mbà lò yẹn náà a máa lọ fowó cháàjì fóònù a máa lọ fowó ṣe ra epo tá a máa lè fi rí light at the end of the day tí wọ́n ti bá ẹ̀ iná tàn fún àyè wọ́n á fún wa gbowó ẹ̀ náà.
ṣe bọ́sìn so ilé gan tá à ń gbé gan nígbà tí ò ṣiṣẹ́ àṣà àsanwó ilé ṣe bọ́sìn so ṣé bá ṣe máa fẹ́ máa balẹ̀ lẹ́yìn kí ni ìjọ pé àwọn sílé ayé kò sí wọ́n omi kò sọ́nà kò sí nǹkan. ṣe bọ́sìn so mo wá pìlì fún gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá dàfi àgbáyé kọ́ ń dìde ìrẹ́lẹ̀ tàbí ṣẹ̀yìn àfẹ́ tatọ́ ni.
àwọn tó bọra wọn máa fún ìjẹba.
ṣe bọ́sìn.
mo ń gbọ́ bàbá mi.
ẹ̀yà ìrẹ́lẹ̀ tàbí ṣẹ̀yìn bàbá Koiki àfẹ́ tatọ́ ni. ṣe bọ́sìn ẹ̀mọ̀ kó máa pè yí dáadáa.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
bàbá mi máa ń sẹ́yìn màdìkẹ́sẹ̀ di kí ló máa fún sí mi. èmi fẹ́ fi wọn àwọn èèyàn wá pé nǹkan báyìí ni Yorùbá ń jẹ káàkiri àgbáyé.
Kàbíyèsí Ọlọ́run fowó chájì fóònù ní 21st century.
àti ìmọ̀ ọ̀gá náà máa jẹ lọ́la láyà àti ìmọ̀. ṣe bọ́sìn ibi tó wọ́n sì dé ní Nàìjíríà nìyẹn. ṣe bọ́sìn kò síṣẹ́ kò sí ọkọ.
ó yé mi ó dà.
ṣe bọ́sìn
ó yé mi bàbá mi.
ìyàwó mi náà sì ní bó ṣe máa ṣe. sábì ló wà tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣé ẹ gbọ́ mi sìn.
mo ń gbọ́ yín.
yes ọmọ ló wà ní ó dé ní February this year ló dé. gbogbo ẹrù ẹ̀ àtúwẹ̀ wá tá ọ̀dẹ pópó kankan gbogbo olókèké wà lọ́wọ́ tì ọ́n tún kẹ̀ wá sí Nàìjíríà ọ́n sanwó fún. ẹ̀ṣọ́ mo sọ ẹ̀jọ̀ mo fẹ́ sọ fún àwọn Yorùbá káàkiri àgbáyé tó bá táwọn kan bá lè bá mi yẹ̀ ẹ̀fù ẹ̀ kò sí ọkọ sí kò sí tẹ́lẹ̀ ọkọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ bó ṣe máa ń tọ̀ rẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ wà mẹ́fọ̀ ọmú 3 years.
ọwá tíríkì wọn padà wálé.
yes ọtúkẹ̀ wálé yẹ̀bọ́ sí ọlọ́mọ asẹ́dì rẹ̀ ọlọ́mọ asẹ́dì owó ẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ́dì ẹ̀ gbogbo nǹkan a ti pè wọ́n sí ẹ̀ wọ́n ti búlọ̀kù gbogbo ẹ̀ ní WhatsApp wọ́n búlọ̀kù níbà àwọn everything wọ́n búlọ̀kù ẹ̀.
ó dà ẹ pè mí lẹ́yìn ètò ẹni tó bá pè tó bá bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́mẹ́ni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ orúkọ yín wà lọ́wọ́ mi so whatever tí a bá gbọ́ ẹni tó bá gbọ́ bí débì báyìí tó bá rí nǹkan tí wọ́n bá ṣe lára ta máa ń ṣe díẹ̀díẹ̀ náà ni ẹ ṣe gan ni ò yá wa ẹ̀yin ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjìrè ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti wá le báyìí o bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ breaking news Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation revokes Silverbird AIT Ray Power FM RAN FM or revoke license wọn ìlú tó fi lọ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí wá le báyìí o. Hello caller.
Koiki ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ kú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta.
Ẹ káàsán sá ọjọ́ kan pẹ̀lú.
Gbogbo wa ẹ̀dẹ̀ kú akitiyan ẹ tún kó atótónu lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá. Ọ̀rọ̀ UN a máa dá sí ṣùgbọ́n àwọn nǹkan kan wà débi táwa náà ń gbèrò lérò ọkàn. Mo ní ìbéèrè kan ẹ̀jẹ̀ má bínú o. Ṣé ó dá yín lójú pé àwọn bàbá Akíntóyè àti màmá Onítìrì pé n tó ń sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá yìí pé ó mọ̀ pa bọ́ sí báyìí? Ṣé kìí ṣe pé bóyá wọ́n kàn fi kìíní yẹn wọ́n fi ń tì wá síwájú tó máa yọ check lẹ́yìn tó bá yá?
Kílẹ̀ yìí rí tẹ̀sí sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ẹ̀jẹ̀ o jẹ́ nígbà tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bí ó ti ń lọ bí 2 years gbà ìjọ Yorùbá ti ń lọ Yorùbá máa lọ kí bàbá tí Ìgbòho tó dá sí ó ti lọ bí 6 months àbí bí nǹkan tó di kó dá sí Ìgbòho ti dá sí báyìí bàbá ti wà bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá ti dàgbà náà fine wọ́n mú àkáǹtì wà lọ́jọ́ sí ó ní ọdún tó tètè kó tó di pé wọ́n mú àkáǹtì central account sílẹ̀. àṣẹrí ọ̀rọ̀ akẹ́lọ Yorùbá kó kó ní Nàìjíríà tí ò bá di wàhálà kó di ìgbàgbọ́ kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ ju bọ́ọ̀mù káàkiri kò sí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ẹ̀kọ́ ìlú tí wàhálà bá dé because the reason under the war law ní international war law kò sí òòlè ju bọ́ọ̀mù òòlè okùn òòlè jà láàrin ìlú ẹ̀ tí ò bá ṣe civil war kó máa ju bọ́ọ̀mù láti bìkan síbi kan kò possible. A gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́kọ́ mọ̀ yẹn wọn ò lè ju bọ́ọ̀bù bọ̀ wọ́n lè yìnbọn o ẹ understand bọ̀bọ̀ wa máa lọ gbé bọ́ọ̀bù kan wọ́n máa kàn lọ jù síbi kan ó yẹ bóyá àwọn ará náà tí ò bá ti di irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ kò lè ṣe bọ̀ tí ráyọ̀tì bá ṣẹlẹ̀ tí ráyọ̀tì yẹn bá heavy nínú ráyọ̀tì yẹn preparation máa wà pé kàn jẹ́ ká máa lọ wọ́n máa pe meeting pé ókè kí lẹ fẹ́ wáyé tí wàhálà fi ń ṣẹlẹ̀ oníkálukú wọ́n máa jókòó ẹ̀dẹ̀ láti bẹ̀ lọ a lè sọ pé a fẹ́ lọ ẹ ti understand náà láti gbogbo nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ò sí báyìí èmi tí ń believe pé ṣé kì í ṣe báwọn bàbá yìí ń tàn wá. because tó bá kẹ́rí tó bá tiẹ̀ ti clear lẹ́yìn báyìí kọ́ tiẹ̀ ti clear ọ̀la kọ́ tiẹ̀ jáde wò kọ́ kí wo reaction àwọn èèyàn náà. because ojoojúmọ́ gbogbo gbèsè táwọn èèyàn bá ti dé gbé ó dàbẹ́ pé wọ́n máa white wash brain every day by releasing another news. tí declaration yìí bá dẹ̀ ti ń pẹ́ tó bá ti ń pẹ́ mo fẹ́ sọ fún yín bí bàbá jáde lẹ́nu tó bá declare kí ni possibility pé àwọn Yorùbá gan tá à ń sọ ìgbó wọn máa tẹ̀lé bàbá ìjẹ́mọ̀ reason because gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ojoojúmọ́ nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà àwọn èèyàn lè má kà sóòótọ́ nítorí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn chẹ́kẹ̀tì nǹkan tí mo sọ kí bàbá jáde lẹ́yìn kó tẹ̀wá jáde pé ókè àti declare o tí ráyọ̀tì ò bá ṣẹlẹ̀ kọ́ àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé ókè ráyọ̀tì ṣẹlẹ̀ kò sọ́lọ́pàá àwọn paramtọ́tẹ̀ ń kó sínú ọlọ́pàá báyìí bí kò sí wọn tó lè jáde pé kí nǹkan tápá wọn ò bá ka ìgbà yẹn kan ní pé abẹ́kùn ní Nàìjíríà yẹn gan tó ṣẹ̀ máa fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ tó bá kàn declare lẹ́nu àwọn èèyàn kan máa gbọ́ wọ́n máa ìdúró wọn ni òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ mo sọ fún yín bàbá mi because kí ni reason pé everyday ni nǹkan ìṣẹ́jú sí ìṣẹ́jú lóríṣiríṣi ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú Nàìjíríà ìyẹn tàwọn bàbá tí wọ́n bá gbọ́rọ̀ yìí lé ní kọ́ọ̀rù dáadáa náà tó ẹ mọ̀ ìtàn ní gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí o Because people are investing, some of us have invested our emotional, our physical, our everything hope sínú Yorùbá nation.
Okay.
Wọ́n lẹ́dẹ̀ ṣe rí tó fi jẹ́ pé àwọn campaign tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ báyìí ó ti ń wo àwọn èèyàn lára. Which is why they have to take some action.
So,
any other means, there are so many ways that they look.
So, kí ni ìmọ̀ràn tẹ́yin máa wá fún wa lórí gbogbo ntẹ kà sílẹ̀ náà nísìn tí bá ní ó dá ẹ fún wa ní ìmọ̀ràn ká gbọ́ ìmọ̀ràn tí kí lẹ máa sọ lé lórí.
Ìmọ̀ràn tí mo fẹ́ fún àwọn bàbá ni pé tó bá ti rẹ́dì tó bá dá wọn lójú pé kinní kan wọ́n jẹ́ ká take action kan bíi
ṣèbí action náà ni mega rally tó ń bọ̀ yẹn nísìn tán ní ká lọ máa gbáradì lẹ̀ fún ṣé ẹ rò pé èèyàn kì í ṣe action kan àbí torí pé ó kọ̀ dàbí ìgbà tẹ́ pé ó ń pẹ́ kó tó dé.
mega rally yẹn máa work but after mega rally kí ni.
ṣe jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kí mega rally yẹn kọ́kọ́ wáyé ná ṣé mọ̀ pé nínú kankan nìkan kọ́ máa ti máa rú jáde.
ṣe lóòótọ́ ṣe rí nǹkan tẹ́ sọ òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ni o tí mega rally bá máa wáyé
inú kankan nìkan kọ́ máa ti jáde Ìgbòho máa wá ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀kọ́ ló ń ṣe ẹ má wọrí nípa yẹn àwọn alálẹ̀ ló ní yẹn lọ́wọ́
but ó ní kan tí mo kàn sọ yẹn lórí yẹn gbogbo lójú wọn sọ lórí yẹn ṣe rí ẹni wọn pé kó tó di pé wọ́n ṣe rally l'Ondo state ńgbà yẹn rally ti ń lọ several places nígbà tó máa gun Ondo state reaction pé Ìgbòho jáde báyìí attention àwọn èèyàn kọ ó ti dé báyìí òun ló fi ní crowd yẹn fi lágbára tó yẹn. ṣé ẹ gẹ́tì kan tí mo sọ because ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ò believe pé ó lè wá ìyẹn number one. ṣé ẹ wá rí ẹ̀rí o pé láti after Ondo state over the competition everybody gan fẹ́ ṣe crowd ṣe rally tó máa tó yẹn. nǹkan tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí crowd Ondo state Àkúrẹ́ kó tó yẹn ń dùn yẹn mi ò kàn ní sọ gbogbo ẹ̀tọ́ lórí bí. kì í ṣe tìtorí pé bóyá campaign àbí nǹkan tá a ti ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ ni bí kò ṣe pé àwọn èèyàn gbogbo wọ́n máa ń sọ kíní kan wá láwọn èèyàn tí ìgbẹ́ ló máa ṣe campaign ẹ máa ṣe kíní kan bàbá mi kò sẹ́ tí ò gbọ́ lẹ̀ Yorùbá àbẹ tí ò bá bẹ́ dáhùn. àwọn èèyàn gbọ́ ṣùgbọ́n tó ò bá rí i pé nǹkan kan ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí kò sẹ́ tó máa bá yín tẹ̀lé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn. reign of the moment action Yorùbá máa ń react ni wọn kì í plan.
a máa ń react kì í plan.
no yes so reaction yẹn after mega rally kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ next nǹkan gan tó yẹ kó máa ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí nìyẹn.
mọ bí wọ́n ń ṣe nǹkan míì tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn mega rally èyí tèmi sọ ni pé ṣe jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kí mega rally yẹn tí a ti ń polongo déètì máa òun náà ni wọ́n máa mú déètì ẹ mọ̀ pé déètì méjì ti wà nílẹ̀ báyìí nísìnyí àkọ́kọ́ first date ni pé wọ́n ti fún Buhari ní 30th of September kó response letter lẹ́tà yẹn wà níwájú mi bí báyìí náà àbọ̀rọ̀ mi yé ní sí right so lẹ́tà yìí ní sí ẹni sùn ó máa gbọ́ kò ní gbọ́ ìyẹn tó important nǹkan ká lè fẹ́ lómìnira láàyè kò mo láìké ọ̀rọ̀ argument mo dẹ̀ máa ń láìka àwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé ẹ máa sọ ojú abẹ ní kò gangan òun lẹ́yìn sọ yìí but lẹ́tà yìí ní sìn wọ́n ti sọ fún wa pé 30th of September yìí o which is about tabawo ní 19 so gbogbo tó kù sórí ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́tà yìí nísìn is 6 weeks.
Let's say 40 days in the next 40 days.
So that means after that bí ọmọ wa involve rally tó máa jáde ni and then what next but one thing I'm saying is ṣe jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kí 30th yẹn kó máa súnmọ́ bọ̀ ká dẹ̀ máa polongo mega rally tó ń bọ̀ and nínú mega rally àmọ́ tí government náà máa fẹ́ react ànẹ́dẹ̀ ti fún wa ní assurance pé according to international law òfin àgbáyé government kò kò lè gbé plane nísìn kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bọ́ọ̀mù sísàlẹ̀ nígbà tó ń ṣe.
ẹni tó bá ju bọ́ọ̀bù yẹn tó bá mú èkì ló ti máa lo gbogbo ilé ayé ẹ̀ ìlókù ilé ayé ẹ̀ nǹkan tó kó bá Milotilovic àbí kí wọ́n borúkọ ẹ̀ bàbá bosnias herzegovina tó ń fa wàhálà àwọn tó ń mú lára àwọn tó wà nù kìíní tó jẹ́ náà bóyìnbó ni àwọn
ẹ̀. ẹ ṣe gan bàbá wa mo gbádùn ọ̀rọ̀ yín gan ẹ̀dá tó fẹ́ lómìn náà láàyè kẹ́yìn náà tún gbọ́ ti analysis ẹ̀ lómìn ẹ ṣe gan ni o thank you so much mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí as we continue to say mo ń bọ̀ ẹ ní sùúrù ẹ̀ tó ń pè lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí we are now at a very very ṣe rí pé ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn wà ẹ dá lọ sọ́dọ̀ ìyàwó tó ń pè yìí ẹgbọ́n sókè ìyàwó.
ẹ káàsán gbogbo ní Koiki Media ẹ káàsán.
ẹ káàsán ìyàwó.
mo fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti orí UN.
Okay.
mo fẹ́ ká nígbàgbọ́ kan UN organization ni wọ́n
Okay.
To comprise of so many countries.
Okay.
Nínú gbogbo àwọn countries yẹn náà, àwọn tó ń jẹ nínú Nàìjíríà, most of them náà ló máa jẹ nínú.
Okay.
Àwọn caucus tó máa bá wọn bára wọn sọ̀rọ̀ bá ṣe máa ń ní ẹgbẹ́ náà tàbí láwọn kan tó yẹ pé ká máa group ara wa ká máa bára wa sọ̀rọ̀.
Okay.
UN ò lè ṣe nǹkan kan they are just ọmọ akàn dúró pé tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ tó wà fún ni pé kán dá sọ̀rọ̀ tọ́rọ̀ bá dìjà tó bá di gbogbo ẹ̀ gbogbo alátimọ̀ yẹn tipẹ́tipẹ́. So kò sí nǹkan kan tí UN lè ṣe and UN dẹ̀ bias they are bias organization ló ṣe máa ń pọ̀ lórí north lórí Borno ó jẹ́ mélòó bí wá sí south either south west or south east láti wá wo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀. They are always in the north. So adẹ̀tí gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ náà pé tí ò bá di gbogbo tó yẹ kó dà UN ò ní dá sí tó bá dá sí náà ìṣèbáwọn ìlú mi wà náà tí wọ́n bá wọn ṣe tí wọ́n accept wọn. So we are not waiting for UN in any form. A máa ṣe nǹkan tá à ń ṣe lọ. Ṣé wàá rí ti gbogbo declaration tá à ń sọ yìí? A lot of things ló wà involved nínú pé èèyàn fẹ́ declare declaration. Aláàtì sọ̀rọ̀ kì í ṣe nǹkan tá a lè kán tún ṣe. Aláàtì máa tẹ̀lé nǹkan tí wọ́n ní ká ṣe ni. Ó lè máa tẹ̀lé lè máa kánjú wọ́n lè máa ṣe wọ́n lè máa mọ̀ nítorí sọ pé àwọn èèyàn ní jáde wọn ní jáde yẹn kó lọ tuntun ẹ̀ dànù. Tọ́wọ́ ní jáde ní sáìdì ọ̀dọ̀ tiẹ̀ wọ́n jáde ní sáìdì ọ̀dọ̀ tiẹ̀. Àwọn tó bá máa jáde wọ́n máa jáde. Ọ̀run lè máa wó nìkan tó wà nílẹ̀ kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ ẹnìkan. Àwọn ọmọdé wa dé bíbá Nàìjíríà ló fún self-exile gbogbo wa wà ní bíbá yìí. A fẹ́ padà lọ sílé we cannot go home. So we are fed up. So ọ̀run máa wó ní kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ ẹnìkan. Ká má máa sọ pé wọn ò ní jáde wọ́n má jáde. Wọ́n bá jáde then táwọn náà táwọn bàtà bá hands up. Ìbí àwọn èèyàn àwọn àbínà. Ẹni tí yàrá jẹ máa jáde. And a lot of people máa jẹ́ ká dé bàyá pé àwọn bàbá yẹn ṣé wọ́n tàn wá kí ni pẹ̀lú bàbá yẹn àti gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní ìdí ẹ̀ ìyá onítìrí àbàbà dé níran gbogbo àwọn àgbàlagbà tó wà nídìí ẹ̀ so àwọn wá rí dídínkù lára wọn ẹ má máa yẹ ká ní negative talk ẹ má yẹ ká wà bias ẹ má dẹ̀ yẹ ká máa feel wípé nǹkan táwọn olóṣèlú bá ń sọ káàkiri à ń láti bá ẹ̀ that is my own opinion.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá wa. Thank you so much for the conversation. Ẹ̀yin náà máa ní right láti dá sí but studio line nìkan ni ẹ máa pè ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ save number yẹn as Koiki Media studio line ìyẹn nìkan òun ni ẹ lè pè sí. Ẹ gbóhùn sókè bàbá wa tí wọ́n ń pè wá láti Ìtàló ẹja gbọ́tọ̀dọ̀ tí yín náà á kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nílé lóko níbi kí n tẹ́sí darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ètò nìyẹn.
Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ bẹ̀ ní gbọ́dọ̀ ẹ máa sọ fún àwọn bàbá Yorùbá nation òun là ń fẹ́ because a ti jẹ̀yà ti ṣe wàhálà lórí no going back ni. Number 2 ni pé mo fẹ́ kẹ́ send account mo ní mo flag ni
ẹsẹ̀ yẹn send address sí mi èmi á máa send the details account ẹ̀yẹn send address sí mi èmi á máa send the details sí yín ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ wà lórí Instagram Ọláyọmí Koiki I hope you can still hear me because kọ̀ọ̀kan tó ti wá sórí ẹ̀ ó ti distorted. We are talking about the UN. We're looking at a lot of angle. Ẹ má pe bàbá mi náà ó dà pé ṣe mistake ni mo mọ̀ pé kí n pe nọ́mbà yẹn ẹ retract láti US mo mọ̀ pé ṣe mistake ni nọ́mbà tẹ́ ń pè yẹn kọ́ ni nọ́mbà ẹ kọ̀rọ̀ save dáadáa pé Koiki studio line lélẹ̀ ìyẹn nìkan ni mo máa gbé àmì gbé any other call kò sí bí ẹni náà ṣe lè bó ṣe lè jẹ́ sí mi nítorí pé mo fẹ́ kẹ́ get used to this studio line ẹ gbóhùn sókè ẹni tó wà lórí ìlà. à ń gbọ́ yín. ẹ mute Tinubu ṣe rí tẹ bá ń pè sórí program any one of us Tinubu ó ṣe orí fóònù yẹn gangan ni conversation wà kò sí nínú TV kò sí nínú laptop kò sí nínú iPad kò sí nínú second phone yín ẹ need láti gbọ́ anything nínú the other device phone ó ṣe tẹ bá ń pè anybody ní normal call ṣe tó máa fẹ́ gbọ́ ẹni yẹn nínú TV. I don't think it happened like that. Ẹ bá wa reduce volume ìtẹ́ ń gbọ́ nínú ilé completely. If not, I'm allowed to gbé call mi. Ẹ gbóhùn sókè dàbá wa, a wà lórí live program. À ń gbọ́ yín. Ṣé bí dá sórí program ni?
Ọmọ yẹn ni mo ṣe program náà ni mo wà.
Orí ẹ̀ náà lẹ wà, but ẹ mute Tinúlé dáàdì. Orí program náà lẹ wà.
Gbogbo rẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe bọ́ látijọ́ ìlú ló ti dáa jù. Ó dáa púpọ̀. Ètò nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé àwọn kan tó jáde sí tí mo dé nínú tẹlifíṣàn tán nínú Facebook tán náà highlight kìíní kan ní wọ́n rò pé Nàìjíríà náà wà ṣá. Wọ́n náà wọ́n ní highlight on Yorùbá voice one voice. So ṣé àwa náà tún ní ẹni.
Mo mọ tẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ẹni.
Àwọn kò ní highlight on Yorùbá voice one voice.
Yorùbá one voice. Àwọn tí Ìbà Gani nìyẹn. Well, I mean, they are Yoruba people, so we cannot say that. Yeah, like I said, they are Yoruba people, so we have a lot of organization.
Okay.
So that is just one organization that is running, whatever they're running on, as a Yoruba people. Because anything to buy the Yoruba one voice, it's got linked to Ìbà Gani Adams. Okay, can't be the advice lọ́wọ́ wọn lẹ́ sọ. Okay. Okay, no problem. Please, you only call the studio line if you want to add your input. If not, come on, program and call get used to it, and that's the only way we can move forward. Hello, my brother, and good morning, and thank you for joining.
Hello, brother. Carol, lots of you. I only want to talk about Kini Ti Akogunso, United Nations. I heard that audio, and I really want to address it.
Akogun, sorry. Any background.
Afenifere.
Okay.
Do you want to say UN is an organization to have transparency?
Okay.
We have to go through United Nations.
Oda, go ahead.
Mo rántí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀fẹ́ lásọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ń gbà ọ́ sọ pé ẹ bá wo ìwé òyìnbó ọ pé òun sọ pé kẹ má kà ó but ẹ bá kà tán read them and go your way. That was the word he used. Nígbà tí wọ́n sọ fún wa pé UN is a transparent organization and everything pé we have to go through them. My question to him is this. Ṣé UN ló máa wá ná owó títí wọn lórí referendum wa?
Okay.
Ṣé UN ló máa wá ní pẹ̀lú threat level tó wà ní Nàìjíríà yẹn? Ọlọ́pàá ń bọ̀ á ṣe kíní fún wa referendum.
Okay.
Come on, Bino, I'm going to say something that's going to sound normal insulting, but it's not insulting. It's not insulting. The problem our Yorùbá àti kàwé àti kàjù. Àwa kà sódì, àwa wà so rigid. Pé bí wọ́n ṣe kọ́ yìí la ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe, forgetting the fact that ọ̀nà kan ò wọjà. Even tí ẹ bá sọ pé ọ̀nà méjì ló wọjà, we have Walmart here ní tó pọ̀ l'Amẹ́ríkà. They always have to up to about 10 routes tẹ́lẹ̀ gbà wọnú Walmart here. Ibi táwọn employees ń gbà wọlé, ibi táwọn customers ń gbà wọlé.
Ibi tí delivery gan gbà wọlé tún yàtọ̀.
Ó tún yàtọ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Now, if there is need for an additional road or doorway to get into Walmart, they will create it. When he was saying that United Nations is the only route that will lead, question number one. Nígbà tí America máa gba independence tiẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ Britain in the 17th century. Ṣé wọ́n lo United Nations? Wọ́n lè argue pé wọ́n ti dá United Nations sílẹ̀ nígbà yẹn. Okay. Now, nígbà tí òyìnbó ń carve out ti gbogbo Africa as their own property.
Ní 1884-85 Berlin Conference.
Yeah. Berlin Conference.
Ẹ bá mute inú ilé yẹn tẹ́ ń gbọ́ yẹn, ó fit padà a little bit. Ẹ mute yẹn pátápátá, my chairman.
Okay. So, ṣé wọ́n lọ through United Nations then? Even before United Nations, what was in existence? There used to be League of Nations now.
Yeah.
Ìgbà tí Germany wò pé kí ló ń jẹ́ League of Nations, we can run through the whole of Europe. The Second World War ṣẹlẹ̀ sí bóni League of Nations tó fi end after the First World War. Tí Germany bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí acquire every Europe. Okay, ìgbà tí United Nations dẹ̀ tún ṣẹlẹ̀, nígbà tí Russia máa pín tí ó gba Yugoslavia and all those mini European countries to my rise up.
15 countries came out of it. 31 years ago.
United Nations. Why are we black people so naive to our own strength? United Nations was created just to make peace among the nations of the world. If we want to associate with ourselves with them, we can.
So Eje can tap brain because I know the person that is talking and I know your capacity. About multitude lane emotion feeding need rara. About multi because it's really coming out and it's kind of a little bit in a multi people can hear you, I can hear you. That's all you need to know. You don't need to hear yourself.
It's my Bluetooth actually. It's to say TV. It's my Bluetooth.
Okay. In terms of these view that we need the United Nations for whatever reason, but is there a probability in today's world, because the world has changed from even 1991, even up to where I was saying late last night, East Timor just got its independence not too long ago. Do we have a particular template to say that this is how we're going to go out of Nigeria? Looking at the previous ones.
That is the word right there. Is there a template? If you look at the UN Charter, it only says that everybody has the right to self-determination.
Okay.
How do you go about it? Nobody knows. It is not clearly stated. America carved out Liberia out of Africa. America, United States carved out Liberia out of Africa. They even carved out Israel out of Palestine. It is all about your willpower and the support of the people. Do the people support this, and do they have the willpower to ask for it? Yoruba nation is a nation on its own. Need láti bá Nàìjíríà jà with Fawala, and UN will sanction one they refuse láti má jẹ́ pé ká join wọn. It is not a military government actually now. We want a democratic country, democratic Yoruba country. That is what the world wants. So we go fear the one country everybody. They need to stop it. Do you want this? When America felt that Iraqi is a threat to them, UN was sanctioned because law now, they went. Bush is a war criminal. International Criminal Court of Justice. She wants action alone. No. Because why? America is not a part of ICC. So that is your own problem. So why are we always kind of like show me where the template is to get your own independent nation. And I will show you the Bible of one.
So if I can hear you again, there is not one single template. If we decide to go out of Nigeria, we just have to go with our own template or without the template that we have seen before. I've talked about, USSR, for a very long time on this program. While you were talking, I've actually just opened up 2 documents here, the Indigenous People and the United Nations Human Rights System. We also have here United Nations Declaration of the Right of the Indigenous People. But today, the headline I've got here in front of me is actually telling me that the United Nations is looking at the humanitarian crisis in Borno State as against us saying that we want to go. Humanitarian crisis more. Please help me again before you go, my brother. I know you're very busy. Tibani fún yín nísìn. I don't want to disclose your identity, but Tibani fún yín lówó owó tí mo fẹ́ fún yín gan fún ìtẹ̀kọ̀ bárara sọ yìí. Because bí ẹ tèmi ṣe ń sọ kò yá, bí ẹ torí máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ bí ìjà bí ìgbógun bí ẹ bá mi tún ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ díẹ̀ sí.
My brother, Yoruba people, they are focused on Yoruba. We can, because of the insecurities going on, don't go on in the whole of Nigeria, can do as they claim. Even it's an enough claim. The rights of self-determination includes the right of self-defense. These people are going to come in and kill us. Even when they are coming in to kill us. We want to use our resources to defend ourselves. On that basis, we can seek our own independence out of Nigeria. It will be cheaper for us to get out of Nigeria and protect ourselves than for us
to have humanitarian crisis,
whereby the whole of West Africa will suffer. So, my brother, it is in where I can do. I can page. I took our record to go away. I feel my coat one person was talking to me yesterday on the vessel for Yoruba. Sherry, we are, according to the Nigerian population, we are 32 million Yorubas in Nigeria. Here, I want to be bad bears in power. Let's say what about 2 million. That is 2 million people that could have fought them back. That's wasted than here. So secure your own land with your own resources. Why cheaper for United Nations and the rest of the world than pay myself a whole quagmire.
Mo ní dárúkọ ẹni tó pè yí àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n gidi lẹni tó kọ̀rọ̀ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tó bá ní àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n gidi. We're still going back and ask the question. Ní ọ̀rọ̀ tó délẹ̀, as we continue the diplomacy, as we continue the acclamation, as we continue the awareness, because taba wo nísìn ní next week, méjì ló máa jáde, ìkan ní Ìlaro, ìkan ní Ìbàdàn. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá fẹ́ support wọn, ẹ contact bàbá wa Rolling 1010, àwọn ló wà in charge of ti Ìbàdàn. Tí àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣe ní Ìlaro, a ní nọ́mbà wọn, ẹ contact wọn àbí kẹ́ contact wa, ká link pẹ̀lú wọn. Nítorí kálukú bá lè ṣe so that awareness á lè máa lọ, á máa bọ̀. Ẹgbọ́n sókè alàgbà tó ń pè.
Hello sir, Mr. Koiki, ẹ káàárọ̀ sir.
Ẹ káàsán lọ́dọ̀ tiwa.
Yes sir. Ṣé rí gbogbo ẹ máa kàn pè kí dáàdì tó sọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sìn sọ̀rọ̀ wípé ṣé àwọn bàbá ìkọ̀kọ̀ àmọ́ pẹ̀lú bàbá wọ́n fẹ́ máa ṣe gbogbo àwọn nǹkan ní diplomatic way àbí nǹkan kan. Nǹkan tó wà ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí sẹ̀ ẹ ṣàríyàn kan sìn tó pokùnso tó sọ̀rọ̀ bí ìyẹn lára àwọn evidence tá máa rí ní àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá wípé ìlú yóò dà for anybody. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí dájú wa náà tó sọ̀rọ̀ ṣe tó bá pààyàn bíi 2 million dábàá nínú pé àwa tó tá a sọ pé bí àwọn òbí àkáàtì 2 million àbí kankan wọ́n reduce wa díẹ̀díẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn ọkùnrin ẹ lọ jí platform kan tèmi ṣe wo gbogbo declaration yẹn gan à ní ìdìgbé kíní kankan tó bá máa declare kan declare tó máa declare kan declare bóyá àyàn bíi 200 àbí 400 tó máa dẹ̀ búra fún wọn tó máa dira fún wọn tó máa ṣe anything fún wọn àwọn yẹn gbọ́n ti tó láti declare à need anybody kò declare mọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀ni yìí ká sọ pé in a month kọ́ sí platform yẹn lé àwọn tó ti ready àwa ìmọ̀ràn àwa ti ready kọ́ dira fún àkọ́ṣe àwa la máa declare bàbá díkódò ìbọn wọn ní àyà ní tìrìbọn ní láti declare káwa bọ́ síta àwọn tó fẹ́ kó pa wá kọ́ dín wọn àwọn tó bá fẹ́ pa wọn kájọ fèsì ara wa tó bá ti ṣèyẹn lọ UN náà bá wa dá sí ẹni pẹ̀lú tó bá dẹ̀ dá sí ẹjẹ́ ká máa para wa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ èwo ni gbogbo eléyìí sú wa gbogbo kíní kan àwọn campaign wọn bẹ tá a bá ń ṣe báyìí lọ wọn máa ṣe election ni ẹ ti rí wọn àgbé wọn lọ court wọn wá court ẹlẹ́kìnní àgbé wọn ti kejì wọn wá wọn ṣe ìtọ̀sùn wọn ṣe títèkìtì náà sì election ọ̀nà tí ń bọ̀ ọba Tinubu ti lọ rọ́bà sanjọ́ ọba ọjọ́ wọn ti ń ṣe yàmàyàmọ́ ti ẹ jẹ́ ká rẹ́dì a ní ìdèyàn 200 ọkùnrin tó ti sign ó yá kalẹ̀ ìṣẹ́kọ́dẹ̀ àwa yẹn la máa lọ declare àwọn gan ní ìlànà kíkí lọ́fẹ́ declare bẹ̀ sí pépà lọ́fẹ́ kà àwọn alábẹ́ máa kà á kà fún wọn bóyá ọjọ́ ta níbi kíní tàbí fẹ́ ṣe láti bẹ̀bẹ̀ láti máa kà wọ́ọ̀dù àárí wọn á gbé kámẹ́rà sí láti declare náà nìyẹn ṣùgbọ́n tèmi ní láti sọ ni gbogbo ìdáhùn sọ àpò lọ́ọ̀ má tà.
ọ̀dà ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Okay, sir.
ṣe rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí ẹ bá wa dá sí let's go to the next caller. He's still trying to connect and I guess the call has connected. Hello, Ekason. Hello, caller. Ekason. Àwa ni àmín.
Mo dúpẹ́ fún tọ́pìkì tẹ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí lọ́sàn-án. Ṣé mo ní last time tí mo ní opportunity láti contribute ẹ̀ ṣe program? Mo ń ṣe àwọn àlàyé kankan fún wa. Ṣùgbọ́n nẹ́tíwọ̀kì ò jẹ́ kí n ṣe àlàyé yẹn tán. Ó dẹ̀ wá rí very much pẹ̀lú nǹkan tẹ̀ ń bí bọ́ọ̀sì láàárọ̀. Ṣé ẹ ti rí tí àwa Yorùbá bá ń dúró? A bá sọ wípé àwọn kan ló máa wá bá wa ṣe, àwọn kan ló máa wá ràn wá lọ́wọ́. À ń tọ́ra wa jẹ ní o. Ṣé nǹkan tí mò ń sọ yé níta? À ń tọ́ra wa jẹ ni. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ káàárọ̀ tó ti wípé torí èmi gbogbo kíní ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation mo ní kí ọ́tà fún. Tó jẹ́ pé mò ń jọ́ọ̀tà àwọn nǹkan sílẹ̀. Àwọn nǹkan sílẹ̀ ẹ̀sìn olódùmarè bá èmi sọ lórí ẹ̀ mọ́ fún jọ́ọ̀tà sí ẹ̀ mọ́ fún àwọn ọmọ tá a ti sọ látẹ̀yìn wá láti mo ní jọ́ọ̀tà tó ní mo jọ́ọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ káàárọ̀ sí wípé ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ní láti ẹ̀nìyẹn o mo mọ̀ pé olódùmarè ti fún ara wé Yorùbá ṣòro àwọn ti fún wa àfi tá a bá sọ pé àbẹ́ kí nǹkan tí mo sọ yé níta. Ìyẹn ti wọ̀n wá wípé ó ní iṣẹ́ tí àwa fún ara wa gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe. Torí ẹ̀ ni mo dẹ̀ ṣe pásítọ̀lì ti máa sọ pé ká dìde o ká dìde. Ẹ jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ Yorùbá yé fún ara wa jẹ. Ẹ má jẹ́ ẹ̀pọ̀ láìsí brọ́dà mi kí wọ́n kọ́kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kọjá ẹ̀. In fact, wọ́n sọ máìndì mi gan ni. Áfíríkà wé ìyá Áfíríkà lákàjù tó jẹ́ kó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń dìstọ́pù wa. Ìwé tá a kà lákàjù ó ti ń dà wá láàbù. Tó jẹ́ pé kò fẹ́ jẹ́ ká ríro bí ọ̀nà gan nígbà tó náà bá wà níwájú wọn gbà. Diplomacy alone will not do this. Ṣètì diplomacy máa dé kẹ́rí níbi tó dé yìí nísìnyí. Kò kí ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ diplomacy rẹ̀ kí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kí a má tọra wa jẹ rárá. Sọjí ká má tọra wa jẹ. Kò sí ìkọ̀kọ̀ tí kí fún ẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan fẹ́ wá ṣe fún wa. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ kù ní ọjọ́ yẹn máa gbọ́ opportunity láti parí ẹ̀. Ṣé ti rí ìjà yìí bó ṣe wà yìí? Ní àwọn many people àwọn kan lè máa gbàgbọ́ o. Ṣùgbọ́n àwa máa sọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìránṣẹ́. Àwọn máa tó bí àwa kan wà tó jẹ́ pé lẹ́tù máa rè rántí inú ayé yìí. Tó jẹ́ pé nínú fámìlì wa ò láwùjọ lórílẹ̀-èdè ìránṣẹ́ la jẹ́ àwa fún ara wa dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ìránṣẹ́ ni wá. Tó bá dẹ̀ fi rán wa a gbọ́dọ̀ máa jẹ́ bóyá èèyàn kan gbàgbọ́ wà bí èèyàn kan kò gbàgbọ́ ìyẹn ò kì í ṣe pọ́blẹ́mù fún èmi. Ṣé ti rí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí nípa ti ẹ̀mí mo ń ṣàlàyé lọ lọ́jọ́ yẹn? Àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè kan wà ní àgbáyé tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò fi ojú wọn báyìí tí wọ́n ń bá yín jà rí wọn àtẹ́nìbì sí yín. But when it comes to spiritual things, wọ́n ò fẹ́ kí ẹ gba Yorùbá nation yìí. Torí pé àwọn kan ti wà tó jẹ́ wípé irú bí àwa tá a wà nínú Yorùbá yìí tá a jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tá a ṣe ń rí nínú ẹ̀mí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn náà ń rí nínú ẹ̀mí. Àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé Yorùbá nation yìí ó máa unseat wọn ní from the seat of power. Bí àwọn náà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń rí ni wọn ò ní fẹ́ kó wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Òun ni mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè tẹ́ wà nínú ẹ̀mí. Aṣọ aláṣọ ni ọ̀gá wọn dàbora. Ní ọjọ́ tí Yorùbá nation tọ́ba ti lè wá sáyé báyìí, òun aláṣọ máa gba aṣọ lára ọ̀gá orílẹ̀ inú ẹ̀. Torí pé aṣọ aláṣọ ni ọ̀gá wọn dàbora. Ṣé ọlọ́run wípé irú wọn yẹn máa wá fẹ́ta ní Yorùbá ni? Ọ̀pọ̀ pín nínú ẹ̀mí tó pọ̀ náà wá sẹ́rí orílẹ̀-èdè tẹ́ yìí wà yẹn sà ẹ lọ kọ́ sílẹ̀. Nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe platinum jubilee yẹn, bí gbogbo yín ṣe ń yọ̀ lọ́rùn tẹ̀ ń dùn nílé ní wò lórí íńtánẹ̀tì lórí social media mo kàn ń mi orí báyìí. Tó ní pé ìgbà kan sì ń bọ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè yẹn tó jẹ́ wípé monarchy yẹn ó sì máa wà eradicated. Wọ́n wá lè máa rán pípẹ́ àwọn àyè ní
tá a lè ṣe irú ẹ̀ ní kò síbi tí mo dé mọ́là wà bẹ́ẹ̀ Fúlàní wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹrù kókó bàbí mo ń kéde Yorùbá nation káàkiri ni mo enlighten àwọn èèyàn ni mo ń kéde ni mo wá fẹ́ bí àwọn olórí wa àwọn bàbá wa àwọn bàbá wa kó má jẹ́ kó sún wa o kí wọ́n má jẹ́ kó sún wa kó má jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lose faith and hope kí wọ́n má jẹ́ kó sún wa ká ṣe pátá máa ṣe o we should make it while the sun is still shining ẹ ṣe o ẹ kú ètò.
ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you so much. A ṣe wà lórí ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá wa, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín tí a tún láǹfààní àti bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí náà. La ṣe wà lórí ẹ̀, studio line náà lẹ máa pè tẹ́ bá máa dá sí +44 ní 74 04405917. bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ní nọ́mbà mi lọ́wọ́ ilé ilẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ pè, bẹ́ẹ̀ bá pè mí àní gbé àdẹ̀ní bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn. ẹ gbóhùn sókè ẹni tó ń pè wá, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa lọ́tún lósì káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé. ọ̀rọ̀ United Nation, Yorùbá Nation, mega rally, gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ló wọnú ara wọn ló intertwine. ẹ gbóhùn sókè àwọn àgbà tó ń pè wá.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ láti New Jersey.
ẹ gbọ́ àbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Ṣé rí ó jà pé àwọn agbègbè fúnra wa ni à ń fọwọ́ àgbẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. Tí US tí a ti ká àìmọye Áfíríkà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n sì tó jẹ́ pé UN láti dé tọ́pì dé wọ́n support wọn support àwọn tí wọ́n ṣàtìpá wọn. Ṣùgbọ́n bí ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì bí bàbá ṣe bí ìyá olùtìrì ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ níjọ́ kìíní àná ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ yẹn òun ni mo believe go right to you. Because you cannot to come and do something if you don't put on the effort. Láti kúrò kíní ti sú everybody àwọn táwọn àmì ìbò gan we are so tired so many calls mi ti sùn látàárọ̀ báyìí torí calls mo gba wọn lówó wọn ṣe gbá wọn ṣá o then this is the time to help our lè dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ ara wa.
èèyàn kan tẹ̀ kọ́mẹ́ntì suicide gan tí fídíò yẹn ti wà lórí social media a kò lè ṣú ẹ̀ rárá ni ẹgbọ́n sókè.
So àwọn èèyàn ibi pa wọn gan even àwọn tí mo ti preach fún gan wọn ní ìjọ wo ni àwọn agbẹ́ta wà bẹ́ẹ̀ gan ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì ti mú yàn yóò lè dá sí wa. Àwọn ọlọ́mọ ìjà fún ẹ̀tọ́ ara wa and this is the right time for us to stand up.
Good morning, Barbara.
Tó bá ń pẹ́ sí ó máa sọ àwọn èèyàn ó máa sọ ó máa ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì ó máa báyọ̀ ó máa di pé ó ń lọ́ọ̀gì mọ́tà. Kí ni ìdí tá a fi ń dúró de UN? Kí ni ìdí tá a fi ń dúró de nǹkan tó support? Síbẹ̀ tí ìyá tìrì bá gbé sókè àwọn ọmọ bàbá máa fà sílẹ̀ pé kò yẹ. Ìjọ kìíní àná tí wọ́n sọ pé rally wọn ní pẹ́ṣẹ́ fún ìgbó kọ́kọ́ sọ fúnra rẹ̀ pé bàbá èsì lábẹ́ ṣe rally. So bàbá ń fi fíà sí àwọn nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ pé kò fẹ́ kó kẹ́jẹ̀ pàṣílẹ̀ kò sẹ́ni kan tó fẹ́ kẹ́jẹ̀ pàṣílẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n bàbá stand up. Mélòó ni a fẹ́ gbé àwọn táwọn àwọn èèyàn gan responsibility and take ní létí kò yìí. Àwọn èèyàn ṣiṣẹ́ wọn ò rówó gbà. Ṣẹ́ni tó ń gba 18,000 ó máa sọ owó ilé 250,000 ó dẹ̀ gba 18,000. Òun ni breadwinner lé wọn òun ni tíjáde nìyẹn tó ń gba 18,000. Kí ló fẹ́ ká wọn ò tí ì rówó oúnjẹ bẹ̀ tọ́gbẹ́ ìtumọ̀ máa ní jẹ́ wọ́n máa jẹun. Àní ìlú náà tó yẹ pé tó paint yẹn wà lára àwọn èèyàn láti dé. Tí rally gan ti pẹ́ jù a month based on tí bàbá tá bá dúró de tí bàbá ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ a month sí bàbá àti ṣe rally. And during the lally voice out no we are not doing it. Àwọn ọdún ẹni wà bọ́ọ̀ ló ń sìn okay ìjọ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ní south west kò sẹ́ni kan tó débẹ̀. Wọ́n sọ ní oṣù wọn ti wà biased UN máa wà biased because wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé tí a bá ti dá dúró sìn definitely kò sí nǹkan kan fún wọn mọ́ and many things láti sọ online jẹ́ pé àwọn náà mọ̀ pé àwọn jẹ wá so ní sọ́nsìn so gbogbo nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ní fẹ́ kó lọ. Àwọn politician àtàbádé ìtúndú àwọn politician.
But ẹ jẹ́ kí n béèrè kankan just playing the devil advocate here. Is it not also good to be, and I'm just going on what somebody just typed on the YouTube, Baba Kitoye and Oloye must be very strategic. Is that not maybe the last part of it that they are being very strategic before? Because the moment we roll out, we know that we are not going back in. I mean, I have that at the back of my mind. Because in Toba Timu and Tabati roll out, that prepare to, whatever it is, our no mama pari wonita, our kona mama wanita tepe. A lot of things will have to happen. And I hope our tower in the UK will play a very, very key role when that time comes. But look of very, yeah. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the first question. You probably didn't get that. I'm talking about the strategic aspect of it now before things are rolled out. Because when it get rolled out, nobody's going back in.
Yeah, so
I want to ready.
Okay.
And because this is the time I want to ready.
But how about now what ready? See, I want to put in the remaining strategic things in place. What about that?
How long?
Okay, how long?
Even you that is talking all the time, you are getting tired. You are just using your okay. You yourself, you can feel it in your body. Okay. This work, you are getting tired.
Okay.
So, I listen to you every day. Even if I want to say, what say that middle of it, I every day. So you don't want news.
Okay. Very good, conversation this morning from New Jersey. Thank you so much, Egbomi. Let's go straight to the next call that is coming here from UK. You can also call, and the calls are picked at random. It's first come, first serve. Agbodo jekeni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ kó sọ̀rọ̀ tán dáadáa kí àwa náà tó dá sí. Mo gbé call yẹn, but ẹ̀yin lẹ drop ẹni tó pè. Ẹ máa ní láti tún ní sùúrù nìyẹn. Hello, caller.
Hello.
À ń gbọ́ yín.
Hello. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ wo káàárọ̀.
Àwa nìyẹn.
Ṣé very gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn? Èmi fẹ́ sọ pé kò ń ṣe bàbá ló máa declare kìíní yẹn.
Okay.
Bàbá kọ́ ló máa declare. Ẹ lọ kọ́ dètè nílẹ̀. Kọ́kọ́ ní ṣe bàbá.
Okay.
Declare kìíní yẹn. Ẹ lọ kọ́ dètè nílẹ̀. Today is 19th of August. Ẹ lọ kọ́lẹ̀. Kò ń ṣe bàbá ló máa declare.
Okay.
Baba will be alive. Baba, nothing will happen to him. But I will call you today and I will tell you. Again, Sherry, Baba, you yourself don't know. Oh, le mo gbogbo nǹkan tó àwọn kan wà láti bàbá tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú Tinubu bọ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀n ò lè mọ̀. Now they are waiting for Tinubu. Ṣé Tinubu ṣé lójú wọn Tinubu lè campaign for 36 states tó ní collapse tó time tó máa gbé lọ sí France ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ẹsẹ̀ gbẹ́ kan. Ṣé rí ìmọ̀ tá a bá ń pẹ́ lè ṣiṣẹ́ máa bá wa ń tiẹ̀ tá a bá wọ́n ṣe strategy January tó máa di December January àbá wa bẹ̀gbẹ̀. Èmi mọ gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́ kí gbogbo ọjà. But come on, Tinubu cannot campaign for 36 states without collapse for 2 times. I bet my life for it. Dúró kẹ́ máa wòran. 36 states máa là ń pè. Torí ìyẹn ló máa torí ìwé Islam wa. À ń dóde ìyàn tó fẹ́ gbẹ̀rù múlẹ̀. Ọlá ọ̀túnla. Bàbá kọ́ ló máa dìgbà ní ẹ lọ kọ́lẹ̀. Bàbá àlàáfíà máa tó bàbá ẹ ríran wò ẹ máa bẹ́ tó lọ.
Bàbá tó ọ̀rọ̀ mi ni bàbá tó ṣí kalẹ̀ báyìí o. Wàhálà máa tó wá dé báyìí o. Gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ ń pè náà lè máa wọlé ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ olúkálukú máa sọ ti ẹ̀ka ni ẹgbọ́n sókè alàgbà wa.
Samuel ló sọ̀rọ̀ láti Liberia.
Láti Liberia.
Exactly.
Ọdún mélòó lẹ ti wà lọ́hùn?
Mo ti lò bí 3 years. Bí 3 years mo ti wà bẹ́ẹ̀ báyìí.
Ọlọ́run máa wà pẹ̀lú wa ẹgbọ́n sókè.
Àṣẹ lẹ́jọ́. Ṣé rí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ right now? The most important thing àwa ọ̀dọ́ la ní ṣíṣe púpọ̀ láti ṣe. Mo rántí nǹkan tí bàbá wa olóyè Sunday Igboho tó yẹ káwọn lọ́balọ́ba wà ń bẹ̀ tí wọ́n sì ń bẹ̀. So ìgbà mítì ẹ̀ tí wọ́n lọ wọ́n sọ wípé àwa ọ̀dọ́ because tábà sọ pé a ti rẹ́dì ọ̀dọ́ ló rẹ́dì àwọn bàbá wa ipa díẹ̀ wọ́n lè kónú ẹ̀ àwa ọ̀dọ́ la ní ṣíṣe láti ṣe. Bàbá olóyè Sunday Igboho sọ fún wa wípé ká múra torí a ní nǹkan jagun a gbọ́dọ̀ dira wa ká wá fẹ́ rẹ́dì tòótọ́ a gbọ́dọ̀ dira wa láti rẹ́dì ká bá dira wa torí àwọn tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀ yìí wọ́n rẹ́dì láti pa wá òbó la ṣe fẹ́ rẹ́dì láti kojú wọn tí gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ ọkùnrin bá dìde òkè náà àti rẹ́dì. Ìlà tó mẹ́pẹ́ tó tọ́ ni kí ṣe ká fẹnu sọ lọ́rọ̀ yìí o ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe pé ká fẹnu sọ bóyá bó ṣe ń dùn wá lọ́kàn ká ṣe máa ṣe bá a gbọ́dọ̀ rẹ́dì ní tòótọ́ ibi a need láti kọjú wọn because ọ̀nà láti kọjú àwọn pò yìí ọ̀nà tó wà very simple ni tábà ti lè wọ́n bá kọ́ ọmọ ọ̀nà láti Niger láti Mọ́kọ́ láti Ẹ̀jẹ̀bà Lọ́kọ́jà road everything is off. Láti Jẹ̀bà ọ̀nà tó sọdá sí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àdé Lọ́kọ́jà tábà ti make sure pé ọ̀nà ibẹ̀ yẹn pé aláwọn tó lè díbẹ̀ yẹn pa everything is off. So àwa ọ̀dọ́ gangan lọ́rọ̀ yìí bá wí kì í ṣe pé
àwọn bàbá wa Akíntóyè àwọn ṣiṣẹ́ tí wọ́n lọ but àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tá fẹ́ bá ti rẹ́dì a gbọ́dọ̀ dúró tán a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe nǹkan tí ẹ ká ṣe ká dúró tán because wọ́n pa wá lé ní wọ́n pa wá jẹ wọ́n pa wá lẹ́ta àti rẹ́dì o àti rẹ́dì ìgbà tá a bá tó rẹ́dì ìlú gan mọ̀ ipa rẹ́dì kì í ṣe wípé àbí ká bọ́ọ̀lù ọmọ fẹnu sọ bàbá wa kan sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sọ pé ó ti ṣú wa kìnnìkan àwọn kan sọ pé àwọn ti pé ó ti ṣú àwọn ìpè àwọn ti rẹ́dì àwa ẹni tó sọ pé ó ti ṣú òun gangan òun náà nípa láti kó wọn náà. Exactly. So ìjà yìí kì í ṣe ìjà pé ẹnìkan ló gbọ́dọ̀ jà gbogbo wa lánìjà yẹn.
Okay, ìyàn kan sọ níbi rẹ̀ pé Yorùbá nation should not wait for Tinubu before we walk out. Step delay is dangerous.
Yeah. Tinubu is a one-man person. So I need that Tinubu and Tinubu. I was talking about a whole nation. A whole nation is different than just one man. Just any. Ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣe kàmìlára because ibi tẹ́mi wà ojoojúmọ́ là ń gbáradì torí tó bá délẹ̀ tán àwọn kan àpàdà sílé dandan nìyẹn ojoojúmọ́ là ń gbáradì àwọn kan àpàdà sílé.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ bá ń kí gbogbo àwọn tí ẹ jọ wà ní Liberia kì í sáré gbé kọ́là ìkọ́ ẹ ti wọlé nísìnyí má tún disconnect ara yín o ìkọ̀sẹ̀ ilẹ̀ disconnect ara yín lẹ́ǹkan ẹ ló kọ́là ẹ tún cut ara yín out so there is nothing I can do to that. Ẹ jẹ́ ń lọ gbé kọ́ọ̀lù ọmọ Saheed ọmọ bàtà ẹ máa láti tún ní sùúrù 113 because àti gbé yín lẹ́ǹkan ilẹ̀ tún disco ẹ tún dẹ́pọ̀ ẹ yẹ gbóhùn sókè Saheed.
Akwẹ́tì òbọ̀dá mi ọláyọ̀ ní pèkì ipa yín kò ní pin lágbára Olóòrùn Elédùmarè gbogbo ìlàkàkà yín lórí kí ìran Yorùbá kó lè gbọ́ lè pẹ̀rú ẹ̀ ní kábàámọ̀ pé ẹ ṣe é ṣe. Ṣẹ́bírí kinní kan ló ń dùn mí fún àwa ọ̀dọ́. Àti let's demonstrate our readiness. Wọ́n àwa Yorùbá, àwa ìran aládé, kí Olóòrùn Elédùmarè kó yẹ kó túbọ̀ dá fún wa jù báyìí lọ sí. A sọ wípé akíkanjú ẹyọ kan kò kí ń dá ogun ṣẹ́. Owó yẹn kò ṣiṣẹ́ lára bàbá mi ṣe Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ṣáò. Akíkanjú Sunday Ìgbòho lè dá ogun ṣẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣé àwa ọ̀dọ́ máa dúró tì í? Ṣé àní dá? Ṣé àní dá? Àwa ọ̀dọ́ yìí máa ní Sunday Ìgbòho máa ń kú fún. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Sunday Ìgbòho wà sí Nàìjíríà títí lórí last born kò mà sí Nàìjíríà ètò kéré jù. Multi-billionaire àmà ní Sunday Igboho multi-billionaire àmà ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwa ọ̀dọ́ yìí láàárọ̀ oúnjẹ àná jẹ́ o gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń fi ìgbékeré yẹn sẹ́nu lójú mi ń ràn mọ́ pé ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan ló jẹun yó tán tó tún jẹ ìgbékeré yìí ṣé mi bí ìrí gàrí wà mú báyìí nítorí àwa ọ̀dọ́ yìí mà ní Sunday Igboho mà ṣe ń jà ṣé àwa ọ̀dọ́ ṣé àní da Sunday Igboho ìbéèrè yẹn ni mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ kọ́ lọ máa bira wọn pé ṣé àní da Sunday Igboho ṣé àní da ẹ máa bẹ́ tó bọ̀ bàbá mi.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ni Saheed Ọmọbọ̀tá sọ ẹ bá máa ran àwọn mídíà wa lọ́wọ́ nílé àti gbogbo àwọn akọni wa Saheed is one of them and is working tirelessly day and night ọmọ ara data sórí fóònù omíyalé gbogbo wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ and àjọ àwọn èèyàn gbogbo àlọ́ pè wá àwọn need the flyer like I said we are kò ń ṣe platform any student tó ń pè wá kò ń ṣe platform yìí nìkan ló ń ràn Yorùbá nation movement it is a responsibility of everybody ẹ mo ti bẹ̀yìn pé ìjẹ́ fún mi ní few seconds nínú time yìí gbogbo àwọn ẹgbọ́n sókè ẹni yóò gbọ́n kan tá à ń sọ mo mọ̀ kẹwàá anxious láti sọ̀rọ̀ ẹgbọ́n sókè máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ máa sọ tèmi later.
Ẹ ṣe sá.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sá.
Kọ́lọ́run kó di wa mú.
Àmì Jésù inshallah aṣẹ́dùmarè.
Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ máa ránṣẹ́ yín lọ́wọ́ lórúkọ Jésù. Ẹ jọ sá ṣe rí àwọn nǹkan kan lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí tó jẹ́ pé àwa tá a wà ní South West àgà àwọn tó wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní nǹkan tó ń lọ yìí kò ń ṣe pé ohun tí àwa ń ṣe o ètò tí àwa ń ṣe yìí tọ́lọ́run ràn yín lọ́wọ́ sí yìí ṣùgbọ́n ohun táwọn Fúlàní yẹn ń ṣe tó ń plan lé wa lórí torí pé bí wọ́n ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí every day ló ń kó wọn wọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní last month or last upper month ni wọ́n kó àwọn kinní láti Senegal láti Chad láti Niger Republic Africa Central Republic ló kó wọn wá sí inú ọ̀nà
aṣọ ọmọ ogun lé wọn ní ọrùn wọ́n dẹ̀ kó wọn sínú mọ́tò Marco Polo lọ serious bus lọ fi kó wọn wá sí gbogbo south west south east tó dẹ̀ distribute wọn sínú báràkì pátápátá. They are ready for war, but are we ready for war? Because they are kò sí bá ṣe máa declare ẹ̀bùn pé ìgbà kan tá à ń declare òun ni àwọn kan tó ń ṣe rally ni àwọn Fúlàní yẹn tó wá àtàkì wọn police tó lọ arrest àwọn tó wà lọ́sípítù ẹ wo gbogbo irú nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn nísìnyí báyìí sí àwọn èèyàn yóò mú ní ọwọ́ kékeré fún wa wọ́n ti ń gbáradì bọ̀ láti 20 years ago tí wọ́n ti ń gbáradì gan-an tó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ and ẹ wo NIN tá a ṣe yẹn èmi tẹ ní opportunity láti gbé wá láti local government wá sí àdúgbò wa gbogbo ọmọ ló ṣe ṣùgbọ́n kí níta ṣe NIN yìí wọ́n gbé lọ sí Senegal Niger Republic wọ́n gbé lọ sí Africa Central Republic láti lè bá lọ ṣe NIN fún wọn kó tó wá sí Nàìjíríà ọtún àwọn tó wà Nàìjíríà wọ́n gbé machine lọ sínú igbó fún wọn láti lọ ṣe NIN fún wọn ní south west ní yorùbá ní south ní south east gbogbo orú nǹkan báyìí ń lọ àwọn tó dẹ̀bà gbígboro wọn ò mọ nǹkan tó ń lọ ọkọ̀ ìjókòó síbẹ̀ ni àwọn ọba yìí kedere wọ́n tún lọ ń pe àwọn Fúlàní pé kó máa bọ̀ pípẹ́ àwọn onímàálù kó máa bá wọn darí màálù wọn àwọn Yorùbá kan náà nìyẹn ìyá kan ń sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ àná mo kàn tẹ kílẹ̀kì sí YouTube mo kàn wọ́ọ̀ṣì YouTube ni mo rí tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ibú yín tó ń sọ mọ̀nàmọ́ná bí o ti gbàgbé orúkọ ọgbà yẹn mo kàn kọ̀ tiẹ̀ ọ̀fù ni ṣùgbọ́n ikú táwọn èèyàn wọ̀nyí ṣe ní alalẹ́ tó bá ti múná lọ àti gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe láti 20 years ago bọ̀ tó ti múra ogun sílẹ̀ pé àwọn fẹ́ gba gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà bọ́dẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ gba gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà yìí sí táwọn ti múra ogun sílẹ̀ yìí sí are we prepared? ṣẹ́rí tí a bá ti prepared ẹ wò mo ń bá àwọn kan sọ̀rọ̀ ní àwọn tó bá mi ṣiṣẹ́ because I'm a mechanical engineer so mo ń bá àwọn kan ṣiṣẹ́ àwọn tí mo ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ nínú factory ń bẹ̀ tí mo ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yorùbá nation nǹkan ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ mọ̀ pé wọn ò tí ì gbọ́ nǹkan kan nípa nǹkan tí àwọn Fúlàní yìí ṣe wọ́n gbọ́ nípa Yorùbá nation but wọn ò gbọ́ nǹkan táwọn Fúlàní yìí ṣe bó ṣe ń wọlé sí inú south west sí láìpẹ́ yìí nítorí wọ́n strike níbẹ̀ ìyá kan tó lọ sínú oko torí mo lóko níbẹ̀ tó lọ sínú oko tó lọ béèrè lọ́wọ́ Fúlàní pé báwo ni màálù yìí ṣe máa jẹ oko òun nísìnyí tí yàtọ̀ ní kí ayé máa sọ̀rọ̀ pé kó máa lọ pé àwọn làwọn ní ilẹ̀ táwọn dẹ̀ ṣe ń dà nígbà tó dẹ̀ bí ooru wọ́n lọ bá ìyá yẹn nínú ilé nítorí wọ́n dẹ̀ pa ọmọ ẹ̀ ọba orí ìkọ́kọ́ ṣe sí ìjòyè ní ìkọ́kọ́ ṣe sí bí òun ni wọ́n ń dùn ní ẹ wo ní kí lorúkọ bíbá yìí o láti dé Abẹ́òkúta tí ì bá ń bọ̀ láti Èkó láti dé Abẹ́òkúta máa tó rántí bẹ́ẹ̀ sí ibẹ̀ ọba ní màálù tó jẹ́ pé Fúlàní ló ń darí ẹ̀rọ ọbẹ̀ ẹ̀sà báwo ni àwọn olóbandọ́ba yìí ṣe máa jọyìn wa wọn ò lè jọyìn wa gọ́fúnà ò lè jọyìn wa àwọn olóṣèlú wọn yóò lè jọyìn wa kí wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé gbogbo nǹkan táwọn ń jẹ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí à ń sọ fún wọn pé kó kúrò níbẹ̀ kó má darapọ̀ mọ́ nǹkan tí a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jẹ ọ̀rọ̀ wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá máa pòsì kọ́kọ́ sí lórí WhatsApp yìí ẹgbọ́n nǹkan táwọn Fúlàní kan sọ ní Sokoto ọmọ Yorùbá lèmi ọmọ Abẹ́òkúta ni bàbá mi ìyá mi dẹ̀ jọ ọmọ Ìṣẹ̀rẹ̀ Ọlọ́fin ìyá mi Ìṣẹ̀rẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nínú ara fámìlì mi bà mí father side mi ó wà ní Sokoto bí mo ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó gbọ́ Fúlàní ó gbá Haúsá ó dẹ̀ gbọ́ Yorùbá now kò sédè tí wọ́n ń sọ níbẹ̀ yẹn tó yẹ pé kó wọn ọ̀gbọ́ ó pọ̀ sí kéde ẹ̀ sí mi ipe kí n wo nǹkan tí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ o tí wọ́n ń sọ o kí n káàkiri wo nǹkan tó ń lọ kí ní ìyẹn máa process ní kí n má ti drop báyìí sí máa process video àmì is a voice video so kọ́lọ̀ ń kó ràn wá lọ́wọ́ sá ẹ sá ẹ jọ kí la báwo làwọn èèyàn wa tó wà nílùú nígboro ló ṣe máa gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó ń lọ lábẹ́lẹ̀ nínú ìgbèríko wa yẹn nínú ìgbèríko wa níbẹ̀ kan sì ní ibì kan ọ̀hún fún ìgbẹ́ ní jábàjẹ́ kọjá ìmẹ̀kọ díẹ̀ pé ẹ̀ ń lọ sí ọ̀nà bọ́dà níṣe ní ìwòye nísìn ṣe gbọ́ pé Fúlàní ti ń jọba ń bẹ̀ lórí ilẹ̀ wa Fúlàní ti ń jọba ní ìwòye nínú pé ṣé wọ́n ti ń gba kí báyìí sí ká tó wí ká tó pọ̀ láìpẹ́ òun ní ọba Olúbàdàn tó tún lọ fún yìí tá a kìíní lọ́rẹ̀ Ganduje pẹ̀lú ìyàwó ẹ̀. Ṣé gbogbo nǹkan tó ń lọ yìí àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó wà nígboro Èkó wọn ò gbọ́ àwọn nǹkan tí mo dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ yìí kẹ̀rẹ̀ rí láti tó lẹ́nu ẹ̀ sọ fún mi wá wọ́n máa fẹ́ sí wọn mọ̀ pé Yorùbá ni Fúlàní náà.
Ẹja tún gbọ́ tẹlòmíì ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa that's a very in-depth one as well. Ẹ ṣé gan ni the question is as we're all getting a little bit frustrated and I can tell there's somebody at the door as we're all ever been known because phone ilé ti fi lọ flat so mo ní láti fi mo ń bọ̀ because ọmọ pé tó bá ti di pé phone là ń lò. When it comes to ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀, my job is to continue to encourage us and prepare our mind. I've listened to a lot of you that have called and I can tell that a lot of us are becoming very, very we're becoming extremely angry and anxious. What that mo ṣe lánàá ló ti wọnú lé what did send message to me lórí phone pé your parcel has been delivered. That's services. So you are going to order kìíní yẹn lánàá. Let me give it to me. Let me see. Inú lembi ba ni mo ti order. You're welcome. These two products were ordered and it has been delivered. Services. And I've received the text message. If we don't get the hell out of Nigeria, we'll become more frustrated. I mean, I paid for this. It's not cheap. But at least, kò sí pé wọ́n ti tamper pẹ̀lú ẹ̀kọ́ tó dé bíbá kò sí pé ẹni tó ń gbé bọ̀ ojú ẹ̀ wá ń ràn mọ́ Apple lè àtúndínlé. So many reasons why we gotta get the hell out of Nigeria. Yeah, take. Àbọ̀rọ̀ yẹn nísìn. Let's go straight and take this call. They're about to cut off látọ̀dọ̀ yín ni o because as bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń pè lè disconnect. Go ahead, nísìn.
Hello, sir.
Ẹ ti wà on.
Ẹ ká sọ̀rọ̀.
Ẹ ká sọ̀rọ̀.
Bẹ̀rẹ̀ kọ́ ìké.
Yeah.
Nǹkan tẹ́mi fẹ́ sọ fún wa ọmọ Yorùbá. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ kan tẹ́ sọ, ẹni àwọn èèyàn ti ń wà anxious.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Yeah.
And lóòótọ́ a rí ìtọ́ṣe inú ti tírélà kó àwọn èèyàn wọlé kó Fúlàní wọlé láti gbá látàwọ̀. Mo sọ̀rọ̀ kan lọ́jọ́ kan tí mo pè yín. Ìjà yìí ó ṣe títí wa o. Ẹ rí àwọn èèyàn tó ń kó wọlé yẹn a ní ìdí wọn. Ṣé gbọ́dọ̀ kó wọn wọlé? Because ohun èlò ni wọ́n. Ẹ rí the more and more tó bá kó wọn wọlé, the more tí ìjà yẹn á ṣe ṣe é jà. Ṣé rí mo sọ nǹkan kan Ọlọ́run ló fi ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn hàn mí. A rí nígbà tí Ọlọ́run fẹ́ lo Gideon láti jà. Bàbá wa olóyè Sunday Igboho tó dàbí Gideon títí òde òní. Ọlọ́run máa lò. Àná Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó yé mi pé ṣe rí màmá wa oníṣèrí yẹn wọ́n dàbí Deborah ìgbà títí wa ni. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ló dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí kó yé mi pé ṣe rí Yorùbá nation ó wà after the order of the Israelites. Ṣe rí dájú wa kọ́ pé lẹ́ǹkan wọ́n ní ní template. Ní template ògbò ní template. Template wa ó dàbí wọn template nǹkan tí àwọn ọmọ Israeli ṣe ó ní template ti wa. Ṣé wá rí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ fàyọ ni pé ìyín sọ àwọn nǹkan kan mo yín lẹ́yìn ètò ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ nípa ètò náà. ní gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó ń wọlé yẹn nílò wọn ẹ̀kọ́ kó wọn wọlé dé mọ́ tó ń kó wọlé dé mọ́ tí ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń rí mọ́ tí àwọn lérí yẹn ń ṣe. pẹ̀lú ìgbà tí Gideon tó máa ṣíwájú ogun yẹn mélòó ni gbogbo ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì tó tẹ̀lé ọdún 300 lọ out of the 32,000 tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ogun yẹn. nǹkan kan wà tó wà profound lọ́run ṣe. àwọn èèyàn wá máa bẹ̀rù àwọn èèyàn sọ pé I need the declaration I need the bàbá wa kí tó yẹ kàn declare I need the màmá wa káwọn èèyàn ní sùúrù. ṣáàrí tí a bá ní sùúrù á máa ṣe nǹkan tí ò yẹ ká ṣe àdẹ́ẹ̀bá bí Ọlọ́run ṣe fẹ́ ká ṣe kìíní yẹn á bàjẹ́. ṣáàrí nígbà tí Ọlọ́run fi Moses tó ń lead àwọn ọmọ Israel wọ́n ti débi pé ó ṣe nǹkan tí ò yẹ kó ṣe gbogbo wọn ò délẹ̀ yẹn àwọn kékeré inú wọn ló padà dé ilẹ̀ wọn wọn tó ń dàgbà tó ń kúrò ní Egypt gangan ò débẹ̀ torí pé wọ́n máa ń lò nígbà tí ò yẹ kó push. nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ fún wa ni pé jáká ní sùúrù ṣárí màmá wa lórí àti ìgbà tí wa tọ́lọ́run ń lò yìí màmá yẹn èmi rí i pé lóòótọ́ Ọlọ́run bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ tó rọ́ Ọlọ́run ti bá mi sọ àwọn nǹkan kan tí ìyá yẹn dẹ̀ wá sórí orí line lọ́dọ̀ yín nígbà tí wọ́n dẹ̀ wá sọ the confirmation of what God has told me. I am very sure pé template yìí lọ́lọ́run ń lò Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí n rí i pé bó ṣe máa dẹ́ nìyẹn ṣùgbọ́n kò tí ì yí àwa. màmá yẹn náà dẹ̀ ń sọ ní any time from the moment anything can happen we just have to be ready. And just like I said ṣẹ́rí gbogbo àwọn tó ń kó wọlé yẹn ẹ má jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rù. Tòótọ́ wọ́n lè máa pa àwọn kan ní kọ̀rọ̀ kan ká má mọ̀ wọ́n lè máa ṣẹlẹ̀ kò sọ́gbọ́n bí ẹ ṣe máa ń sọ bọ̀dá kò ṣe máa ń sọ pé ogun máa wà àwọn ogun nìyẹn ogun máa wà àwọn ogun nìyẹn ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí ogun yìí bá ṣe tán because Ọlọ́run ò jẹ́ kí Gideon ló ja ogun yẹn ọ̀n ti sí ìgbà tí ìlú tó fẹ́ bá jagun tán ti rò báwọn ti wà highly equipped ìgbà tán wà highly fortified ìgbà yẹn lọ́lọ́run jẹ́ kí Gideon tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ogun yẹn tó nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn àwọn Fúlàní wọ́n ní láti wà highly equipped highly fortified wọ́n ti kó gbogbo nǹkan tó nílò wọlé tán ìgbà yẹn lọ́lọ́run tó máa sọ pé kí màmá yìí ti dàtí bàbá wa olóyè Sunday Igboho ó ṣẹ́rí gbogbo ẹlẹ́tọ̀ it's a template that has to be followed àlè ṣe if we do it by our own will ó èké a máa mess up big time as in ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn máa ṣòfò. ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá ti ṣe bọ́lọ́run ṣe fẹ́ ká ṣe this is not about being a Christian Muslim or a traditionalist. This is following the God's instruction.
Which is following the Eludumare instruction as well.
We want to do it by our own way. We will mess up big time. Ṣáìjọ ẹ bá mi rọ àwọn ènìyàn kó má bẹ̀rù. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe bó ṣe yẹ ká ṣe kó bàa lè rí bó ṣe yẹ kó rí. Tó bá ti ṣe bọ́lọ́run ṣe fẹ́ gbogbo wa la máa dé ilẹ̀ lérí yẹn. Àní fẹ́nikẹ́ni ṣàwátì. Ọmọ tá a bá ti lọ push ju bó ṣe yẹ ká push lọ. Ọkọ ìkí mo wish káwọn èèyàn rí nǹkan tọ́lọ́ àti kò ní dà. Bọ̀ mo gbàdúrà pé Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kí a ní ẹ̀mí sùúrù yẹn láti ṣe ní ìlànà tọ́lọ́run. Ọlọ́run ó dẹ̀ mú gbogbo wa délẹ̀ lérí. Ẹ̀yin náà tẹ́ ń ṣe agbátẹrù tẹ́ àyínfà owó. Eré yín kò ní fò yín ru. Gbàrọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Wà lájọ máa kéré ọ̀pọ̀ délé ẹ ṣé gan nípa. Ẹ máa fi ṣùgbọ́n.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. A máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa tí wọ́n wà ní holiday. Oúnjẹ mi ti ready níbẹ̀, so I'm going to go and eat the food while I continue to take the calls. Ẹ kò ní rí ibi tẹ́nu mi ti ń ṣe pàìn ẹnu ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú Òde. Germany lélẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi náà ni wọ́n àwọn náà máa ń para àgàn tó bá pè. So ẹ go ahead. So I'm just gonna be behind the scene. Ẹ go ahead. Mo gbọ́ yín.
Ẹ kúṣẹ́ takuntakun.
Èmi ni ẹ. This is the other chair.
Ṣé rí àwọn tí wọ́n ń pariwo pé bàbá Akíntóyè kan wá declare nísìnyìí kan wá ṣe kíní kan wọ̀nyẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ kán fi ara balẹ̀. Wọ́n máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ kan ní òyìnbó pé when you fail to plan you are planning to fail. Tí kìnìún bá fẹ́ mú ẹran a máa wo ẹran yẹn kò torí mọ̀ pé tó ń bá make a wrong move ẹran yẹn á escape. Russia ti fẹ́ bá Ukraine jà tipẹ́tipẹ́ kò ń ṣèjà àtàṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ kò ń ṣàtàṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ yìí kò ń ṣègbà yẹn ni Russia ti plan yẹn o.
ọdún pípẹ́.
ṣé a máa sọ wípé agbára Russia ò tó láti mú Ukraine mọ́lẹ̀ anytime. Torí gbogbo awuyewuye ti wà nílẹ̀ tipẹ́tipẹ́ láti 2014 gbogbo ẹ̀ oríṣiríṣi táwọn èèyàn ti ìbá àwọn ìlú Amẹ́ríkà
ìjà yìí máa ti ń lọ bí almost 3 months nísìnyí káàbọ̀ tó bá ti fẹ́ tó bẹ̀.
ó ti jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́gọ́ pàápàá but tá à ń sọ ni pé ó pẹ́ kí ẹ kí ó ṣe àti ìjà yìí but they came at the appropriate time. Wọ́n launch ìjà yẹn ní at the appropriate time táwọn rí pé everything ti set. Torí tí wọn bá plan dáadáa kán tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìjà yẹn wọ́n á gba ìtìjú. Ẹ jẹ́ ká báwọn èèyàn wa sọ̀rọ̀ kì í ṣe bára àwọn èèyàn ṣe ń gbóná yìí kì í ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ la ṣe máa ja ìjà yẹn o. Ẹ jẹ́ sọ kínní kan fún yín. Ẹ rí tí ìyá bá dé lẹ́bù kan nǹkan kan á ṣẹlẹ̀. Wọ́n ní ọjọ́ tí ọmọ bá dé ọjọ́ tí ọmọ bá da epo nù kọ́ ló máa ń nà. Ṣùgbọ́n ọjọ́ tó bá domi lásán nù nìkanra ni a wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni àwọn ẹran ti pé bó ṣe tó epo nù lọ́jọ́ yẹn náà lélẹ̀ wọ́n á jẹ gbàtọ́jọ́ yẹn báyìí. Nǹkan máa spark up. My fear is that tí nǹkan bá ti spark up nísìn torí mọ̀ pé hardship tó wà nílẹ̀ ńsìn ṣé ẹ gbọ́ Mr. Koiki hardship tó wà nílẹ̀ ńsìn.
mo kàn sí níwájú screen ni mò ń jẹun lẹ́yìn ni mò ń gbọ́ gbogbo tẹ́ ń sọ là ń gbọ́ àwọn èèyàn rẹ̀ ń gbọ́ yín náà wọ́n kàn ní láti lójú mi ní ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ ìgbọ́n mi.
hardship tó wà nílẹ̀ ńsìn nígbà tó bá spark up anything nǹkan kan máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Nǹkan kan ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tí Sunday Igboho fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo agitation yìí pé ẹ ṣe máa pa Yorùbá bí eléyìí nǹkan kan ló ṣẹlẹ̀. In the absence of Sunday Igboho ní Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ sí nǹkan kan máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ẹ máa wò very soon.
tó máa spark.
tí nǹkan yẹn bá tilẹ̀ tó bá ti spark up ẹjọ́ ìgbà yẹn gangan ló yẹ ká step in.
Okay. So ǹjẹ́ nǹkan ni pé nínú Nàìjíríà fúnra rẹ̀ gan nǹkan kan máa spark.
wọ́n máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gather together díẹ̀. àwọn ebi tí wọ́n máa pa àwọn èèyàn bíi pé kó máa pa àwọn èèyàn máa kú sínú ilé.
ìyẹn kan ti commit suicide tí rí fídíò ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tí rí fídíò bàbá tó commit suicide yẹn ni. màá sẹ́ndẹ̀ sí ó ti commit suicide bàbá ó ṣe fídíò ó rẹ̀ commit suicide ọmọ Yorùbá ni o kódà pé ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ láwà nínú picture yẹn bó ṣe ìrọ̀wọ́ ìkan picture ó take picture pẹ̀lú ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ó ti kọ́kọ́ ṣe fídíò wá commit suicide.
ṣe rí àwọn atájọ́ opportunity tá à ń pè sí àwọn kan wà létí pé ebi ń pa wọ́n kú pátápátá kì í ṣe pé ọ̀rọ̀ pé kinní kan ebi ń pa mí mò ń ranjú ebi ń pa wọ́n débi pé wọ́n fẹ́ kú. ẹ má jẹ́ kí n tàn yín Mr. Koiki tó bá dé ojú ẹ̀ nǹkan kan máa stack up àwọn tẹ́ expect pé kó jáde gẹ̀rẹ́ rí wọn wá jáde tó bá dé ojú ẹ̀ àwọn kan máa dìde pé no tó bá rí ẹni politician tó bá kọjá wọ́n á já jùkúlẹ̀ wọ́n á fà jáde ní mọ́tò wọ́n á gbé ọ̀bẹ sí lọ́rùn wọ́n á dẹ̀ dù. mo ń sọ fún yín nígbà tí lè bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ gbà ẹ̀ gan ló yẹ ká. tó bá gbé àwòrán Sunday Igboho lásán kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ tó jọ wọ́n wọṣọ fún wọ́n ló jáde sí South West ẹ máa kí n tàn yín gbogbo Nàìjíríà máa dàrú.
kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run.
ẹ máa kí n tàn yín gbogbo Nàìjíríà máa àwọn èèyàn máa ké jáde ní pé Igboho jọ má lọ mọ́. ọ̀pá gbà wá ààrẹ láti kú báyìí. kọ́kọ́ gbé àwòrán ẹ̀ lásán kọ́kọ́ gbé sí Èkó lásán mo sọ fún yín sẹ́ apá ò ní kásẹ̀ èmi mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé.
ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń bọ̀ yìí sì máa le gan díẹ̀.
kì í ṣe pé ó máa le jù àdúrà tèmi ni pé nígbà táwọn máa parí ẹ̀ ayọ̀ ló máa já sí.
Àmín.
ayọ̀ ló máa já sí ṣùgbọ́n ṣe rí òkè níbsìn wọ́n ní ìyá ọdún ẹ ló sọ pé kò lè dáa fún ìyá sójà
ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mo fẹ́ lọ sókè mo máa sọ kalẹ̀ padà tí bá dé màá ní kẹ́ máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ má ti lọ torí èyí ni mo mọ̀ pé tí bá ní kẹ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ ẹlòmíì tá bá ní kọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ tí bá máa fi dé ọ ti máa drop ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ àwọn èèyàn gbọ́n yín dáadáa ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ mọ̀ bọ̀.
ẹ káwọn èèyàn wá la etí kí wọ́n gbọ́rọ̀ ẹ káwọn èèyàn wá la etí kí wọ́n gbọ́rọ̀ tí ìyà ò dùn ẹ́ ebi ò pa ẹ́ ló ń sọ pé jẹ́ ká dúró de United Nations ebi ò tí ì pa ẹ́ kú sínú ilé tẹ́bi bá pa ẹ́ kú sínú ilé tó ò rí nǹkan kan jẹ tó ń wo ọmọ tó bí jáde nínú bíi pé kó gbọ́ bẹ̀ sí lọ́rùn kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sèé jẹ ìgbà ẹni wàá mọ̀ pé yes ó dojú ẹ̀ tí àwọn wọ̀nyí dẹ̀ jayé olórí burúkú táwọn wèrè yìí dẹ̀ jayé olórí burúkú káàkiri tí wọn mọ̀ mọ́la tí táwọn mọ́la tó wó kọ́ tó ń jayé fàmílétè tútọ́ tí tẹ́lómi àdá owó lẹ̀ báyìí bí ẹni pé ṣe ló kó bí iyanrìn létí òkun táwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ lọ́rọ̀ tá à ń sọ yìí tí ń ṣe pé bóyá pé ọ̀rọ̀ pé mo fẹ́ wọṣọ tàbí mo fẹ́ ṣakọ tó jẹ́ pé ọ̀rọ̀ mo fẹ́ jẹun ni mo fẹ́ jẹun.
ẹ máa ṣẹ́gun ẹ̀gbọ́n mi wàláì ṣẹ́rí pé bí ṣe jẹun báyìí nísìn mo ti jẹ breakfast láàárọ̀ yìí mo ti mu cereal bọ̀ bí ṣe wá jẹun báyìí nísìn mo kàn wá ń wẹ tó wà lé nísìn débi ń pa.
èèyàn tí mi ò expect pè mí láti ilé Mr. Koiki èèyàn tí mi ò expect pè mí láti ilé ó ní kí n jọ ó ní káṣíjú o má ṣáàtù. tí bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ 5,000.
ṣé mo pé tẹ́ni tó commit suicide yẹn náà tó sọ nìyẹn ó ní ká ó ṣá ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ ṣá ni ó ti commit suicide báyìí. wàláì
tó ní kó òun àti ilé kọ́ṣà lè fi jẹun olówó tó ń bèèrè lọ́ọ̀ mi ò tọrọ pé owó pé òun fẹ́ ṣá òun fẹ́ wọṣọ àbí òun fẹ́ ṣe kinní kan ó ní kọ́ṣà lè fi jẹun. àwọn tó ní fọ̀tán lè kánná wọn ò lè dá gáàsì mọ́ Nàìjíríà. àwọn tó ní fọ̀ tó lè kánná wọn ò lè dá gáàsì mọ́ Nàìjíríà. èrò civil servant tó ti wọ level 13 èyí ló ń dá igi ló ń dá lẹ́yìn ìpìlẹ̀ lẹ́sìn.
kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run.
nǹkan kan máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ ṣe sùúrù ẹ bá wà fáwọn Nàìjíríà sí pé nǹkan kan máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ láìpẹ́
ó ń bọ̀ ni.
kò sẹ́ni tó máa dákẹ́ sínú ilé náà náà ẹni tó máa wò pé tóun bá kú dúró sínú ilé báyìí sí ikú náà ló máa kú. ẹni tó wò pé ok ebi ti ń pa ẹ lọ tí ń ṣàwẹ̀ ló ń gbà. ẹ lọ ṣe fídíò Nàìjíríà kẹ́ lọ wojú àwọn èèyàn.
àwọn tẹ̀ máa ń look like bẹ́ẹ̀ tó sick ní ẹ̀mọ́ kí ni sáà ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ti pẹ́.
exactly kò sójú tó fresh Nàìjíríà.
ẹ ṣe gan-an ẹ̀gbọ́n mi.
kí ni ẹ máa spark up tó bá ti spark up táwọn èèyàn bá ti jáde Ọlọ́run ọba.
àwa náà gbọ́dọ̀ ready.
lọ́mọ bá tẹ̀ wulẹ̀ gbèsè dé Ìgbòho síta kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gbé àwòrán ẹ̀ síta lásán. ó ti tán.
ẹ ṣe gan-an ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mo kí gbogbo yín lọ́hùn ẹ bá ń kí àwọn ẹbí yín lọ́hùn. Thank you so much. Ẹ má bínú èèyàn mi. I had to eat right there. Mo ti jẹ breakfast, but apparently I needed something else again. Can you imagine tó wà nílé? Tàbá sọ pé bí ń pa yín. Ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ sókè ètò nìyẹn.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n ń pè wọ́n sọ fún wa pé ká ṣe sùúrù. Àti ní sùúrù tó. Sùúrù kan ò jù báyìí lọ kò dìgbà tó bá pa wá tán nígbà tí àwa 60 million tó bá sọ pé àwa Yorùbá 60 million.
Ẹ má bínú ìyá mi pé mo máa interrupt breaking news yìí gunmen kò sí àwọn kan tó ń jẹ́ gunmen terrorist ni ẹ má bínú màá show picture ẹni ẹ̀ bọ̀ mo ní show picture ìyí tó ti pa sílẹ̀ lẹ̀ gunmen suspected to be kidnappers invaded the residence of Barrister B.T. Aze, a principal associate of Bernard and associate situated at Saminaki area behind Federal Road Safety Corps headquarters Zamfara. Ó ti pa ó ti lọ báyìí. Nigeria never happened to us. Ojú ẹ̀ lẹ́wọ̀ yẹn. Ó ti dẹni ilẹ̀ báyìí. Ẹgbẹ́ òsókè ìyá mi má bínú tọ́lọ́ náà.
Tí wọ́n ń sọ fún wa pé ká ní sùúrù nígbà tí Fúlàní tí wọ́n ń ṣí àwọn èèyàn kọ́lé wọ́n á lọ sí Ogun State lẹ́yìn wọ́n á lọ pa 30 bẹ̀. Wọ́n á lọ sí Ondo State lọ́la wọ́n á lọ pa 20 bẹ̀. 20
Mo rí yàn mi tèmi.
Tí a bá ṣírù ẹ̀.
Nọ́mbà yẹn ń gò.
Yorùbá ń lọlẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ ní wọ́n ń lọlẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ ní ní sùúrù mọ́ torí pé àwọn tó sọ pé máa ní sùúrù yẹn kò tí kàn wọ́n Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kó kàn wọ́n àwọn tó ti kàn nísìnyí wọn ò ní sọ pé ká ní sùúrù wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn lójoojúmọ́ àwọn ọmọ ti wà nílé 7 months wọn ò ní lọ sí school àwọn tó ń fún lówó oúnjẹ owó oúnjẹ gan ẹni tó ń fún ní $100 gan tẹ́tẹ́lẹ̀ tó fi jẹun kò tó mọ́ ẹni kan máa ní sùúrù sùúrù yẹn ò sí mọ́ ṣé ní gbogbo àwọn tó ń pè kán tó fẹ́ kán máa ní sùúrù yẹn wọ́n ń tẹ̀ àti máa bu omi tútù sí àwọn èèyàn lọ́kàn nítorí pé wọ́n ní pé ẹtí Tinubu tí wọn bá ti gbé fún díẹ̀ wọ́n ṣẹ̀ máa wá sí Yorùbá nation we are not daft we are not stupid ṣe tiwa bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá fẹ́ tẹ̀lé Tinubu ẹ̀ máa bá a lọ àwa ní Yorùbá nation kíákíá 2023 òmìnira náà pé 2022 òmìnira 2022 náà pé wọ́n sọ pé 2023 and we need it ní 2022 ìlà nídìí ẹ̀ we are tired of being outside our country we are tired we need to go home.
ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ rí i pé ìyàwó yẹn ara ń ta wọn gan wọn náà ti fẹ́ deport àwọn over 200 tó wà ní Dubai mo rí i pé ìyàwó yẹn náà ti fẹ́ pè padà ó máa wá bẹ̀ lẹ́ǹkọ̀ọ̀kan ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè.
ẹ̀dọ́ mi sàkóso.
àwa pẹ̀lú ìyàwó.
mo ní láti pè padà yẹn. mo fẹ́ ṣí àṣìyàn ìṣèkọ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ládùúgbò mi recently. tí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá bá ń sọ wípé ká ní sùúrù bí irun wípé àwọn èèyàn really understand nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà tààrà rárá. ṣé ẹ ti rí abiyamọ kan ó sọ ọmọ ẹ̀ nù ní sẹ́ńtì ọmọ yẹn bí ọmọ 11 ọmọ yẹn kú nítorí pé wọn di owó tí wọ́n máa san ní hospital ṣé ẹ gbọ́ mi.
à ń gbọ́ yín mà.
ṣé ẹ rí ní ìwà kú tán wọn ò wá tún wá jẹ́ kí ìyá àti bàbá ẹ̀ kán lè gbé ọmọ yẹn kúrò ní hospital torí pé wọ́n fẹ́
ẹ má bínú ẹ mọ̀ pé mi kọ́ ọmọ ẹ mọ̀ káwá journalist ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ bíi last year ni àbí.
rárá o bí ọ̀sẹ̀ bíi méjì.
ẹ mọ gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ má bínú mo kàn fún ká tuntun gbọ́ náà ní sọ èkó ń sọ̀rọ̀ last year lẹ́ ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó ṣẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àbí.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
ẹgbọ́n sókè yàrá ń gbọ́ yín.
níṣẹ́ ni ìyá ọmọ yẹn wá gbé ìgbà tí wọ́n wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́gbọ̀n fún ọmọ yẹn lọ sínú.
kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run ọba.
ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọwọ́ káàkiri inú abiyamọ olówó ló lè sọ pé kí wọ́n ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ gbọ́n. nígbà tí ọmọ èèyàn ti kú tó tí ò lè mọ́ ọ̀nà ọmọ yẹn tó jẹ́ kó túnì láti máa gbé tabọ́là kiri àdúgbò kó tẹ̀lé lọ fi gbé òkú ẹ̀ kúrò ní ọ̀sìn. káwọn èèyàn ọmọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ìdájọ́ ọmọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. ó ti tó wa. látàdí ìyàwó sì rí sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní wọ́n ti ṣe ètò tán wọ́n ní àwọn ti rẹ́dí àbí tí ìyàwó sì rí sọ́ lè ti wà sí gbóni ṣé wọ́n purọ́ fún wa tí ìyàwó bá sọ pé òun mọ ọ̀nà tó máa lead wa out tó lè sọ wípé àwọn nǹkan ti rẹ́dí let us follow whichever way is available now and get out of this country. I don't understand all this going back all this laying back and all of that. I don't understand. ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́mọkùnrin kú ní ọ̀dẹ̀dẹ̀ wa kó ọ̀dẹ̀ jọyè ilé bàbá ẹ̀. tó bá lẹ́ni tó wà tó sọ wípé kó ti ṣètò àwọn mọ̀nà tá lè gbà jáde ó dẹ̀ ti wà gbẹ́lẹ́bù báyìí kí ló ń dá wa dúró wọ́n ti gbàgbé. Things are happening people are dying they are suffering things are happening here in Nigeria do people understand do they understand things are happening. àbí sọ́ni bàbá bá ti kú tán ni.
àbá ìtìpọ̀ táwọn kú bí àìtìpọ̀ ní mọ́mì ẹ mọ̀ pé bí èèyàn kan lè kọ̀ dárúkọ ẹ̀ bí àwọn èèyàn ti gbọ́ bí àbíyàn 200,000 kú so bí àyàn ló ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ìjà kú síbẹ̀ ẹ ṣé gan ìyá wa ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ live program lẹ́ ń wò bí ẹ ṣe darapọ̀ mọ́ wa but tẹ́ bá fẹ́ pè bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti pe nọ́mbà mi báwọn èèyàn ṣe ń pe nọ́mbà yẹn mo gbé but mo ń send message sí wọn tá a bá ti ní studio line ní ká pè studio line ni privilege ni pé ní nọ́mbà wa pé ẹlòmíì máa ń rò pé bí táwọn bá pè wá ní gbé call but eventually èmi máa ń return call nígbà míì Mr. Koiki pè wá privilege ni báwa náà ṣe ní privilege irú àwọn bàbá wa kí tó yé nǹkan ọ̀tá ń pè yẹ but ẹ máa ká wá abuse it studio line is studio line there's a reason why ta ṣe ní studio line la fẹ́ a bá fẹ́ kẹ́ pé number the other one yẹn màá níyẹn ní kẹ́ pé and we must get used to that whether we like it or not ẹgbọ́n sókè.
Hello bros.
ẹ gbọ́ yín o.
ẹ kú ètò bros. gbogbo agbára tẹ̀ ń sa gbogbo ìgbìjú yín ọmọ akẹ́ Yorùbá wà gbé ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́hùn. Ẹgbẹ́ mi sọ ọkàn o bros ẹ má sọ pé power wọn kì í dàṣẹ ní power o ó máa wà á gbà pẹ̀lú force pẹ̀lú power ìgbà power o power kì í ṣe gbogbo àtẹ̀pá o ẹgbẹ́ ti mi ẹ tí ẹgbẹ́ power yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹgbẹ́ power lọ́wọ́ yẹn ẹgbẹ́ power yẹn ó ti wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ decade kó ẹ̀ tó múlẹ̀ fún yín ó lè ná ó máa ná ogun last card yẹn ní ẹ̀yìn tó lè gbàdọ̀ di tiẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ti mi sìn ọdún pípọ̀ yìí wọ́n ti push wa kan ògiri o ẹ má ti purọ́ fún yín o ókè náà ń sìn bí tèmi lọ ni pé ìgbà tá a ti ń pa Yorùbá nation ṣé báwọn kan níbi kò lè bọ́ sígbà ń purọ́ ni wọ́n gbé ìsìn ló wá ń jó ara tó wá ń jó mọ́sùn ara tó bó wá ń kẹ́lẹ́ sí pé ọmọ ẹni kò ṣe ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀dá mi lóhùn náà ń sìn ẹ ká fi di gbàtà wà Libya ká fi ṣe for instance gbàtà wà Libya gbàtí Gaddafi ó ní kó wọn gbé power sílẹ̀ pé òun fẹ́ fi ọmọ òun síbẹ̀ ó ní pé irọ́ o àti wọ́ àfọmọ àfẹ́yàn kan bẹ̀ wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ wàhálà yìí Gaddafi ń gbé jet tó pé wọ́n fi ń bọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ gbígbé káàkiri kékeré bó wá ṣe ọmọ ọ̀rẹ́gbẹ̀dẹ abọ́ títì ọjọ́ títì ó ń pariwo pé kí ìwé ẹgbẹ́ àwọn o ìgbà ẹgẹ ní ìgbà ayé ìgbà ẹni bàbá mi máì Obama wà níbi ẹgbà ẹ lọ́wọ́ pàwọn àgbẹ̀ lamẹ́ríkà ń gbà yẹn ọgbọ́n títì ayé ń pariwo UN kọ́ gba àwọn o gàgàrà ti fẹ́ pa àwọn tán o kí ni ẹ ṣe straight away ọbọlẹ̀ straight from there ọwọ́ fi ẹ̀kọ́ wọ̀ ìjà tóbi small fight o àdúrásì kọ́ gàgàrà ọmọ balẹ̀ kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ láti gbà yẹn ìlú wọn sì wọ̀n níjọba o ọdẹ ìṣèlú wọn mẹ́tẹ̀ country wọn lọ ẹgbẹ́ ìwé sìn ọwọ́ pípọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ọgbọ́n ọdún yìí sún wa kan ògiri nígbà tẹ̀lé gbogbo kọ́tà wa pass through orí máa ń dàrú gbogbo mi ò dágbára kágbọ́n dágbára ìwé sìn máa bọ́lẹ̀ snake máa fọmọ mi sílẹ̀ kí lọ jà fúnlẹ̀ mi mẹ́ni kò mọ orísìn tàbí ọmọ orísìn sí ẹ ṣe máa ń pa àyọ̀tẹ̀ ṣe máa ń kí ọmọ orísìn àwọn àpàdé ọmọ orísìn àmọ orísìn tẹ̀ máa ń kí ẹ̀yìn sì ẹ̀yìn gbà òkè wọlé ni kí n káwá sọ pé àgbà ìsàlẹ̀ làwọn àgbà wọlé kí n ká sọ ẹ̀dá mi lóhùn ṣé ìwé máa ń dìbò fún ṣẹlẹ̀ mo lo 15 days nínú desert mo lò 15 days tí mo rò omi dáhùn kan omi kan ga làwọn fà kọ̀ọ̀kan yẹ pé èèyàn ti kú sínú ẹ̀ làwọn fà mú òun ló gbé wa dé ibi adé ìkan ní ìkéde jùlùkù ibẹ̀ yẹn inú náà kí lọ́bẹ̀ ara mo kàn án lọ pé ẹni sùn tó wọ́n lé lórí tó pé àwọn máa ń jìyà nínú Nàìjíríà tẹ́tẹ́ pẹ̀lú ìlú òṣì yẹn wọ́n ti sún wa kan ògiri bọ̀ wọ́n kan òwò àwọn understand ẹ̀ máa yé para ẹ̀ máa yé bínú inú ń bí àwọn kan but àwọn pẹ̀lú tó bá tó tàbí kan fura lanu ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn fúnra wọn ti pín Nàìjíríà o àwọn fúnra wọn ti pín Nàìjíríà kí n sọ ẹ fún yín àwọn kan ṣe wò pé ẹ̀rù ń bà wá wọ́n ti pín ìlú fúnra wọn ẹ dá mi lóhùn àwọn tó ń kókun wọlé tó ń kó irinṣẹ́ wọlé tó ń kó pè wọlé àwa kí o pé àṣìyìn dòde wọn kan àwọn ọmọ tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní ìbílẹ̀ wọn o kọ́ máa iṣẹ́ wọn bọ̀ kó máa pẹ́ jù ó ti ìtàtà wa ó ti sún wọn ní ìlú tó wà yìí sí wọn míníwèé ọkọ̀ ń dàmí láàmú káàkiri lórí gí mi bọ̀ tí mi bá dà kí mi bá ṣe ní ìgbà yìí ẹ̀dá mi lóhùn sí wọ́n ní kó ilé látàmì ní years ó máa dáwọ́ padà bó ṣe ń bá kiri nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tàwa yìí ìgbà ní pé ìhà ìmàlẹ́ sùn ìṣúrò lábẹ́ ní ó ti sún everybody wọ́n pè ní kó iṣẹ́ wọlé ó ti rẹ́dì pẹ̀lú wa ó ti rẹ́dì pẹ̀lú wa fúnlì wọ́n pa nínú ilé wọ́n pa nínú gbogbo wọ́n pa anywhere kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́ ká ṣe ilé ká sọ ẹ̀dá mi lóhùn wọ́n ti push wa kan òbí wọ́n ti push wa gidi gan ẹ wá ní pé èmi ló kàn ọdún lọ sí Nàìjíríà kí ló kàn mí lọ sí Nàìjíríà èmi fẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn ìran mi fẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ sí Yorùbá nation mi ìfẹ́ gbọ́ Nàìjíríà mọ̀ Nàìjíríà mi kò pè mí kò pè ìyá mi kò pè ìran mi èmi náà ẹgbẹ́ mo ṣùgbọ́n ní nísìnyí mo ti ń bímọ káàkiri ẹ̀dá mi lóhùn ẹ wá ní pé kàmá ní sùúrù ẹ wá ní pé àwọn àtà àwọn àràgbà tó wá tó àsìkò àwọn àmọ́ what to do àmọ́ what next náà wọ́n sẹ́ nílé sí ẹ̀rọ pariwo ebi ń pa àwọn ìyá ebi ń pa àwọn náà ń kọ́ wa ní ìbàyìí náà kò sẹ́ tí ó kàn pé èmi náà níyàn lé mo níyàn lé gbogbo tó bá kù wọ́n máa fẹ́ ilẹ̀kùn wọn mo ní sọ́kẹ́lì bọ̀dì wọn bọ̀ tó bá ti yá pẹ̀ máa fẹ́ ilẹ̀kùn yín mo lè ṣe tí mo ṣe yìí lọ ẹ máa ń pa ara pé kí a ní sọ lóko ìṣòro ṣẹ́ṣẹ́ṣẹ́ṣẹ́ṣẹ́ṣẹ́ ló sọmọ ìgbà gbéra ẹ̀bí fún mi ni fún ìṣòro ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ lójó náà níbo lójó náà ó ní láyé sẹ́mi ó ní èrò tèmi náà Ross ẹ̀yin máa iṣẹ́ tí yín lọ ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ̀ sọ ó yẹ àwọn gan ó gbọ́dọ̀ pléènì wa gidi gan owó kan wọn dá sáré máa yẹ bínú ọmọ pọ̀pọ̀ tó wáyé ayé wọn ẹ̀jẹ̀ fi wá sílẹ̀ kájẹ̀ ìṣèlú wa náà kájẹ̀ ṣe ẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ tẹ̀ fọ́ ní chance kájẹ̀ ìṣe kọ́ńtì wa fúnra wa lọ ká tún ìlú wa ká gbẹ ká tún ṣe káwọ ìyàtọ̀ ńlá sí Nàìjíríà sí ẹ̀pariwo yẹn ẹ̀dá mi lóhùn à ń gbé pálí yín káàkiri kò wúlò kò ní bábá lù ẹ̀dí àwọn agbójú ọ̀nà la máa sọ mẹ́rin fìm fún yín gbogbo lọ sí táàrin ní láti gbà yẹn ó lè ṣe yá pé dídí sìn yín lọ wá ní Nàìjíríà kan ẹjọ́ pọ́wà ò ṣe gbogbo àtẹ̀pà o a máa gbàgbọ́dọ̀ fọ́ọ̀sì yẹn ní àwọn àgbẹ̀pà wa òye ṣe bros ẹ ṣe dàbọ̀.
Wow, I didn't want to interrupt him. I can see that he's angry, he's bitter, and a lot of you might not understand. Let me quickly read. Even Sir Amadu Bello, the foremost leader of the northern Nigeria before and after independence, once described the amalgamation of 1914 as a mistake. So if it's a mistake, kí ló dé tá and try láti fẹ́ save it? Kí la fẹ́ save Nigeria fún? Even àwọn tìjọ́sí wọ́n ní mistake lọ́rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀. Kí ló dé tí àwa kan tí a sì sọ pé ká save Nigeria? Ẹgbẹ́ òsókè alàgbà.
Ẹ ṣe gan-an ló ti wáyé láàrin bàbá. Nǹkan tó sọ ni pé opinion tèmi ni mo ń sọ o. Èmi fẹ́ sọ o. Èmi tí mo ti fẹ́ máa dá bàbá Akíntóyè. The reason is that ní 3-4 days tí ìwà tí bàbá náà jáde bàbá ò lè máa fọ̀ wá sílẹ̀ ṣé tá a máa ń sọ pé leader tó bá dé stage kan a máa yọba because mo ti rí pé bàbá gan ọkàn mi ò síbẹ̀ because nínú àwọn mi ìfẹ́ lọ síbẹ̀ nínú nǹkan tí bàbá sọ lọ́jọ́ yẹn àwọn kan ti ń tákù yẹn orí tìrì. So but ní ọjọ́ kejì nínú àwọn agitators tí ẹjọ́ wà lórí ẹjọ́ wà ní orí program pẹ̀lú Yorùtì òun náà torí gbàmí bá a kò máa ẹlòmíì kò mọ bọ́dé sọ̀rọ̀ ó kàn máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùtì nígbẹ́ nǹkan tí bàbá bá sọ ìlú làbá tẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá sọ pé kò ṣe kò bákan tí bàbá bá ṣe mistake á máa sọ gbèsè owó ìta máa sọ fún wọn pé àbàbà eléyìí o but ní ẹ lọ wo nǹkan tí bàbá sọ kẹ́ ẹ wo nǹkan tí Yorùtì sọ but nǹkan tí nǹkan bá ń lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ draw alẹ̀ kọ́ńtì clear tó bá máa clear because people at home now gbogbo everybody ó ti sún wọn pé ojoojúmọ́ nígbè ẹjọ́ onígbé sótọ́ àti sọ fún mi pé wọ́n nígbà àwọn tó tí ọ̀gbà tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ́sì tó wá padà gbà tó ti nígbè ọ̀nà lélẹ́yìí o. So bí Yorùtì ọkùnrin obìnrin bí ọkùnrin ni. So bọ̀ tá a bá rẹ́ nìkan tó ń ṣe nǹkan dáadáa tẹ́yìn bá mọ̀ lọ títí ẹ ṣe lọ́dà pé kí máa fà tí bàbá irú kan tí bàbá ṣe ní ọjọ́ kìíní yẹn èmi ò support. If there's anything tó bá ṣe in-house ló ti yẹ kó pe meeting àbúrò kó ti set kìíní yẹn. Ǹjẹ́ àníìdí ẹ̀pù ǹjẹ́ ẹnìkan ò lè sọ fún wa pé àti gba ilẹ̀ wa o ẹnìkan ò lè sọ fún kìíní. Ẹnu lásán gan. Àwọn máa kọ́ fún ìgbà ayé àwọn èèyàn jẹ ẹni tó lè jà ájà lè lẹ́nu. So orúkọ tí bàbá ẹni kan tí bàbá má jẹ káwọn kan tì wọ́n lọ pé àwọn kan náà wọ́n máa fi kó lórí ọ̀nà dáńtọ̀ yìí because mo ti rí tẹ́tí tiẹ̀ lára bàbá. So lọ́jọ́ tó yọ lọ́hùn ní ìsìn kọ́ máì kó pẹ́ mọ́ because ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì ti fẹ́ máa mú àwọn èèyàn. Ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì ó ti fẹ́ máa mú àwọn èèyàn. Gbogbo ojoojúmọ́ máa rí pé ẹ̀gbọ́n gbàlẹ́ sọ́pẹ́ fẹ́ declare ní àwọn náà fẹ́ declare pé ebi wo pé ó dà pé kìíní gan kò pé bóyá òṣèlú tí ó ti tara bò. Àná ó dẹ̀ ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ lójú ti tiwa wà láìka sóbi láì. So èmi ó tó ti Yorùbá níjọ tọkàntọkàn ni àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan bíbá ìgbọ̀n àjọ sọ̀rọ̀ òun ti wà láti Amẹ́ríkà àwọn lórí burúkú tó ti wà l'Amẹ́ríkà ló fà bíi 20-25 years yẹn àti tó ti wà ní diaspora olórí burúkú ni wọn àwọn ẹrú Tinubu ni gbogbo wọn ifo ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mo ṣépè fún pé pẹ̀lú ọmọ ẹ̀ tó bá ní Tinubu ni wọgbọn náà wà á rìn lọ sí lọ́dún máa pa ẹ̀ so ẹjọ́ tó yọ lọ nǹkan tètè ṣe kínní because tó bá ti wá tó dá nǹkan tó pé ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì nígbà ẹ̀ wọ́n máa fọ́n ká wa but listen àwọn èèyàn hot ẹ ṣe gan.
Mo kí ìyàwó Janet Lawal, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí kọ́mẹ̀ntì yín ni mo rí lọ́tún lọ́sì. We are revealing a lot of things. We go to our next caller. Ìyàwó náà lélẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ òsókè.
Hello, ẹ káàsán.
Ẹ káàsán náà.
Ẹ káàsán ẹ kú ètò.
Ètò nìyẹn.
Ṣé rí ọ̀rọ̀ tí brọ́dà mi yẹn sọ kí n tí wọ́n lẹ́yìn? Ṣé rí nípa ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ ẹ mọ̀ pé many people lẹ́ ń wake up. Ó ń jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn ó fún wọn ní múra láti lè jẹ́ kí everybody kó wake up. But èmi náà rí pé láti gbàgbọ́ mi ṣe meeting yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn mo at least ní ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ everything change and ó dẹ̀ kó ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì báwọn èèyàn. Ẹ jẹ́ kí oníkálukú kó lọ mọ̀ lẹ́nìí Yorùbá máa lọ. Yorùbá máa lọ ó ní ìmọ̀ ìránṣẹ́ ọlọ́run kan tí kò tó Jésù àdìgbà pé máa yẹ ẹ tún lọ wo message tí máa yẹ tún deliver lẹ́nu 3 days ago sí 2 days ago. Ó ní ó ń sọ ó ní tí a bá máa rí oṣù bíi mélòó kan ó ní kò ní sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ pátì kankan lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà ó ní kan lọ wò ó ní gbogbo wọn dìyàn gbé máa cancel ó ní ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin Yorùbá ẹ má dáṣẹ́ dúró ẹ continue ẹ tẹ̀síwájú ó ní ọ̀tọ̀ ní pé kò ní sí ìdìbò Yorùbá máa lọ kò sí nǹkan tán lè ṣe Yorùbá máa lọ ṣùgbọ́n kọ́ máa sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó máa kó ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì báwọn èèyàn ọ̀rọ̀ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́yìn ń sọ kò sí program tẹ́ máa ṣe tí mi ní gbọ́ kò sí iṣẹ́ tí mo lè máa ṣe tó jẹ́ pé mi sí Nàìjíríà tó máa make sure pé mo wà lórí náà pẹ̀lú mo máa fi fóònù kejì gbọ́ program yẹn kọ́ máa jẹ́ kí ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì dé báwọn èèyàn Yorùbá kọ́ máa lọ kò sí nǹkan tó lè ṣe ètò Ọlọ́run ni ẹni tí Ọlọ́run bá ṣí lójú ẹ̀jì tó bá wo nǹkan tó wà ńlẹ̀ á mọ̀ pé Yorùbá máa lọ kọ́ máa sọ ẹni tó máa kó ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì bá wa àfẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tó máa jíjà everybody tó máa jẹ́ everybody kí múra everybody wake up ńlá fẹ́ ẹ má fà wá sẹ́yìn rárá wọ́n jọ nítorí Ọlọ́run Yorùbá dẹ̀ máa lọ ọdún yìí tẹ̀ kí ìṣọdún tó ń bọ̀ Yorùbá máa lọ ní ọjọ́ tó bá ti pè fún mẹ́gàrà nìyẹn ẹ máa wo nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹni tó bá ṣí lójú ẹ̀ nílé kan lè fi nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé kán máa sọ̀rọ̀ ní ọjọ́ tó bá pè mẹ́gàrà nì orí àwọn èèyàn máa jáde àtẹ̀lé tó support ìgbà yẹn lè máa rí ìrànwọ́ àwọn èèyàn ti ṣe tán o àwọn èèyàn ti ṣe tán oníkálukú kàn dá tẹ́ni nígbà bí yá kí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe gbá kí ló fẹ́ fi dìbẹ́ndì ara wọn ẹrù wà lẹ gbàgbé bó ṣe ń lọ tẹ̀lé ojú yẹn lọ ṣùgbọ́n kọ́ máa fà wá sẹ́yìn mọ́ àfọ̀rọ̀ tó máa fi fà wá sẹ́yìn láti fà wá hàn.
ẹ ṣe gan ni mo wá fẹ́ tún fi àsìkò yìí mo fẹ́ pe gbogbo àwọn ẹ ṣe gan ni ìyá wa gbogbo àwọn court boys pátápátá ni mo fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ bá mi pè wọ́n wá sí tòsí nígbàkigbà tá a bá máa jáde fún mega rally gbogbo yín náà ni kẹ́ bá wa fọwọ́ kún rally yẹn ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá látòkè délẹ̀ gbogbo court boys ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ torí pé mo mọ ìtú tí ẹ lè bá wa pa nígbà tá a bá máa jáde a sì wà lórí ètò live broadcast lẹ́ ń wò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ eléyìí kì í ṣe recorded fẹ́ni tó bá ṣe ń wò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ẹ ṣe sùúrù ẹ ti wọlé ẹ ṣe sùúrù èyí ni 19th of August 2022 5 minutes past. Give and take, I can push maybe another 1 hour. So I'm only going prepare gbogbo àwọn package àfi lọ post ní post office. Ẹgbọ́n sókè, ẹ ṣe sùúrù, mo ní kẹ́ ṣe sùúrù, ẹgbọ́n sókè. Ẹgbọ́n sókè, à ń gbọ́ yín nísìn.
So, ọ̀rọ̀ tí àwọn sísá àti ọkùnrin ti sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sọ ni mo fẹ́ sọ ní lórí.
Okay.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, àwọn èèyàn everybody tí wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ ní pé rally tó ń bọ̀
mega rally.
Secondly,
okay.
Everybody be ready.
Okay.
Ó lè gbàdúrà pé bí ẹ ti ń ṣe Ọlọ́run á máa fún un ṣe.
Àmín o.
Èyí mi fẹ́ contribute sí ni pé àwọn pastors ní ìlú tí àwọn ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run tó ń dìbò.
Okay.
Èmi ń sọ òun lè ń pariwo ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìwé tí mi bá wà. Ní àwọn churches tó kù àtàwọn pastors ẹ̀ máa bá wa sọ fún wọn pé Fúlàní mélòó ló wà ní church wọn.
À ń gbọ́ yín bàbá yẹn ti lọ via network kò sí tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ní location confusion ẹ má bínú because kan náà phones yẹn ẹ mọ̀ pé phone tá a ti ń lò látàárọ̀ a ti lò 3 hours this thing lórí program yìí and I think I can push another 1 more hour and then màá lè wà lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí package àwọn tá a fẹ́ lọ ship flag sí ẹni tó bá ṣe fẹ́ flag. And to bá sì fi bá wa ṣe, the good news I can also say now, the second production is now ready. Mo dá ọgbọ́n yẹn tó máa yá ju the first one lọ. So I got a message that the second production, we did the first production, ẹ máa bá wa lọ tí bá ti ń sọ, we had the 3,001, Then our group share 1.5, then plus other people that also contributed. So the next 3,000 flags, I want KKK, elite and way. And relate. So these flags, then way, right? Size elite that you're all looking at. When we get to Bawai, right? So we now have a total of 6,000. Nígbà tí mo calculated, because it's already en route, but I'm going into too much details on that for security reasons. By the time we added it, it still cost about 80p, which is still reasonable and cheap. Plus the postage, the Monsonisi, and 40p was the production for this and this together. It's a polyester. Bojo Barosi, Koda Oshe 4. And the material is good. Very, very, it's polyester. So, but when we calculated it yesterday, we looked at me, the calculation, it cost 80p now. That means inclusive the postage. Now, and the one on Fishy, you cannot do nothing less than, at least nothing less than 250 up. Because what we agree is I will do at any point of time at least about 3,000. We're ready to do the next lot, subject to any more support that comes. Daddy Kokbo allow only 500. I think it was a bit reluctant. 250, no. But I'm not going to take anybody to say, Mr. Koike, we're not going to sell this at 80p. If anything, abroad. Because I'm not selling these in Nigeria. These will be donated as far as we can go. If you want to do your own as well, I've said I want to have a template. I'll give you the template. You can go and do it. So the expectation is as much as Tawabaliti and send it home, and then we give as many people. It is not enough. It's just a very small fraction to local government come. So, but if anybody still wants to support and help so that we can continue the production, we are getting ready to do the next lot. If we have money, I can do 10,000 in one go. We can do 20,000 in one go. I'm to fish it. They are ready for that. But it is subject to how we got the money bit by bit. We put it together. So what we've been able to do, based on what you all have given, I've been able to use part of that for the postage without coming back here. But the second lot now, to ready in the same, we might not have enough to ship it. But the first lot, because of the contribution that came in, and we were able to do extra, now that one is on its way. Like I said, it will now cost 80p as against, because I've factored the production and the postage down to Yoruba land. So, and that's for that. But then the coffee only big size, all these other size. Because so these ones now are just the big ones, which you can see the different. You can see the different size. Hey, imagine if we have 20 million of flags. No flag in last song will give signal. Our platform cannot take this alone. My expectation is a lot of people will replicate and do it. Even if you have the means. But the Koike, I want the time here. You all about my phone over 250 pieces. They'll produce it for her. And I even said that even if you want that production to go to your own people, I don't have a problem with that. To buy a fish 250, a fish 1,000. They bought us up with Koike go 1,000 here. I don't have it because as long as you're sending it back home, because Alamaba send it, so that way is not coming back to you wherever you are abroad. If you buy a fish abroad, a fish large quantity. Could I send loss Australia? To Australia and matter track it or to Australia could debate in wiki. To buy debate because from any tracking number. gbogbo àwọn tàdé sense ní US gbogbo wọn lọ ti gbà ẹni tó ò báyìí ti gbà tẹ́ bá wà ní US ẹ fọkàn bá ló máa lọ́dọ̀ yín nígbà tí wọ́n ní mo bá ti tí mo ti post ẹ̀ and people are also I want to UK. I'm sure a lot of you have received it. I have another package that I'll be going to the post office to send. My expectation is this is part of what we should be. You don't even understand what this means. If you understand what this means, because this is part of what we are saying that we want to go. Because listen, doing in UK. Flag by. People will be asking me flag because we have a lot of thousands of flags all over the world. But the more we are projecting our flags out, the more we are ready to say we are going. And that is why we are pushing it. But like I said, my expectation this year, we are getting stock load of materials. But we are 1 year behind of that. But the draw money sin. Gbogbo a ṣe ń raise owó ó jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ owó yẹn nígbà tá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbàrà bí àwọn tí wọ́n ń bá wa ṣètò bí àwọn rò pa ní nídòwó ni because by the time jáde láwọn ṣe pa nídòwó ni bọ̀bọ̀ ilé olè lílé máa jẹ́ ilé nídòwó now we are now asking that I need owó ẹ máa address àwọn court boys dáadáa mo ti bá àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni wọ́n àwọn court boys àti girls ọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀ ń para yín kan ṣe ní gbogbo àwọn èròjà tó wà lọ́wọ́ yín yẹn ní láti fi ẹ ṣáà lọ service ẹ̀kẹ́ gbé pamọ́. So this is where we are saying that the more support we get, the more àwọn ilé tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé àwọn ńláńlá yìí náà lè fi ṣe you can do it if you want this lot. Tẹ́ bá wá yẹ pé wà ní abroad ẹni Mr. Koiki àwọn náà dẹ̀ fẹ́ púpọ̀ ní South Africa o that means pé ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ send náà nínú ẹ̀ lọ sílé. So tẹ́ bá jẹ́ pé 250 lè fi ṣe a máa bá yín send 150 sílé I send 150 sorry I'm just saying. Does not mean that we are the production for in large scale. I could have ever paid 20,000 pieces. We will do it, and I can ship it to anywhere you are. But the most important, my priority is auto one ile. Shall don't be two or the bread 1,000 naira. Mani color flag. Could have any color flag 500 naira. I bet Yahweh Yoruba nation show like done. Our people are now being starved to death by the Olori Buruku country. So this is the second size, as you can see there. I think this one is about 20 by Monelati wood, right? But at least you can see it. So tó bá jẹ́ pé lè náà lè fẹ́ púpọ̀ ẹ̀, lè fẹ́ ká bá yín ṣe kan send sílé sáwọn èèyàn yín nílé. Bóyá ní group nílé tí ẹ fẹ́ fún ní flags ẹ kàn sí mi. I can give you a price for that, but this one will cost you now 80p, not 40p as we say anymore, because at the factor of transportation to Mafidele Yoruba. So if you're interested, after the show, at 3 o'clock, I'm going to end the broadcast. So I will be here on my computer. I need the flag. I support. Message about send flag so that even if I'm doing a search on my WhatsApp, because by this thing, right, on my WhatsApp alone, I have about 1,400 unread messages. So to buy this, mama drop sale. So if you want to help Mr. Koiki, another production come along, 1,000. Daddy wa konile. Most of them are they are very okay. Very, very okay. But government lo face so gbogbo adi erun adile awala nigba fún government. He paid for 1,000 of the flags to be done. It's in Nigeria. He actually paid for 1,000. So this 1,000 will be part of the next production. Because this is no production now, she'll lower you. Because 6,000 has been done now. 6,000 here. Group in California. What donates 1,000? See, PayPal or Mineral Security. And they wanted me to do 1,500. What it is someone tamafuni nino flag to daily. What is so numbers the mama phone? What is so number of phone Koiki no 1,000 here? And that's how you. So if you think that I commercial but no, if you want it to be sent to a particular place, it will be sent. I want to them Baba something pound. But we are not having enough time. As we are preparing for other things, we should think about these as well. But like I said, I expect everybody to be doing as what they can do. And you can do it from anywhere in the world. Well, I cannot force people not to, to talk about the Ominira account. Hey, imagine kí ló máa sọ fáwọn media kan pé sọ̀rọ̀ lórí Ominira àti mate post anything. Because I still post it láàárọ̀. I can't. But my job here is to promote the two accounts. Because those are the two legitimate accounts that I've got from our, whether it's YSGM, whether it's security account. But for now, I cannot force any other platform to promote it. I am an independent media. And there's a lot of things that is happening. But gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ó di gbà tá bá gba Yorùbá nation tán. Olúkálùkù náà máa sọ tiẹ̀ o, but tá bá gba Yorùbá nation tán, a lot of things will come out and probably you will read it in the book. A lot of things. But in tèmi mọ̀ ni pé ìrìn àjò tá gbé dání kò sẹ́ni tó lè dá dúró. Ìjà yẹn lèmi máa bá wọn jà délẹ̀. Because some of us do not. Tí bá ní some of us, I'm not talking about the media. I'm talking about ẹ̀yin gan self ṣe ń wò wá àtàwọn tó wà nílé. Kò ṣe gbogbo ìrẹ́bẹ̀ ká gba Yorùbá nation náà. Ẹlòmíì gan náwó sínú Yorùbá nation tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ká lọ tó tún sabotage. Confirm lẹ gbọ́ lẹ́nu mi. But àwọn ò ní gbà fún yín. Èmi. Tí mo fi gbogbo tí mo ń ṣe sílẹ̀, tí mo jókòó sórí eléyìí. Àbáyín fa, in tó tán lẹ̀ làwọn àbáyín fa. Bí ṣe ń prepare for flag, màmá prepare fún nǹkan mi. Mo sọ fún yín lánàá náà pé ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan. Send the walkie-talkie sí wa. Mo sì ní mẹ́rin ní bíbá tí mo sọ mẹ́rin yẹn máa lọ láìpẹ́. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pẹ́ ṣe sùúrù tó gba kọ́ látọ̀ nǹkan ìrora tó sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ ní sí. So mo sọ fún yín pé ó sì kù mẹ́rin. Ó rà pé kan wà lọ́wọ́ gbẹ̀du. Ó lè pè mí lánàá náà sẹ́yìn tẹ̀ ráyè láti pè wọ́n padà. So I still have, kò sí àwọn kan tó ń ṣe ní fún mi níbà. Bó torí pé nígbà tá lọ ṣe rally ti London, ó dà pé kan wà lọ́wọ́ wàlátàgàn mo ní láti pè. Because mo kó mẹ́rin lọ sí ìjọ June 12. So mẹ́rin nísìn ó máa lọ sílé. Ìta send ó ti wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó yẹ kó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹ hàn pé James Bond ni. Ẹ̀rọ ní àpọ̀ máa wò mí pé ọ̀bọ̀ yìí. Mo sọ fún yín kó máa délé. Ìtẹ́ra tẹ fowó rírà pé Koiki ẹgbà 1,000 ni mo náà fẹ́ àrí 1,000. Èyí tá ara yẹn ó ti wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó yẹ kó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ confam. Tínú mi dẹ́ dùn sí. So mẹ́rin tó kù yìí. Kódà àtútù ra more than another 100 lára contribution tẹ́ ń fún wa, jágbà síbí. I'm doing the little I can do. Àwọn ọmọ wa kan pè mí lánàá nísìn. Wọ́n ní kó lọ bògùn. Ajá tó máa ra is 18,000 naira. Àwọn owó yìí kò ṣe ń tó jẹun kánú ló máa lọ ra ajá. But nítorí pé àwa náà ní díẹ̀ tẹ́ ń fún wa, nínú tẹ́ ń fún wa làwa náà squeeze jáde. It's not easy. Nínú Koiki gbà this. Tí ìbá ní táwọn ọmọ ẹ bá pè mí máa sọ pé mo ní. Àmú rẹ̀ fi lọ mú ọ́díò rẹ̀ jáde. Àbọ̀rọ̀ mi yé nísìn. Wí bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ́ èmi ìdágbédá ní a máa tá tán síbẹ̀ ni. Kí ni mo sọ? A máa tá tán síbẹ̀. Ọ̀run ya bọ̀ ní tó bá fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ní kó ṣẹlẹ̀. Ọ̀run ya bọ̀ ni. Mo ti sọ flag yẹn sẹ́ fẹ́ni tó bá fẹ́ ra àwọn line £10. Each £10 ẹ bá rà, I can do maybe another 7, 8 nínú £10. Even I can do 20. Èmi náà dẹ̀ ra mú £3 nínú ẹ̀. Àwọn àfi run operation tá à ń ṣe lọ. But ẹni tó bá sọ pé Koiki ṣé mo lè san 100 a kò máa jẹ́ kówó yẹn kó pọ̀ díẹ̀ ká tó send it as a production because 3,000 ni mo agree pẹ̀lú àwọn yẹn pé at any given time I'm coming based on the price you've given me I will do 3,000 pieces. But imagine if we have more money. Ó rà pé ẹ̀gbọ́ mo sọ ní 2 years ago mo ní if we have the right resources I will paint the whole Yoruba land. Ẹni tó bá follow me ní beginning kan ṣe ìtẹ̀ṣẹ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa nísìn. But as at that time, people were like, oh my God, we are about to ra mọ́tò, we're going to make owó rẹ̀. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan pàdé mi láìpẹ́. Ó tún wò mí báyìí, mo ní èmi náà ni. Ó ní Koiki, ẹ̀yàn kọ́ ya picture ẹ̀ náà. Ṣẹ́rí, in tèmi ṣe ni pé my name ẹ nígbàgbé ẹ láyé èmi àti Ìgbòho eré ẹ̀ là ń sá àti bàbá Akíntóyè àti Onítìrí èmi ò mọ̀ tẹ̀yìn o ẹ máa rántí Kóìkì ni ẹ máa kódà tẹ bá gbọ́ Kóìkì ẹ máa bèrè pé Kóìkì èwo níbẹ̀ ṣé èyí tó ń pariwo tó nígbà tá a fi gba Yorùbá nation. What is with our Yoruba passport? It's still in the process. That's all I can say. No update. If I have any update, we'll talk about the passport. Now, I wanted to. Any Monica send message to me because if I go same way, you know, I was at my mom. Monica send message to her. Kò ṣe pé ẹ need ẹ rí, but mo kàn sọ ni pé ẹni okay, à ń sọ̀rọ̀. I mean, kò ṣe pé ọ̀rọ̀ ètùtù nìkan là ń sọ people àwọn míì wà tẹ́ pé church ẹ ṣàdúrà ẹ ṣe this you know ẹ gbà you know I'm sure you understand what I'm saying but àwọn ọmọ wa táwọn ní kọ́ lọ dira kọ́ lọ jàmàlà tewédú owó òun lọ́ fi ṣe gbogbo àwọn kìíní yẹn ẹ ká gbé sọ́kàn bẹ́ẹ̀ kò ṣe pàwọn la máa support everybody o but the little that we can do you know there and there Koiki I join you during the Igboho rally. Okay. And don't put your ṣe sùúrù message yẹn lélẹ̀.
Kálẹ̀ sá ọ̀gá mi ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run a máa fi ẹlálẹ́ ìlú àgbẹ̀ yìí ẹjọ́ èmi pẹ̀lú àwọn tíì mi a nídi ìrànlọ́wọ́ yín ni and ìrànlọ́wọ́ yín ta need ò ní pé ọ̀la. That's why the motion paying láti ìjẹta ọ̀la wọ́n ṣe wọn á lọ ṣèwádìí àwọn kankan wọ́n ṣáà ní pé ká bọ Ògún so ọ̀làdẹ̀rà fẹ́ bọ Ògún yẹn so wọ́n dẹ̀ ní pé ká bá ti bọ Ògún yẹn ẹ̀jẹ̀ ajá yẹn wọ́n tún máa.
I'm not going to go into too much details of that but now this is after to send message yẹn the message was sent about 9:08. But to the 10:11 on my way back home from my mom, you know, I still have a bit of naira in my account. I sent them 20,000. We call it efficient of issue. We might not be able to help everybody, but the little that we are doing, we will do it with all our hearts. And this was his reply back then.
She go Gambisa, she go gbogbo àwa ọmọ láti kúrò pátápátá àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín ẹ ṣé gidigidi gan Ọlọ́run àtúbọ̀ máa tún mọ́ ẹ lọ́wọ́ o ibi tẹ́ ti wá mú owó náà àgbàná ayé kan ní wọ́bẹ̀ o.
I need too much. Àmọ́ ìjà tó wà lẹ́yìn gbogbo nǹkan la máa fi jà a máa fi diplomacy jà a máa fi campaign jà awareness gbogbo ẹ̀ ibi tó bá ti need the support tá bá lè ṣe we will push it there. Èmi ò ṣáà lọ ní ibi tẹ́mi jókòó sí but láti bíbà I make sure pa fún wa àwọn ẹni support ọ̀fẹ́. Ó ti sọ fún mi níwẹ̀ pé your YouTube is causing your phone to overheat. Ó ti fi máa ó ti overwork. So àgbákọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan mọ́ ìta so let me just wind the broadcast down and we go. So tó bá dalẹ̀ I will have enough strength tí bá ti dé láti post office màá lọ sùn tèmi ni. About the messages there. I'll sleep. I'll have enough strength. I'll come back in the night for the late night broadcast. Thank you so much, Ama Uche, all the way from Italy. All hail Biafra. Biafra no lo, anyone lo. Àwọn kan tún sọ pé Biafra ò di lọ. Ta ló sọ pé wọ́n náà wọ́n ní lọ. Biafra ń lọ Monokai. Monokai ló lọ. Ká bínú àgbákọ̀ kankan mọ́. Mo ti pè lọ́sọ̀ bí ti pè. Ẹ ká dé mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo ti lo enough strength more than the strength ẹ kí n lò láàárọ̀ yìí so call kankan ní wọlé mi má bínú tí bá parí ètò ẹ lè pè mí so lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ká tó máa lọ mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjìrè níbi tọ́rọ̀ dé òmìnira Yorùbá bá ṣe máa lọ ó kù sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀mí ó kù sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin kò ń ṣe ọwọ́ bàbá Akíntóyè nìkan ló kù sí kò ń ṣe ọwọ́ bàbá ìyàwó Onítìrí ní kù sí kò ń ṣe ọwọ́ Ìgbòho ló kù sí intanfai olúkàlùkù ń jà fún ìrántí ẹni because èmi ni mo mọ bí tí ìran tèmi nǹkan tó ń ta wọ́n lẹ́sẹ̀ lójoojúmọ́ àbúrò mi yé nísìn ìwọ náà máa ro tọ̀dọ̀ tiẹ̀ I understand we are very, very angry because a lot of things that you are seeing, you are listening to, ó fẹ́ máa dàbí ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì. Kò sí tí a rí ní reaction yìí tẹ́ bá pè wá àbí tẹ́ bá ń pè wá lórí call pé Mr. Koiki ẹlòmíì àwọn kan níta máa báyàn sọ báyàn pé ẹ ṣàṣì sùúrù. Ibi tọ́rọ̀ dé, I use one word for the last 3 years: we must remain focused. In the midst of everything that is happening, ká tó gbàgbé a gbọ́dọ̀ sáré pé àwọn ilé owó yẹn káàkiri sí platform tá a fi ń ṣe broadcast. Ẹ̀yin àbá gbọ́wọ́ lé ẹ send ẹ̀ sí wọn. Ẹ jẹ́ sáré share. Okay, while I'm doing that, a kò lè gba tí má ti ṣe yẹn tán. So ẹni tó bá wọlé nísìn, grace of God ni ẹ má take advantage ẹ go straight to the point. Kò sọ̀rọ̀ kíkí nínú ẹ̀ because ẹlòmíràn wà tó ti wọlé. Èlé ò tẹ̀tẹ̀ ó ń reconnect anytime yẹn. Because so mo kàn fi post owó yẹn ni o mo ní láti ọdẹ ma take some few minutes. So tàbá ṣe rẹ àwọn tó ṣì fi pé while I'm doing that, and I think mo náà pé mo lè pe àwọn 1 or 2 people náà padà. So GoFundMe yẹn ẹ lọ fowó sí. Ó wà very, very important. So let's push that out now. Ẹ lọ bá fowó sí. I go straight to the point. The time you are. I go straight to the point. Inshallah. Thank you so much. All right. Àmín. Akọ́lájímọ̀ ẹni gbogbo ẹni tí wọ́n fẹ́ deport láti Dubai, ọ̀nà àwọn ọba láàánú tó bá jọmọ Yorùbá wà nínú ẹ̀ á jẹ́ kí arọ́nà lọ kílẹ̀ Yorùbá kó tètè dádúró. Ẹgbọ́n sókè ní kíákíá, go straight to the point. Àgbọ̀yin torí àsìkò kò lè bá ti jáde lórí wíwà ní sí.
Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ ọ̀pọ̀ onímọ̀ ẹ̀wà yìí mo fẹ́ support number 1 mi ní àkáǹtì.
Okay, tẹ́ bá yẹn fẹ́ support kí lẹ fẹ́ support èwo níbẹ̀ because support yẹn pọ̀ ló ṣe support fún ti. Ẹ̀hún náà ní ṣé fún ti security tá à ń sọ àbí ti flag tó bá ẹ̀mí láti ti flag tó bá jẹ́ ti security one. Okay, tó bá jẹ́ ti security PayPal àti GoFundMe nìkan lọ ní wọn ní naira account. I know it's a lot frustration for a lot of people. I know. Wow. Wow. I don't know. That's the only thing I can say. I know it's quite frustrating that people want to send money and they can't have option to send the money. So, but I pay lẹ́yìn ètò. I pay lẹ́yìn ètò. Ẹ jẹ́ wo number yẹn. Ẹ má ti cut off ìfẹ́ wo number tó pé. Okay. Mo ti rí yín. All right, they're not the last 4 digits. Oda, ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Yes, sir.
All right, ẹ ṣé gan ni. All right, mo ti rí number máa pè lẹ́yìn ètò. It could be frustrating. Imagine people want to give money based on also security, based on the central account. Every people will have more PayPal. I keep telling them they need to upgrade. 1 minute lẹ́ni o kò sí bá ti ṣe tán nígbà nísìn máa fẹ́ padà sórí ìtí wọn sọ ká tó close. I go straight to the point alàgbàwa kó mọ̀ kọ́ ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn. Ó kù díẹ̀ ni.
Irú àwọn tí a ti wà ní location 9 tí a bá ti wà ní tọ́ kọ́bọ̀ náà táà náà bẹ́ẹ̀ rúparun sí.
Òun náà là ń sọ.
Ilé bóyá ṣe yẹn wọn bá bá ṣe àkáǹtì rẹ kó máa wà kàn ní ẹ̀dá náà di at least àwa náà ti torí wa jà àwa náà ti mọ́ ní báyìí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni a sọ fún un
àwa náà ti mọ́ lè.
Màá try láti pe àwọn central account yẹn. Màá pe
Ọlọ́run ọba nìkan ni kó mú wa jáde báyìí. Wọ́n ti ti ọmọ Yorùbá nígbà tó tí ọmọ ọ̀dà grandson ní. Gbogbo everybody ti sọ sára bẹ́tẹ̀ lómi ìmọ̀lẹ̀ ó lè sọ́dọ̀gún á kàn máa jà bí wèrè ní. Wọ́n ti sọ everybody ti wèrè ẹ má ẹ̀ ń tàn yín o. Nígbà bíi láti week ago ṣé mo pé gbogbo wọn set up of wípé ẹ fẹ́ ṣe capturing of passport lásán ní Nàìjíríà báyìí sí. Ẹ fẹ́ ṣe transfer passport ẹ fẹ́ ṣe renewal lásán ẹ máa ní ìdàtí dé Àbújá. Kẹtó lè ṣe capturing nǹkan lásán. Capturing yẹn go it's like àwọn kan ti mọ nǹkan wọ́n ti rí a lot of things pé lọ́ọ̀ wọ́n ṣẹ́ ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ìbáyìí.
Okay.
Gbogbo every second of it, ẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe ní NIN lásán kan lè ní ẹ máa dábùjá kẹ̀kẹ́ tó ṣe. Ṣé ìlú wa lélẹ̀ ìtawà yìí?
Ó kú díẹ̀ náà ni. All right.
Ọ̀dà àkọ́kọ́ ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ o. Ìkọ̀kọ̀ ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi náà ti sọ, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi láti Germany ti sọ pé nǹkan kan ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Torí àsìkò ni ẹ ṣé gan bàbá wa, torí àsìkò ni I will have to let you go. Ẹ má bínú. And on that note, I need a bit of time to, there's a lot of paperwork I need to do, and I need to get to the post office, come back home and relax. You can all call me after the show if you have one or two things to discuss. I know a lot of people are concerned. Body language, I know you've seen it, especially in the last, this week, just as you've seen it, but let us remain focused. We'll see Ubuntu right there, but Yorùbá máa dá lọ, ó máa dá dúró. I know there's a lot of things that, you want people like us to say, and I'm like, boy, you like Barry. You might know or not money. But all I can just say is, again, told you that back on, I'm sure pé ẹ̀yin náà lẹ ní gbogbo nǹkan kan náà ni àwa náà gbọ́dọ̀ react sí. Ẹ ti understand me sí bí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà. Ṣé nǹkan tí mo sọ yé yín nísìn? Gbogbo nǹkan náà kọ́ ní irú àwa náà tá a bá rí la máa jáde la máa sọ. But ní tí mo kàn lè sọ ni pé gbogbo ibi tó bá ń fì sí, tó ń fì báyìí, bóyá nǹkan tẹ́ gbọ́ ni, nǹkan tẹ́ rí ni, nǹkan tẹ́ ń rò lọ́kàn ni pé àmì ìwé kìíní ṣe wá ń lọ báyìí, ká má jẹ́ kó rẹwà, kó dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ sú wa. Òun náà mo fi sọ̀rọ̀ ní late night àṣẹ lálẹ́ àná. Níbi tọ́rọ̀ dé nísìn pé a fẹ́ lọ, ẹ jẹ́ ká fi sọ́kàn ara wa pé Yorùbá ti dá. Officially lọ́kàn ara wa ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ pé àwa ti lọ. Ọ̀run yàbọ̀ ni. Kò sí tó ń bọ̀ láyé tí ilẹ̀ ò ní gbà. Ìran Yorùbá máa dá dúró. Bóhun àgbáyé, èmi ti sọ yẹn 2 years ago. Mo ní jàtà gbé dání G60, G7 lèmi bá sọ̀rọ̀. Bóhun G7 lénìí. Ẹ mọ̀ àwọn tó ń pè ní G7. Àwọn tó ń pè ní alágbára àgbáyé. Bóhun wọn kọ́ sọ pé ìran Yorùbá ò ní dúró. Calamity àṣẹlẹ̀ sọ́dọ̀ tiwọn. Kí á lọ́ máa sọ pé àwọn support wa. And I've told you again and again, there are so many countries in the world that care less about what other countries are saying. As long as our citizens were happy. Ṣebí happiness ara wa làwa ń wá. Kí ni wá kàn wá pẹ̀lú àgbáyé? Ẹ jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ tẹ̀ bá ṣe wà nísìn. Okay, mo wà nù lé nísìn. Àtẹ̀sí báwọn ọmọ ọdún àti jáde lọ pẹ̀lú ìyá wọn. Ìlú wà nù lé nísìn. Ọmọ ọdún àgbàlagbà yẹn wà lókè. Right? Spirit mi gan fúnra rẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀bú Òde ló wà. Ilé ló wà pé káyọ̀ ẹ̀mọ̀. Àwa wà níbí báyìí. Yes, I mean, ní choice la ṣe wà níbí báyìí. But pé ìtura àwọ̀ jòkó, àwọ̀ jeans, ẹ̀mọ̀ ń dán lára. No. Ìyẹn ti fáwa ó ti sú wa. We've had enough. So my mind now wants to go back home. But kódà kí n kàn jókòó sínú shelter kan kí n jí láàárọ̀ kí n má tẹ̀ tí mo fẹ́ ṣe. Ẹ ti understand me sìn? So àwa la kọ́kọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ care of duty pé ọmọ Yorùbá kọ́kọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ care ká tó worry about any other countries. Ìyẹn mo sọ pé n tó bá fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣẹ́rí èmi ò fẹ́ máa really expand it too much ju tí mo ti expand èmi sọ pé a máa jà. And I've not changed my mind on that. My spirit still tell me that we will fight and there's nothing that's going to. Ìjà ilé máa wá pọ̀ o. Àbí Ọlọ́run. But pé àníjà yẹn. But ní tí mo sọ ni pé ǹjẹ́ ìwọ gan o fi lọ́kàn rẹ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ nǹkan kí nǹkan tó bá ti gbọ́ àti tó rí àti tó dàbí Yorùbá ti lọ. So that is the first key. Àwa fúnra wa gan mo mọ̀ pé gbogbo yín ti pè bàbá Akíntóyè ó yẹ kó a ti ṣe ìyá onítìrí Ìgbòho bla bla bla. Mo ṣàrántí gbà tí a wà lọ́dọ̀ chief náà ẹ̀yàn kan dẹ́mọ̀ pé ẹ bá má ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. This struggle will never be perfect. Tẹ́ bá wá perfection ìrọ̀lẹ́ pa. A lè get it perfect. But lọ́kàn ara wa àwa ní ká kọ́kọ́ máa sọ pé citizen Yorùbá làwa Amẹ́ríkà ò lè sọ yẹn fáwa àwa la máa sọ yẹn fúnra wa. You know? So one thing we've got to always put at the back of our mind. Forget about, blogger kan jókòó sí inú yàrá ẹ̀ kan blogger o. Okay, forget about what else. Bóun kọ́ blog mi láti alẹ́ ọ̀la títí di àárẹ̀ ọ̀la. Yorùbá ti lọ. Ètò ṣe kókó jù nìyẹn. So let us stick together. We must not lose our mind. Because they want us to lose our mind. That shit whole country. And àsìkò yìí ni mind wa gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣiṣẹ́. Mind wa gbọ́dọ̀ stable nísìn. This is the time that our mind has to be stable. And that's the only encouragement I can give every one of us. I know it's a very tough time. And our spirit is like, kí Yorùbá nation kọ́ ti declare. About declare lẹ́nu kò sí ọ̀run yá bọ̀ ní kankan lè ṣẹlẹ̀. Nítorí bá dẹ̀ máa ṣẹlẹ̀, it's not gonna be in our own time alone. Bó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní sí wọ́n ṣe máa ṣẹlẹ̀ níjọ́ mi in another country. Kò ní ṣàwà nìkan la tọ́pá fẹ́ lọ nílùú kan lágbàáyé. Ìlú tó bá fẹ́ bá wa ṣe, á bá wa ṣe. Ìlú tó bá náà wọ́n bá wa ṣe. And that's all I can say. Okay, somebody said, but I can open an account in Benin, in Cotonou, which is another good idea. In actual láti pe àwọn central bó ṣe bọ́tẹ̀ náà máa ṣe website tí wọ́n máa fi payment section tí yàn lè lọ just like the GoFundMe. Even the GoFundMe for òmìnira náà. Ìyẹn lọ wo ibi tó wà nísìnyí. Tẹ̀dúpọ̀ ti wọ $20,000. Wọ́n ní díẹ̀ náà ni. Nígbà tá a dẹ̀ ṣe pọ̀ $20,000 yẹn ni ike kéré máa dùn kó wá sí London bí ṣe gbọ́. Èèyàn kan péré. Owó burúkú àlọ́wọ́ wọn. Ìyẹn ni gbàjàbí àmì láti lọ ń jó bùgà ní Surulere. Èmi o ti bá gbọ́ pé family mi kan tí mò ń fún lówó òun náà tó wá lọ ń fún yàn kan tó ń support politician kò rówó gbà lọ́wọ́ èmi mọ́ èmi ò mọ́ tọ̀dọ̀ ti yín o mo ti sọ fún àwọn family tèmi o. Kódà tó bá tẹ̀ lọ sọ́lé tì mí pé o fún ohun tó ń support policy because as far as we're concerned ẹ̀ǹtẹ́ fẹ́ fún lówó yẹn kò value owó yẹn kò tó bá value ẹ̀ àwọn politician ló máa lọ gbowó yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. So àná ìjù báyẹn lọ we play our anthem we close it I'll be back in the night even though mo sọ pé 10 o'clock ìyàwó mi lánàá sọ pé ìwọ tó náà máa jáde ní 10 o'clock ẹ̀yin náà kọ́ ni because if I have to go out especially the children are watching the TV and I'm not in the studio tó bá yẹ kó mo lọ sí studio nísìn studio ẹ̀ rí pé quietness máa wà but I'm back home it's been it's a lot of work and the studio is still it's still work in progress. So and on that note I play the anthem and we go so that my lane enough time we go to the post office before 4 o'clock. Orúkọ mi ní yípadà Ọláyẹmí Kóìkì tí gbogbo ìwọ̀n sí Kóìkì Media. Yorùbá Nation has come to stay and nobody can take it from us. Have a very good day.
Heard about GoDaddy domain names? Go to GoDaddy to buy a dream domain name for $9.
Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo
I do appreciate everybody. Bye for now.